Hey, what's up everybody? We're back, and it's not Plants vs. Zombies any longer. We're going to be playing, or watching, we're just going to be watching some stuff. Squididdle, squidangle, I remain forever single. What the heck? What the heck, man? Dang. But Henrik's in the house. What's up, Henrik? We were watching this Final Fantasy retrospective last night, and honestly, it's pretty nice. But we could watch something else. Sonic. How about like some Sonic? Sonic reaction. No. Play Metopia or Pizza Tower, please. I might play Pizza Tower eventually. We're looking for maybe some Sonic related stuff. We already watched this world record video. How about, I don't know, Cybershell? Cybershell's a good one. Polite manners for the win, absolutely. It'll get you far in life. Let's watch the Sonic 3 bonus video.
Unlike the Sonic 2 bonus video, this is not an unfulfilled obligation. I never actually
Mad Mike isn't a real Final FF fan. Ahmed's Book of Terrible Takes. True. Ahmed's gonna be in here soon, giving the terrible takes soon, I bet. I don't want to watch the bosses, I want to play the game.
A really cool Sonic 3 beta was dumped and uploaded online.
What games did you play when you were young? This one here specifically, Sonic 3. I played it a lot.
There are a ton of videos out there going.
What do you guys prefer, closed captioning on or off? For the videos, I don't know.
Specific elements like Michael Jackson's involvement in the creation of the game's music. Sonic 3 being one of the most widely talked about video games is actually a good thing from my perspective, because now I can focus on really diving into the minutia of the game and talking about details nobody cares about except me. That said, there is one little issue.
I'm gonna put Sonic the Hedgehog in the game title. There we go. I prefer muffins. I played Sonic and Mario and all kinds of old Nintendo and Genesis games. YouTube life is great today, ICS. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing well. It's school.
Exactly 9 minutes and 59 seconds. Although I'm happy to inform you, this stupid-ass feature actually made its way into Mania.
Let me get the stream up on my laptop.
Sonic 3 complete video, I suppose it's time we talk about the elephant in the room. The new best way to play Sonic 3. Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited.
Okay.
Now I stand by
Sonic 3 Air. This was a great mod, by the way. The best way to play Sonic 3 even today, still.
But as I stated in that video, if there ever were to be a
muffins versus donuts? Donuts for sure. You can dress up a donut all kinds of ways. Most of my time I go in the Roblox. That's alright though. Roblox is Hey, Lad and Chad. Chad's in the chat. Alright, thanks to Cybershell for providing this video though. You're wrong, sir. Hold on,
Seriously, Sonic 3 Air is awesome. Here's the obligatory
Hold on, guys. I gotta answer a text.
I'm hearing some dipshit YouTuber regurgitate information directly in your ear holes. You know what else is fun? Doing your own research into your favorite games. I couldn't have made this video without the Cutting Room Floor, Sonic Retro, Hidden Palace, and the Sonic 3 Unlocked blog. If you enjoy this video, I'd strongly recommend poking around those sites and seeing what else you can discover about this game, as well as gaining a better technical understanding behind some of the shit I'm about to discuss. As is tradition, let's begin with the level select and debug mode. Unlike the previous two games and Sonic 3 alone, you don't have to input a button combination on the title screen or enter a code into the sound test. You literally have to go into Angel Island Zone and find one of these swinging objects and grab onto it. Then while you're holding it, press left, 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 right, 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 up, 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 and you'll hear a ring chime. Now on the title screen you can scroll down to the sound test option, which is actually also the level select option. For debug mode it's a similar story. Go into Mushroom Hill Zone and find one of these weird metal pulleys, then input the same code as before. Debug is very similar to how it was in the previous two games, although now there's a dedicated button to flipping the gravity like in Death Egg Zone, which is kinda neat, although most ceilings really aren't meant to be walked on. There's also some less well-known features of debug mode, like if you hold B and C, it'll cycle through all the animation frames of the current character, which looks pretty funny. In Sonic 2 or 3 alone, after enabling debug mode, hold C while selecting a level. This activates what fans have called night mode, where everything except certain objects are much darker. This was actually a feature used by the devs for checking information about certain layers and planes. They removed this feature in Sonic 3 and Knuckles because I guess they just figured it's not particularly useful as a cheat code. There are two very interesting objects only in Sonic 3 alone's debug that can be found in the first part of Angel Island. The first is this strange surfboard-looking animation. It's actually the remnants of a cut intro that was going to be used instead of the one with the tornado. Here's a restored version of basically how it was supposed to look. The second very peculiar object you can place is this large rotating mess of red orbs. This causes the game to lag and corrupts the color palette. There was a lot of speculation about the purpose of this object, but we'll actually come back to talk about it later. Before we dive into that juicy beta, let's take a look at some of the cut content from the final game. I don't know how I forgot to mention this in the previous bonus videos, but in both Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 you can find an unused black and white death sprite for Sonic. I have no idea what this would have been used for, but there's a similar unused sprite in Sonic 3. And there's even one for Knuckles in Sonic and Knuckles. What were these supposed to be used for? I have no idea. Go write a creepypasta about it or something. Here's an interesting little unused sprite. It's a shadow that gets bigger and smaller. This was actually originally going to be used under the tornado in the opening sequence.
I'm back, guys. I'm back. Thanks for holding it down, Cybershell. Hey, Disco, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. I'm making new video intros. One is way better since it has the same music. It will be released tonight UK time. Cool. Crazy Dave gets sold by a bungee, but when you beat the boss, he's back. I guess the boss had Crazy Dave. Yeah, I think once the last boss gets owned, Dave's okay. Bless up.
You can actually see part of an S-ball in the back of the gumball machine, but it's not glowing. Presumably the S-ball is something to do with Supersonic.
But this is all about Sonic 3.
There's an unused Supersonic face icon.
That's a weird icon there.
Did you know the Supersonic animation in the final game is actually missing a frame? It's meant to be a bit smoother. Here's a comparison so you can see what I'm talking about. This isn't exactly unused.
What's up, Ahmed? I told you I had request.
Similarly,
you summoned him. You summoned Ahmed.
Palm tree shadow, which is totally obscured by the foreground elements in the final game.
Okay.
The multiplayer level Azure Lake also has a flower garden which can't be seen in the final game since the level
Dave is never okay. Have you seen his face? He has like 3 brain cells. What the heck? Hey, he's never okay.
There's actually a very interesting unused
Dave's struggling out here. Somid Snake? Huh?
It's actually a fully functioning scaling fleeing Eggman.
I kind of just want to listen to Metal Gear Solid codec calls, basically.
Thing in Sky Sanctuary that I already made the whole video.
That's what I like to do.
It kind of goes without saying, but this isn't a complete list of every single little glitch and Easter egg. Just a lot of them that I happen to find interesting. Like, did you ever notice that the levels for the competition mode follow an alphabetical naming scheme? Maybe you did, but as someone who barely ever touched this mode, I thought that was kind of neat.
What's up, everybody in chat, by the way? Thanks for hanging out.
The colors of the special stages in Sonic 3
non-stop streaming hour.
Schemes of the levels in that game. As you can see, the ground and sky colors match up to the corresponding zones. That is
so mid the stupid hedge mid. What? What?
Pattern, except it actually does. It seems to line up with the flying.
What you talking about, Ahmed?
Scheme, funny enough. Even more proof that this was the original intended level order. So in Hydra City Zone, there are these weird little decorative black balls which usually move side to side. But right before the Act 1
they're
boss,
frozen.
You find these guys which are totally static and don't animate at all. What's up with that?
It's weird.
Want to see something weird?
Yeah, I do.
One very easy to skip part of Hydra City Zone, you can find a special monitor. Unlike every other ring monitor in the game, this one actually gives you 20 rings instead of 10. Why? Is this the son of Failure Crush? No, it just seems like they
Raiden. No, wait a minute, Henry. I just walked into that one. Oh no, I just walked into that. Hello, why do I see Sonic 3? Hey Jaru, how are you doing? We're just watching Sonic 3 vids right now. We're reacting. Just hanging out. It's pretty comfortable. Just chilling.
You can see this for yourself by getting a lightning shield and backtracking to this part of the stage.
I knew it was coming.
Have you ever wanted to make Lava Reef Zone Act 1 impossible to beat? No? Well, too bad. Here's how you do it. First destroy this badnik to open the door, then backtrack to this star post and go into the bonus stage. Once you leave, the wall will be back with no
Football
batting
zombies are
and no one else in
fast.
it. The only thing you can do at
How did
this point
faster to
is
kick a
die.
ball for a long time? A
Speaking of
gear
that,
zombie,
makes
where's
Reef.
makes
This
the
little rock
zombies
fast
fast?
doesn't actually give you
Yeah, I don't
emergencies
know.
when he blows up.
I don't exactly know
Says he
because it's a
does,
lot heavier.
But he doesn't.
Should be
I
slower.
don't really care. It's just points, but I don't like it when the game lies to me. Did you know that in Angel Island Zone Act 2, after this long tube section, there's actually an invisible platform you can land on off screen?
Oh yeah.
If you hold
This
right
one, I
click
knew
on the
about this
tube
when I was a
and sort of
kid.
line yourself up with this tree, you can sometimes land on it. Not that there's really much to do up here, but I just thought it was kind of neat. You can even spin dash to get on top of the main level. Here's something kind of weird. You know Knuckles' theme? That short little drum beat loop? Well, at 34 seconds into the Knuckles theme, there's actually a short vocal sample. But the thing is, there's not really a point in the game where you're gonna be listening
That's all
to the
it did.
Knuckles theme for 34 seconds.
Yo, Michael
Something you can
Jackson
do
made
with
this
this part of Launch
soundtrack, by
Base
the
Zone
way.
if you just wait around for long enough. But I always knew about
The
this
Sonic
because
3
you can actually do
tasks.
that
I might check
thing
it out
where you
later.
jump off the bridge at the end of
Sonic
Angel
3 is a
Island
great
Act 2.
game.
That one was
Absolutely.
intentional, just almost impossible to
It's
do
my
under
favorite
normal
out of the
circumstances.
original
Here's something
3.
very peculiar that's definitely the result
Sonic
of a
3 and
glitch.
Knuckles.
In Sonic 3 alone, if you wait on the file select screen for about 47 minutes, one of the instruments gets much louder than it's supposed to.
I wouldn't actually say it, but you, sir, should not fall for such mind games. I know. I know. Trust me. It's a hard choice for me between
You know
3
what
and
the difference
Mania.
is between the Japanese
Yeah,
and
that's
US
fair.
versions
That's
of
fair.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
I only picked
Well, the more
Knuckles because it
astute
has more
viewers might remember that
stages.
in the Japanese version of Sonic 2,
No, I
Tails
want to
was
play
called
Pizza
Miles,
Tower.
the
I'm
same
not gonna
thing
react
as
to it. I want to be
However, there's also one
surprised.
more
I haven't seen
almost
anything about it yet.
imperceptible change. The Japanese version drops the trademark symbol since they don't
When you're
apply in
planting down
Japan.
plants, we can't see us
This
when we're
tidbit has
invisible or
become much more
something.
well known in recent years, but I
Pizza.
remember
I
was
want Pizza
shocked
Tower to
to
go
learn
on
there's
sale,
actually an
and I'll buy
eighth
it.
special stage in the game data. Well, there's actually
Looks
a
good,
unique
though.
8th special stage in both Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, so there's 2 unused special stages in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You can access them by using a little-known feature of debug mode,
Knuckles
where you can select
better
the
than
special stage
Sonic.
you want to play by setting the
I mean,
sound
that's
to
like
the
not
number
the
of
hottest
stages
of
you want.
takes.
If these stages
There's a
seem
lot of
familiar
Knuckles
to you,
only,
they were actually
or
both
like,
used
you
in
know,
Sonic Mania.
Knuckles over
So on
Sonic
the level select
fans.
screen, you can
I don't
choose
know
to
what to
play with
pick.
it.
Both are
Press C,
cool.
and it changes this little number. 00 is for Sonic and Tails, 01 is for Sonic alone, 02 is for Tails, and 03 is for Knuckles. What would happen if you forced
I don't know
the
about that
game to load the
video.
character in
He's
Sonic
much
04?
cooler. Yeah, he's cooler.
Using
Sonic's
this
faster.
action replay code, we can see there's no character that corresponds to this code, so the game
We're looking for like
freaks out and
history
loads into a
of
stage as
speedrun videos. We're looking for like,
Knuckles
you know,
object,
trivia
Sonic's palette,
with good
lines
editing.
icon, and spawn coordinates.
maybe some speedruns if
Some
they're
of this is
short.
Weird shit, and some levels are unbeatable without
We'll
the
see,
help of
though, I don't know.
debug Mode. If you're playing Sonic
Oh, 6
3
better than
alone, and by
Frontiers.
pausing when the signpost is spinning out of the back, you can catch a glimpse of blue Knuckles.
That would be a hot take for
Despite
sure.
Sonic fans having a long history of giving
I really
comic
like
swap
Frontiers.
dumb names, it doesn't actually look like Blue Knuckles has a special name. He's just called Blue Knuckles by everyone.
Blue
Oh,
Knuckles,
by
okay.
mistake, he actually does have a name.
That is kind of
It's
cursed.
Tails. He looks kind of cool in his super form.
Does it
though.
look like Knuckles
And
needed
weirdly,
power to
when
be
he reverts back
fast?
to normal, it
Nah, he
fits
can
into
just
the
punch
normal
real
habit.
hard.
Speaking of weird things happening
Which
with
is
the color
good.
palette after reverting from a super form, if you were to revert back to normal Sonic after going super hyper, then the next time you get 50 rings to transform, Sonic's palette will
Huh?
briefly glitch out. A number of
Yeah, he
items
turned,
in the
like,
game
green
share
for a
the same
second.
palette with Sonic and are therefore affected when he goes super. It's most noticeable with
What's
the
up,
blue
Anime? How you
Sparkle
doing?
Light. Did you notice that
Is
the
this
three
debug
blue
mode? I
pixels
think it
on
was,
Sonic's
yeah.
emblem on the tornado
I think it
also
was
share his palette
Jaru.
and therefore flash when he's super? Well, now you know. Another weird little thing that hardly anyone will notice is that when you're leaving the slot machine,
I'm doing
bonus
good, that's
stage
good.
is Knuckles.
I'm doing well too. I
While the
just
screen is
woke
fading
up.
out, there are a few
Didn't
blue
stop
frames
streaming
where
at
Knuckles
all.
transforms into red
I just kept
Sonic.
streaming
How embarrassing.
a loop
Boy,
of Plants
I heard
vs
somebody got
Zombies,
fired for that
and it
one.
worked.
Did you know you can kill Eggman in Launch
Zombies are
Base
dumb, but they
Zone?
have giants and the Zomboni has a lawnmower.
Maybe once before we
Yeah,
fly
how do they
away.
get on that
But if you're
lawnmower?
playing
There,
Sonic
zombies
and
are too
Tails, you can
smart
use
in
the
that
second
game.
controller to have Tails
It
hit
might
him
be the. I don't think it's a
256
prototype.
times, and then it'll
It could be
defeated.
though.
Then if you hit him again, he
Knuckles
pops
could
and
pull
an
up
animal
with
is
the
freed.
blicky in the hood. I can
Robot is
imagine
secretly a
that.
robot the whole time.
Oh, no.
Deplore confirmed. Also, pulling off this little glitch
Oh, no.
makes the level impossible
There we go.
to play later on, so you have to wait for a time over. You ever wonder what would happen if you beat Super Mecha Sonic as Sonic? Using debug mode, you can
Yeah,
take characters
kinda.
to levels they aren't normally able to visit,
Debug
even though
mode
sometimes
is
the
fun to
graphics
use, I
glitch out or
agree.
the level isn't beatable. Well, this is what happens
Oh yeah, I
when you
need to
use
make a
Sonic to beat
poll.
Knuckles'
I need to
final boss.
make a poll, guys. Give me a second.
Now check out what happens if we do it as Tails. You can also take Knuckles into Sonic's version of Sky Sanctuary for some classic Knuckles and Knuckles action. And if you want to see some really screwy palettes, try beating Doomsday Zone as Knuckles. In Sandopolis Zone,
I gotta use some
if you
emojis.
stand on one of these moving spiky pillars with an invincibility monitor, then when it wears off, you'll continue standing on it without getting harmed. You can even walk around on it. Something you might already know
poll is
that in addition
important.
to pushing these blocks regular style, you can actually push them with the spin dash. Nothing that special, except you can actually push them up the sandy slides with this technique. And when you reach the top, you'll switch to the pushing sprite, but in the wrong direction. Great stuff. This is the type of high quality content you're here to see. Let me take a moment to talk about the little animals in the classic Sonic games. In the first game, there were 7 different types of animals that could come out of Badniks. Pocky, Cucky, Pecky,
What?
Rocky, Picky, Flicky, and Ricky. Then Sonic 2 added
There we
these
go.
5 dudes.
This is a fancy poll.
Rocky, Mickey, Walkie,
On my way to
Pocky,
create
and
my
Becky.
vile imagined scenario. Wait a minute.
These new animals.
When you have finished around, you have a new plant you could use. Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
It's
they
kinda
decided
awesome.
to cut the fucking pig from the game.
Whoa, whoa,
Maybe
whoa.
this happened because he was sort of accidentally cut from Sonic 2 as well. I mean, he's technically in the
Easy
game
on the
data, but
language,
in
Cyber
the stage,
Shell.
He's programmed to appear in his Death Egg Zone, which has
Ricky
no
Roly.
backlinks, so you're literally never gonna see him in the course of regular play. What a poor, pathetic little useless piggy. Literally cut from Sonic 3. How embarrassing.
I vote the
Here's a
Chiefs
rare
win. Me too. I hope the
consistency I
Chiefs
don't know if
win.
you've ever noticed. In Sonic 3,
I hate
Knuckles,
Philadelphia.
when fighting a wall, Knuckles reverts to this pose whenever
Being
you're
from
not moving.
Pittsburgh, I'm
But in
just
Knuckles and Sonic 2,
hardwired
when
to
he stops fighting,
hate
he just
Philadelphia
stays on whatever the most
forever.
recent animation frame was.
Whoa,
Are you
whoa,
one of those
whoa.
people who wishes that Sonic
You
3
got too
still
much
used
dip
his
on your
Sonic 2
chip.
design?
I
What
like
if I
that
told you
saying.
that it still does, partially?
I wish I had
The animation
chips
for
and
using
dips.
the monkey bars and flying battery zone is clearly using a
I
modified
think I do
Sonic
actually.
2 sprite.
Got some
It's not hard
salsa.
to notice unless you're actually looking for it. But now that you've seen it, you'll never be able to unnotice it. You're
Dang.
welcome. Now let's talk about some interesting glitches that are only found in Sonic 3 alone. You're
Okay.
aware of the bonus stage, but let me tell you about the legendary Doyless stage.
The doyless stage. Let's go. Let's go.
Won't work. This is because you need to choose the 6th 2-player versus
Waffle House video.
stage.
Oh
When
yeah.
it's done,
Dum
it
dum
doesn't know
dum.
where to put you, so it just
That's
loads the bonus
that
stage
sound
again, but
effect.
This time the title card is corrupted, so it reads Doyless stage, and it just keeps looping forever until you manually quit. And for some reason, this glitches out the level select screen.
the doyless stage,
Absolutely
boys.
Incredible stuff. Here's something super weird. In Sonic 3 Knuckles, walking into the Blastoids in Hydra City Zone hurts you, as is to be expected.
Okay,
However, in Sonic
okay.
3 alone, you can simply walk into them and they'll explode. Here's
That's
one actually
weird.
Pretty well known.
I never knew that.
Hydra City mini boss, it plays the axial
Sometimes the
boss
zombies,
music
it's hard to
for some
beat.
reason.
When you get around the
If you
plant
allow
that can
yourself
kill
to
the
start
zombie.
drowning, then when you jump out of
True.
the water, it'll start playing the Sonic and Knuckles
Like the
mini boss
cactus.
music
Takes
instead.
out the balloons.
So this boss fight can potentially play 2 different songs, neither of which is the correct one. Normally when in super form you don't have access to your shield abilities, but in Sonic 3 if you're super and have the water shield, then holding the jump button when you hit the ground lets you actually bounce.
Huh?
It's a really cool glitch and I wish it wasn't fixed for Sonic
That's
3
like-
and Knuckles. At the end of Marble
It's like the
Garden
drop
Zone in
dash.
One, instead of running over
He
and
stomps
walking
them to
towards the
death.
boss fight, you can actually use the second controller to have Tails go destroy it off screen. Doing this will hard crash the game, so in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, they actually fix this little glitch by forcing the camera to pan to the right if this happens.
Really? That's crazy.
Perhaps one of the most infamous Sonic 3 alone glitches involves Tails in Ice Cap Zone.
That's a good
If you're playing as Tails, then when
glitch
you
fix,
reach the
too.
first slide area, you'll automatically die. This is because the vertical looping flag is actually set during Sonic's snowboard sequence and Tails skips that part, spawning at the bottom of the mountain. So is the stage unbeatable as Tails? Well, luckily there's an easy workaround. Touching the first checkpoint and dying to respawn the level, or simply entering the special stage and then leaving it will correctly set the looping flag, allowing you to continue.
That
You
stage
can
made
actually
me
see this
so
glitch
mad.
specifically mentioned on page
Everybody's like, I
27 of
love
the
Ice
US
Cap Zone.
manual, directly above the
But I
infamous
don't love Ice Cap
diabolical
Zone all that
bounce
much.
section. In the Ice Cap Zone and throughout the game, avoid having Tails get stuck in passageways or get caught in traps. Have Tails activate Star Post or enter into a special stage as quickly as possible. This one's incredibly specific and also very hard to notice, but I still feel like including it anyways.
I want to see it.
Insta-shield animation finishes after you land on the ground, then you won't be able to use it on the next jump for some reason.
I think I've had that happen to me before.
Now I can get to the part we've all been waiting
that
for.
sounds very familiar.
Right. It's time for the McDonald's Happy Meal toy section.
Polybius existed on 1991.
Selected to be a Happy Meal for McDonald's.
I existed in 1991.
But this Happy Meal deal ended up being one of the main reasons the
Why are there so many zombies? There's like a lot of them. Did the end boss make them or something? I think so. I think he was in control of the zombie army.
I remember feeling both happy and under pressure. Although Sonic 2
I had these toys, by the way.
We had to complete Sonic 3 before that campaign, and with far greater numbers. As a result, we had to divide Sonic 3 into 2 parts, which we regret. Also, let the record show that according to the Naka interview from 2004, it's canon that Sonic and his friends eat at McDonald's. So let's
really? Sonic eats at McDonald's?
5 Sonic toys that you could get with your Happy Meal.
My favorite was Robotnik. He was terrifying.
A little launcher, a wind-up Robotnik toy, a spinning Knuckles toy, and a
Brew?
flying Tails toy with a little pull string. I always thought it was kind of weird.
Look at Knuckles.
Around in a cloud like he was a Tasmanian devil or something, but I didn't really care as a kid. I was just happy to have a Knuckles toy.
Demon Dog roll toy.
Well known, designed specifically for children under 3. The only
I existed in 0000. What's up, Ninja?
Looking very closely at the
Here, let me spawn some stars.
Simply a yellow ball with Sonic on it. Nothing fancy, but it does technically count as the 5th toy of the set. And because hardly anybody bothered requesting this baby toy, it's by far the rarest. In America, the promotion ran from February 4th to March 3rd of 1994.
What happened to Knuckles?
The Tails toy was actually recalled due to a problem with the pull string. So when the promotion came to Canada,
he was traumatized.
Tails toy, they simply offered a ball with Tails printed on it instead. This isn't quite as rare as the Sonic ball because you didn't have to specifically request it.
The Tails ball? What kind of toy is that? That's not even a toy.
The promotion ran from January 27th to February 24th in 1995 in the United Kingdom. It took so long they actually dropped the Sonic 3 branding and just marketed them as Sonic toys.
Yeah.
After that, they actually received a completely different redesigned Tails toy. Instead of one that flies with a pull string, this one simply spun its tails.
That's dumb. The flying one was cooler. Tails just got sent flying. You might be a little behind on the stream.
Still pretty cool.
Jaru. Might want to refresh.
Reference to flying battery zone multiple times, which must have seriously confused some kids who actually bother to fill out
hey, what's up, Real?
Onto this disposable fast food bag. Later still, in June 1995, Japan finally received this.
Oh, you're good, Jaru. I think.
Interestingly, they simply cut out the Tails toy altogether. And even
yeah, summon bomb fall for my brethren.
Redesigned to better match Eggman's design. These Japanese Eggman versions
spawning
of the toy
more.
Are very rare and highly sought after among collectors. It's not as well known, but the Sonic toy also received a very slight redesign, mostly noticeable around his eyes. Okay, enough beating around the bush. Let's finally talk about the Sonic 3 prototype.
All right, we're talking about the prototype version now.
2019 is the finale of Hidden Palace's Sonic Month. Once again, every true Sonic fan will get down on their hands and knees and offer their praise to the godly DRX, the absolute fucking hero of the Sonic prototype, who has blessed us again, this time with the earliest prototype of Sonic 3 to ever be discovered. ROM header suggests this build is from October, and there are a number of interesting features and changes. Again, this won't be a complete list of every single difference, just a lot of the ones that I found.
Why at the end of the round there's a flag zombie, and why do they want to do that every time?
Runs across the screen and then it cuts to
dude, wait a minute. Sonic EXE really did run across. Look at that. That is Sonic EXE, bro. Look at this. Look at that. That is Sonic EXE. That's him. In the prototype.
Before the second half of the logo is drawn.
Watch your jet.
The title screen uses an incomplete looking render and it's not animated at all. Pressing start takes you directly to the level select, but you can press up, up, down, down, up, up to enable
the first encounter. It's canon, boys!
To activate debug mode for some reason.
Sonic EXE's canon.
Tracks 1, 3, 5, and 7.
I know, Jaru, but it's funny. It's funny to pretend. This is Origin. This is his origin. Yes.
The stage-specific gimmicks. When that happens, you'll just continue using whatever is
the Sonic 3 prototype. It was only a few years ago that got released.
Which looks pretty funny. There are a few new sprites which look kind of weird, like when Tails is carrying Sonic. Also, the shading on the HUD looks different from the final version. If you wait on the title screen, you can actually view a sort of
Dang, that got
version of
corrupted.
the surfboard intro, which is pretty radical. Interestingly, it seems
That
like they
animation
already
kinda
decided to scrap this
Throws me off a
intro.
little bit. Gives me the
Using some
hibbly
pro-action
giblies.
replay codes, you can enable an early version of the tornado cutscene instead. And this
What's
leads
with
into one
the
of most noticeable
with the
differences in
flicky
beta.
character?
This fucking Knuckles sprite.
Whoa!
Just look at it. He looks so weird.
Watch
He's
your
drawn in a
jet.
completely different style. He does this little hand gesture and then runs away at 1,000,000 miles per hour. I mean, honestly, this sprite
Sonic
doesn't
said
look that
"whoa" on the
bad.
windscreen.
It's just I'm so used to seeing the regular Knuckles
I think
sprite
every
that it just seems
time, every
weird to
round,
me.
the end boss is
And if
making a
that
mega
wasn't strange
suit.
enough, this
Oh yeah,
intro
that could be a
cutscene is the only part of
thing.
the beta that uses this
I'll be
sprite.
back. I gotta go to
The rest of the
class.
script
All
is
right,
all
ice
uses
cream. No,
final
no
version, so it
worries.
seems like they decided to move away from this style early on. So there are a number of
Stay
elements of this
hydrated,
beta that
guys.
are unfinished. When playing the game, you'll notice that there are no giant rings, even though all the hidden spots that are going to be placed are included. Similarly,
Hey.
you get stars to appear around a checkpoint if you have enough rings, but no matter how many times you jump, nothing will happen. Elemental shields are
Yo,
in the
we're at
game,
9
but
likes,
don't have
guys. We're at
special
9
properties
likes.
yet. They function just like regular shields. The graphics
Can
also
we
aren't
get to
rendered
10
properly.
likes?
The invincibility
I think we
sparkles
can,
don't display
easily.
correctly, rendering as broken game over letters or parts of whatever shield you had most recently. It's hard to put this
I'm
into
back,
words, but the
and
game
by
just
golly, you're still
feels
streaming.
janky
Yes,
as hell.
Tina, what's up?
You need to play it for yourself to really
How you
understand
doing?
what I mean. The collision is worse, like it's much more common to clip in a wall.
I kind of want to make a 24-hour streaming channel again.
Driver isn't finished yet, so sometimes sound effects just bug out and keep playing for way longer than they're supposed to. Also, collecting a 1-up causes
Might do it. I don't know. We'll see.
Some sound effects are just wrong, like the spin dash, and a lot of bosses have no
How's the
audio at
Hogwarts
all.
going?
Honestly, I'll do you a favor and spare you, but if you want to punish your ears, try playing this beta. Let's talk about the other playable character, Tails. You can play as different characters in this build.
Let's
by
cut on
having
with
different buttons
Tails.
on the title
What the
screen.
fox doing?
His slide ability is implemented, but it's still incomplete. For starters, he never gets tired, and his momentum is still a work in progress. He can also fly underwater instead of swimming for some reason.
That's
which means he
weird.
can carry Sonic underwater,
Flying
which is handy.
underwater?
However, if Tails gets
Look at
hit
that
while he's
Sonic
carrying,
animation when he's
just stuck
flying.
in the air. Also, AI Tails refuses to enter the water when he's
4 hours
joined
in and
again, like in
addicted to
Sonic
it.
2.
Nice.
Super Sonic still exists in this beta, however, as there's no way to obtain the Chaos Emeralds, the only way you can access him
That's
is by
cool.
using an S monitor placed in debug mode. There's nothing too special about his appearance, it's still just using the Sonic 2
Debug mode
sprite.
was such a good thing,
I still
guys.
haven't mentioned the most interesting part yet. Sonic doesn't have his Insta-Shield in this build. He actually has a different ability. This beta of Sonic 3 actually has a drop dash mechanic.
That's
The
sick.
same move that would appear 23 years later.
Nobody
in
knew
Sonic
about this
Mania.
until, like,
Well,
after
it's not
Sonic Mania
exactly the
released.
same. Instead of holding the jump button, you need to hold up. And it's a little finicky, it doesn't seem to work on every surface. According to Christian Whitehead, this was just an uncanny
Why is there fog on the Plants vs. Zombies map?
Think alike.
I don't like
And
the
as if that wasn't
fog.
interesting enough, there are some additional
It's no
unused
good.
abilities in the game data which can be re-enabled using some pro-action replay codes.
Yo,
The
Game
first is
Shark.
Air Dash ability, which can be activated with this code.
Air
This is a
Dash
pretty
in
fun
Sonic
ability to
3?
mess around with, although it's quite similar to the one they ended up using for Hypersonic in the final game. You can tell this is still a work in progress because it's super easy to make the camera totally freak out when using it. The second cut ability is much more interesting and unlike anything in the final game. Using these codes,
That's
you can
crazy.
access the
Sonic
ability
has a
to
ranged
fire
attack.
ring in the direction Sonic is facing by pressing B in the air. It even causes Sonic to uncurl and fly backwards a bit. The ring will destroy badniks and it even damages bosses.
Did you guys
Curiously,
know
you can
this?
also
This is
use
crazy.
thrown ring to collect rings too. If you press the C button, you'll actually shoot out 2 rings instead. This move doesn't actually cost any rings. You can even use it while you have 0. It's so weird to use, but it's actually kind of fun once you get the hang of it. The idea of a projectile
That's crazy.
character is really interesting. Alright, let's briefly touch on some of the differences in the
I agree, they
levels
should
of
make Sonic
Angel
Mania
Island.
2 with a projectile
So when you load into
character.
the level, you start standing in front of this weird-looking Knuckles. I still can't get over how fast he
Knock,
takes
knock,
off
it's
here.
Knuckles.
Although the funny thing is, there's no invisible wall or anything, so you can just walk past him when the level starts if you want, which causes him to glitch out. In fact, you can even walk left and die at the start of the stage, which is
What?
awesome. Interestingly, Tails does not spawn with you when the level
Pretty
starts.
funny.
In fact, early on, there's this scripted sequence where Tails flies down and you can jump into his arms and he'll carry you to the upper route. When he reaches his destination, he just sort of floats there in the air, waiting for you to jump down. A bit later on, he'll spawn normally and start following you. As someone who's played Sonic 3 a million times, it's incredibly jarring how the level layout is similar but slightly different. A hidden area near the start is missing, and so is one of the loops before the tree. There are
That would
quite
be
a few
cursed.
differences in the layout. A lot of the object
Honestly.
placements are totally different too. There's even a Robotnik monitor in the first level. There's also this weird falling log section that's much more extensive than in the final game.
I need to check out this beta.
Tails will crash the game, although in some emulators it just causes severe graphical glitches.
I could build a diamond suit. I guess he wasn't that rich yet, Scott.
A lot of the boss behavior in this beta
Is he in
not
Plants vs.
finalized
Zombies
yet.
2?
Also, if you jump when the bridge is destroyed,
Should I
like I always
post
do, you still get sent
Knuckles
to
with the
Hydra City
blicky
Zone right away
on the
with a
PBA
rip-off.
subreddit? Yes, please.
The striking
Yes.
difference in Hydra City Zone is that the background for Act
I'll be
1 is
waiting
totally
for it.
different, with a distinctive layer of green vegetation. Interestingly, this layer of green is still present
I'll be
in the
waiting
level
for
select
that.
icon in the final version. Unlike Angel Island, the level layout is actually the same as the final version, but the object placement is different, which actually changes the level more than you'd think. You can't destroy Blastoids by walking into them in this build, unfortunately. And in fact, when you do kill them, you
Okay.
bounce backwards with great force, which was very disorienting. The mini-boss is using the wrong underwater palette, and there's not an act transition after beating it, meaning you have to quit out and load Act 2
Polybius
from the level select.
Arcadia.
It's not actually used in the stage, it's only found in the game data, but there's this weird little version of the Turbo Spiker. Maybe this fly bastard wasn't going to be the only Hydra.
Knuckles with the blicky. I'm gonna post this.
Uses a different brick design during the wall
I'll put it
chase
on my
section,
community
which totally
post.
lacks any sort of sound effects.
Dang, his
The
shoes are
Knuckles cutscene is
gigantic.
extremely janky too, with him just
Hold on,
pressing
let me,
the button and then running through the wall. It's quite silly.
Let me post this
Just
on the
like Act 1,
screen.
There's no level transition after the boss. Once you open the castle,
Dang.
you're stuck and you have to select the next zone. Like Hydra City Zone, the level layout for Marble Garden is
You could like
finalized,
chill
but
here
not
for
the
a little bit, I
object layout.
reckon.
You also start the level running down the slope, not falling like in the final version. In this version, Tails can influence the spinning top, which can be an absolute nightmare. Also, the spinning
That's
tops
crazy.
don't despawn
But
after
yes,
you
this
jump
is
off them,
Knuckles with
which
the
is really
blicky.
strange. There's also this little spot in Act 2 where you
Man
can
got
see through
Tim's
the
on,
wall.
yeah.
The Act 2 boss is really glitchy, and you just die at the start when the ground is destroyed. It's a huge pain in the ass to try and fight him in this build.
Whee!
The most obvious
This is high quality
highlight is the music.
stream
It's
activity
actually
right
using
here.
The song from the PC version. Before this
Oh, the
beta
PC
came out,
version
everyone just assumed
song was
most
bad
was
on the
created for
PC, but
release to avoid the Michael Jackson licensing issues, but they were actually the original.
on the
tracks
Genesis
for
they were pretty
stages.
good.
I always thought they kind of sounded like shit on PC, but
That's
coming
true,
off the
they did.
Genesis, They actually sound way better. Take
Yep.
a listen.
Black Air Force activity. It is done. Yeah, that sounds way better. But yeah, that Knuckles, I gotta post that on the community tab. It's funny. Yeah, that sounds so much better on the Genesis. When you get a zombie's head off, it goes in the same way somehow. Okay, let me see here. Image. Downloads.
Still not as good as the final versions, though. Touching one of these spinning things as Tails will crash the game, probably because it's trying to load sprites that don't exist yet. The Act 1 boss arena has no walls, making it extremely easy to kill yourself if you go in at top speed. There's also, once again, no way to get to Act 2 without
One
going back to
moment.
the level select screen. The underwater palette is incorrect, although it does look kind of
For some reason, it doesn't autofill your
actually
name.
doesn't appear in Act 2 at all, which is weird because you just go through the level normally with no blackout
There we go.
flooding section. At the end of the act, you just fall down into his area with the teleporter. You have to use Tails or debug mode to actually
Posted.
get to the boss arena.
Knuckles
There's
with the
not even a
blicky.
capsule at the end of this zone. Next up is, of course, Flying Battery Zone. This zone
They
is
put these
very
on Origins, which I'm a little upset about. Yeah, the songs.
at all. Otherwise,
I agree.
it's
They
not
should have had the option to
act.
switch in the old
Act 1
songs
starts
with
with
the
these weird capsules and
original
non-functioning
songs,
spikes.
or the
Oddly
you
enough,
know
these aren't objects. They're actually baked into
the Michael
level layout.
Jackson version.
The background is
In a
different,
line
but
of
there's
3
a
useless
difference in
internet
how you use
questions,
the
what
select icon in the
ethnicity
final
would
Sonic
Tails
Racing
be
game.
IRL?
The entire stage is basically
He seems like a really nerdy white kid.
Present in the game data and can be placed with debug mode. The Act 1 boss is present
Like,
like normal.
that's probably what I think. I don't know.
Less complete, and although there's no giant
That's what I'm saying.
boss fight, you can find a fully functioning hangmobile. Once again, there's no act transition. Ice Cap Zone's not too different, really.
That's
Again,
my
the level
guess.
layout is nearly identical to the final. It's just the object layout that's different. The main difference is again the music. Sonic starts the level by running down the mountain instead of the snowboarding sequence. It's extremely easy to go way too fast and outrun the camera or even clip through the ground. There's also no water in Act 2, even though the platform still functions.
No water?
Without it. And the daytime palette is used for
I need
all
to get the
outdoor
Vine Boom
sections,
sound
which is
effect.
for Act 2.
Maybe I should do that, guys. Maybe you should.
Doesn't work once again. Launch Base actually uses a different color palette with a pink sky and dark green death egg. This palette is also seen in the final game save icon, which is kind of cool.
All right, let me
I actually
download
really
that.
like this aesthetic, even though I do understand why they changed it for the final version. After the Knuckles encounter in Act 1, the game doesn't allow you to continue, but you can use Tails to get
Downloaded.
boss, which has a weird gimmick where you can fall down a hole.
And I
and
have
stand
some
up above
bizarre
it.
labyrinth of
However,
files that I can't even remember where anything's at anymore.
The first boss at the end of Act 2 dies in one hit, probably for testing reasons. Knuckles is also standing on top of this weird thing instead of his usual platform.
Here we go.
And after this Knuckles encounter, the level just sort of stops.
Every day of school, the
next
adults are
boss
ready to
is
teach the
found within
kids.
game files, but
Do the
these are
adults,
just
they
straight up
chat or
doesn't
something
exist
like
in this
that. We should
build.
teach them this or that.
Unfortunately, that's all the
Hey,
actual playable
teacher,
levels.
leave them
Despite
kids
being available
alone.
to select, Mushroom Valley and Sandopolis cannot be loaded, and they unfortunately lack a lot of important data. If you try to load into Mushroom Valley, you just die instantly.
The words of Pink Floyd.
There's an object layout present, and an early version of the mini-boss in the game data. There's also some unused talent data.
There we
from
go.
Mushroom Valley
Vine Boom
found
has
in the
been
game
added
code.
to the Steam
Here's a
Stream
recreation
Deck,
of what it might have looked like.
not the Steam Deck.
Unfortunately, it's the same case for Sandopolis. It's basically identical to try and access it on the final version of Sonic 3, just unplayable garbage data. There is an early version of the Act 1 boss in the game data, which can be spawned through a little editing. Lava Reef is also one of those nothing stages that's
Let's
super
go.
glitchy if you try to force load into it. But by some
Thanks for
miracle,
hanging out with me
there's
today, by the
actually
way,
a lot of
guys.
Lava Reef data from an earlier build buried at the end
I
of the
quite
wall
like
for
the
some
idea
reason.
of a,
If the game's
you know,
actually loaded
non-stop
with leftover
stream,
data, then there's
and I
enough
just
to
come
basically
online, or I
restore
just come on the
version of
mic
Act
whenever
1
I'm
that's
here.
almost complete, although it doesn't have any
But I gotta
objects
figure out
specific
some way to do
data.
it better.
The layout is slightly different, but the most noticeable difference is how the level uses
AKA,
different
I might need a new
from the final
laptop.
version. Lava doesn't hurt the player yet, and the death egg in the background looks different. There's also no boss at the end. Now onto the bonus stages. Unfortunately, none of them are complete. If you try to load into any of them, you just fall down and die. The Gumball one doesn't even have any defined spheres.
Which,
loaded in the they're all just gray.
It'll be expensive.
The glowing spheres game is similarly incomplete.
That
but
looks
it
like
does use a
Master
different
Hand in a
wall
way.
graphic to the final game. The slot machine stage has the correct background, but it's not animated
Slot
yet.
machine's
The slot
broken,
machine has
boys.
basically been designed, it's just not functional yet. In the game data, you can actually find slightly different versions of the slot machine icons. They're actually a little more detailed than the final versions, which had to be changed.
Next year is my last year for high school. Let's go, ICS. You're almost
They're
there.
actually still just in the tech demo stage of
Something
development.
happened to the stream when I went to sleep. No, it was up. I just moved it over to this new one, so the previous one would archive.
You can control the movement of the spheres with the controllers, which is pretty cool. Special Stage 2 features a bunch of red spheres laid out in a grid formation, which forms a pseudo 3D effect that you can
Okay,
also move around with using the controllers.
Cinnamon. Wait.
Alright,
Since a beagle is a piece, bagel is a piece of bread, exactly like a donut, but without a hole. Is the donut the hole or the
I
bread?
look forward to all the memes asking me about a Sonic 4
Huh.
video, which I promise
A
you will
bagel.
never happen. Once again, I'd like to give a special thanks to these awesome people and websites. Check the description
Is
of
the
this video
donut
for
the
some
hole
links.
or the
And
bread?
Super special thanks to my wonderful patrons
I would
who
say
appreciate
it is
all of
the
these people.
bread for no real particular reason. Alright. That was a good video. I'm going to clip that up. I'm going to chop it up real quick, guys. So, give me just a split second here. Whenever I chop up a video, that means I'm just going to clip it, the entire thing, and release it later as a real video. PB Reacts. Cyber Shells. Sonic 3 bonus video. but I'm gonna unlist it for a while. It's called a donut ball. I'd call it a donut ball. So the hole is a no factor in a donut. I don't know. I think that the donut is a very particular thing. I think you need the hole, actually. I think you need the hole for a donut. Cybershell has this other video. How the Sonic 3 tasks. Well, how long is it? An hour? It's quite a while. Obsolete tasks. Let's see. Is this a good one? Actually, New Game Plus? What? What's she talking about? I'm looking for a shorter one. Then why is it bread and not the whole? I don't know, it's hard. You should watch Max Or's MGR Revengeance vid. Huh. New Game Plus tasks? I've never... Wait, I don't even know what that is. Oh, okay. That's kind of long for an uncommentated video. It's pretty entertaining. I would like something that isn't super dry for right now. Let's see this. I can have that one in my back pocket. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Incorrect summary of Metal Gear Rising. Is this the one? Part 1? It's only 19 minutes. It lagged. Okay.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is not a word in the dictionary. It's also one of my favorite games, besides Genshin Impact. Created as a spin-off
What?
to critically acclaimed Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns
Brew?
of the Pirates. We are cast
Guns
as
of the
Ryan,
Pirates.
whose resume involves fighting the Illuminati and a bisexual vampire, trading off slow stealth
Vamp.
conference calls of an unspecified
Yeah, you know what they say.
action gameplay, unique cutting mechanics, and the stupidest plot of any game since the last one. You know, the one where Headache Kajinga
I'm outta here.
in a microwave, now caught in a worldwide conspiracy headed by
That's what Sonic CD Sonic says.
States. It's up to us to stop Senator Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from becoming black, fight
What?
dinosaurs controlled by orphans, and
What?
fight a series of extremely
See you, Scott.
online YouTube personas 4, such as Jack Bezos, the Nintendo Virtual Boy, and Markiplier. I'm gonna come find you.
Markiplier.
To
What?
the tune of a hardcore rock soundtrack made by the world-famous Toontown Online composer for the express purpose
Oh yeah,
of
that is true.
of
That is true.
To complete our
I learned
journey,
about
we will
that.
have to resort to unrestricted brutality, cutting and slicing
See you
our
later,
enemies,
Scott. Thanks for
ancient
stopping by.
side chop in between philosophy about the nature of conflict, the morality of separating families the hard way, and memes. They made Twitter into a plot point. So if any of that interests you,
Jack and Bezos shows up.
we dive headlong into the wonderful madness of Metal Gear Rising.
Alright, should I not do it? Should I not do it? I want to watch a Cybershell video. There. Yeah. Okay. Let's watch Operation Soda Steel.
The year was 2008, and on a certain GameFAQs spin-off board, one user had decided to undertake a daring heist.
This one is great.
Epitaph Philip, or just Philip for short, posted a thread titled, "My dream is becoming a reality. Operation Soda Steel." He shared some concept art drawn in
2008.
paint in order to demonstrate the plan. As you can see, it's a bold design that's elegant in its simplicity. While on the outside you would appear as an ordinary patron just filling up your cup with soda, in reality the soda had done gone down the tube into a discreet container located in the backpack. And Philip was almost done.
Alright, Henrik, no worries. I'll check it out.
He shows off the cup with the tube sticking out of the bottom as well as the actual container itself. He writes, "Check it out. The inner venting tube extends out to become the straw. Genius engineering. Actually, I don't think the vent tube is very necessary at all.
This
But
is
it's
a great
cool
video
idea.
though. I was
tested it in the shower and it worked
watching
pretty
this,
well.
not
I ran
live,
out of hot
not while the
glue
thread
and
was
so there were
going,
some
but
small leaks.
During this time, I heard all about this legend of the internet.
I might record it. Taco Bell never know what hit him. Many people were quite amused by this concept. Some rightfully pointed out that this was a lot of effort just for several dollars worth of soda. Why can't you
It's true.
just buy soda? It'd be different if somehow you could do this with
I mean,
gas
it's
or
the
like
principle, man.
gold or something. Soda is inexpensive. I mean, don't get me wrong. The concept and idea rock my balls. However, he explained, it's not about the soda. I probably won't even drink half of it. It's the accomplishment.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
the
saying.
fun. In fact, there was actually another reason why he had no choice but to pull off a stunt like this. I'm sure you're aware that in 2004, PepsiCo released a Mountain Dew flavor
Oh, that part.
Taco Bell
Okay,
that's
okay.
known as Baja Blast.
I guess it's not too
Nowadays,
bad.
everybody knows that they've had limited run
YouTubers have gotten away with much worse.
The US and Canada. But back in 2008, the
Maybe I'll
only possible
bring that
way to
back
get
later.
Baja Blast was at a Taco Bell location, which needless to say is absolutely
I might give it a try anyway.
Degree. In a way, this could be seen as an act of rebellion against an unjust system. I believe you could easily argue that in this scenario, stealing Baja Blast would be
Maxor got away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Plus, this one isn't really monetized. It's just donos only.
Others echoed this sentiment.
And he made the joke. True.
TC better fucking fill it up with Baja Blast.
And here we go. Cybershell is dropping the F-bomb, which is whatever.
I'll get the Baja Blast.
I don't care too much anymore if
despite the iconic
videos swear.
art, a backpack
Like Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul
gravity-related
sucks.
flow issues. He instead planned to utilize a shoulder
Logan Paul's a
strap duffel
scammer.
bag approach. He also began answering questions from other users. When asked about the cup part, he explained that he planned to buy a large drink at the restaurant in order to avoid suspicion. Then he'll switch it out with the rigged cup system when nobody's looking. Someone asks if he's concerned that it'll look suspicious just standing at the soda fountain filling up the same cup for like 10 minutes straight.
Nobody would care. In all reality, nobody would care at all.
And he also might make multiple trips instead of doing it all at once. User Duct Tape Avenger says, I recommend you pick a time where the restaurant is nearly empty. And a restaurant
Those workers aren't paid enough to care.
By the employees. Hard to find, but I can think of a few. Thanks, DTA. Very cool. Many people began offering engineering advice. Tycaro suggests creating an implement which could puncture the bottom of a cup instead of bringing in an already rigged up one.
Oh, I didn't send out a thing for this in Discord, did I?
Falling in from the top of the tank would noisily splash down and make the soda flat, so they brainstormed some alternate designs. Tilted Driveway points out that this particular design wouldn't work since the tube at the bottom would create pressure as the tank is filled up. Matt Johnson Extreme theorizes that using some kind of ramp could prevent the soda from going flat. Much theory crafting and MS painting ensues while people wait for an update from Philip. The next day he posts letting people know that he's still working on the contraption, that he appreciates all the feedback and general enthusiasm. He posts another update the following day discussing his work on the project. However, he decides he needs a better container, as the one
Okay,
he's
there we
working
go.
with right
Got it
now
out to
isn't
Discord.
airtight around the seal. A couple days later, he posts a picture of the new container and tube system.
That's an ingenious plan. I know. Look at this. Look at this system.
He ended up removing the vent that was running through the transfer tube since it restricted the flow of liquid too much, opting for a separate small tube on the top of the container.
Oh, dang.
He also found an
500.
appropriately sized bag in order to conceal it. Moreover, he stated, no guarantees, but I might try it tonight with a friend. He once again reiterates that, I'm well aware doing this for the sole purpose of getting soda is a dumb idea.
More
That's why I'm
stars.
not only doing it for that reason. It's a fun project and will be a good story to tell. Not to mention it provides entertainment for all of you guys.
More
People wait
stars.
patiently for a couple hours when finally he returns. Fucking did it. I'm gonna upload the video now. I'm not gonna spoil any results. I filmed it with
I
my
should make the
shitty
stars
webcam.
into
It's in 3 separate
demonetization
parts. I'm not
icons.
gonna edit anything out or anything.
I
Just
can't.
upload
I'm
them
able to
raw.
do that.
Oh yeah, and I should note the filming is really shaky at parts. I felt sort of weird holding a camera recording everything, so at parts I put it down by my side to make it look less obvious. Yes, he explains that he was actually not the one who collected the soda from the machine. He was hanging back recording the video for the internet while he had recruited his friend to wear the contraption and get the Baja Blast. About an hour after returning, he posts a mega upload link containing the raw footage.
Oh yeah, mega upload.
Immediately he is showered with praise from the community. People were very impressed that he actually delivered on this insane premise. Even I chimed in with some insightful commentary. Wow, this topic is mega awesome. When someone asks if the employees said anything,
It's
he
impressive,
explains
though.
That, and I know this is going to be hard to believe, the minimum wage Taco Bell employees didn't really give a shit or pay attention to him at all. The next morning, he posts an update about the status of the soda. The container is 2.5 gallons, so I think it's safe to say we collected about 2 gallons. As of this morning, it's still a little fizz left, but it's definitely
Dude, you
not
couldn't
flat.
steal that much soda and have it not go bad. It would go bad so fast.
But unfortunately, and believe me, it really pains me to say this, I can't.
Once it leaves the soda
I'll be
machine,
mega uploaders down
it has
now.
a shelf
Sadly,
life.
I am almost certain that this raw footage simply does not
Like a
exist
very short
anywhere on
one.
the internet anymore. And I promise you, I was extremely
But it
thorough
is
in
the
my
idea
search.
that counts.
It probably still does exist.
Y'all
somewhere
got
on
paid, you're
someone's
welcome.
ancient hard drive. And I watched it back in the day, so I can 100% promise you it did
you go.
exist. But I can't show you the raw footage of the event.
More stars.
However, user Navy Greg cut the raw footage down into one short 4
Okay, but it's
megabyte
free
video,
soda. Also,
which was
I'm
also
not
distributed
opposed to
through
removing the
Groundhog
fizz.
Club.
The fizz is my
Thankfully,
favorite.
This video does still exist. The editing is kind of strange.
I shouldn't be
between the
drinking
aftermath
soda
of the
anymore,
event
though.
itself,
I wouldn't do
and it
this.
deliberately avoids showing the bagman's face, so it's a little jumpy at times. But here it is, in all its 240p, 4 megabyte glory.
Here we go.
See where to start. The cup. Can I have your drink?
The fizz go hurty throaty.
I think. The cup. Extra large Taco Bell cup we got beforehand. Put this fucker in here.
Look at that
Dilute
contraption.
it. You can see it comes out the bottom.
Brilliant.
Then add this tube, which then goes through the sleeve of the jacket.
He's doing it. The Mad Lad's doing it.
That's the side bag.
Yeah, this is the Baja Heist. Ugh. Waddle K is best. I think Classic's best. Yeah, you can see the cord, but the employees don't care. I wouldn't care.
Light, bring it out.
Nobody is paid enough to care. But welcome, Ugg. Welcome, Ugg.
Holy shit. That is a lot of Baja.
Dang, dude. Imagine. This is probably like one of the best memories this guy's ever had. It would have been for mine. Like, this is ingenious. What's up, ICS? Welcome back.
People privileged enough to enjoy Baja Blast in the confines of my own home.
Dang, dude.
Wow, incredible stuff. Many people asked him if he planned on uploading his accomplishment to YouTube. This is what he had to say about the matter. I'm still
Diary
considering
30.
that. I
Brew?
really want to, because obviously I want to share it with the world. Plus it's easier to view. But on the other hand, I'm a little scared of getting caught. Then again, it would be hard to track me down based on only what I look like. It's pretty tame, really. It's hard to imagine someone taking the effort to track me down because I stole like $1 worth of soda. Or what, like $20 even.
That's what
counting
I'm saying.
markup. Or it's arguably not even illegal at all, considering there are free refills, and I mean, it's possible that someone could even drink that much soda in one sitting if they wanted to.
It's Phoenix Wright, bro.
So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it too far-fetched that anything bad happens to me / anyone even cares? Soon after that, he posted, I've decided I am going to put it on YouTube, but a better edited version, and a clear disclaimer stating I don't condone stealing. It technically isn't stealing, arguably, and emphasizing the purpose being a fun project.
Arguably.
However, due to events that would soon transpire, he would never actually end up
It's a
uploading
sad
the video to
story.
YouTube.
I don't want sad, I want funny, I want ridiculous. Mostly video game related right now, though.
Video was already uploaded onto fucking collegehumor.com of all places.
Dang,
Looks like I
that's
just got
like
ripped
that's
off.
the real
Yet
heist.
some fucking guy called Steve just went ahead and re-uploaded it without even asking, with the incorrect title of Operation Baja Blast as well.
Yeah,
I
they got
might
the
add.
wrong name.
Apparently the jackasses
It's
over on
Operation
College
Soda Steal,
Humor had a
too.
somewhat negative reaction to it, although I can't find any of the comments archived. This whole experience gave Philip second thoughts about uploading the video to YouTube, and ultimately he never did. Thanks a lot, Steve. you
I could agree with that,
fucking
Henrik. Dang.
Despite this, apparently the video did receive a fair amount of views on College Humor over the years, even inspiring a copycat incident in 2011. On YouTube, you can find some guy made a video called Operation Baja Blast 2, where he and his friends perform a similar caper.
What?
However, their setup involves
I didn't know there was a
directly filling
sequel.
empty 2-liter bottles. This guy directly cites the original video as an inspiration in the description, so clearly it had some fans. However, as the college humor site is now defunct, I was afraid this video would be lost to the sands of time. However, there exists one re-upload of it from some random account in 2016 called Re-Upped for Justice with the description, "I did not create this video, I only re-uploaded it." Here's a direct, personal message to you specifically, the person watching this video.
Oh,
If you
us?
see an
Okay.
internet video you really like and you theoretically might want to watch it again someday, you should download it. Don't just assume it'll be there forever, that somebody else will do it. Anything can be taken down at any time for any
Yeah,
reason.
he's right. He's
The only
right.
guarantee you'll ever be able to watch
He's
something
right, you should
again is
download
if
whatever.
You literally have it backed up to your hard drive.
No, real. I
You
was.
don't know how to download YouTube.
Turtle Wow's way
Don't
better,
worry,
in my
it's
opinion.
simple. Just go
Even
to
if I did have a Headless Horseman mount.
www.google.com and figure it out. Man,
Oh,
what a
wow.
ride it's been. Thank you for indulging me
Okay.
in listening to this tale, even though I haven't been an active member of the Do community since 2007. I mean, after
Do
experiencing the
community?
Halo 3 game fuel, it was just impossible to go back to drinking regular piss-flavored default Dew. But Baja
Oh, wow.
Blast is pretty good too. A few years back, they
Dang.
almost made it a permanent flavor. However, in what was easily the most contentious election of the year, they held Decision 2016, where it narrowly lost out to Mountain Dew Pitch Black, which doesn't even make any sense because Pitch Black fucking sucks compared to Baja Blast.
I never had
As
Pitch
clearly
Black. It looks
evidenced by the
cursed,
fact
man.
They already discontinued it as a permanent flavor, so there's no doubt that election was rigged. But
True.
don't worry, gang. Thanks to exclusive information,
That was a rigged
from the
election.
Dew Drinker
For
Discord,
Mountain
we
Dew.
have confirmation that Baja Blast
It's
will
just so
be returning to
YouTube
store shelves
is
this
aware.
summer. And there will be some new upcoming seasonal flavors such as Baja Flash and Baja Punch.
Baja
and new
Punch?
movie tie-in
Sounds
flavors
kind of
like
based.
Riddler's Brew.
Riddler's
So in
Brew?
a way, this is
Rizzler's
considered the
Brew,
good end of this
guys.
story.
Rizzler's Brew.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Cyber Shell. Thank you for that one. Great video. Great caper. Best legend of the old internet. I'm gonna chop this one up, guys. Well, give me a second. Let me chop this one up. Okay, I'm going too far. Operation Soda Steel. Here it is. There we go. Chopped up. Next one. What do we got? The most obscure Sonic 2 sprite. Or the weird humans of Sonic Adventure. I'm thinking, let's hit this one. Add to queue. Let's watch this. And then directly after, we'll watch the weird humans of Sonic
Today I want to
Adventure.
talk about a little oddity in Sonic 2 that I've never really seen anyone else bring up. Before we begin, let me clarify that I'm talking about the final released version of the game. This isn't beta
What do you think about the new
content.
PepsiCo Soda
Specifically, it's the
Starry? It's just another
animation
7-Up
Sonic is
wannabe.
balancing near the edge of a platform that I want to take a look at.
I've not seen
So let me
Starry.
set the stage for you real quick. In Sonic 1, this is how it worked. If you were too
That might
close
not
to the edge
be
of
in
the
America
platform,
yet.
Sonic would
By the
go
way,
into
Star Wars
a
Jedi Academy
two-frame
movie
balancing
battles mod
animation.
is just like
It's a
Battlefront 2
simple
with
but
better
effective way to
duels.
give him some character.
Sounds cool.
It might seem like this is the standard for 2D
Jedi
platforms,
Academy's
to have some
awesome.
kind of ledge animation like this, but it's not like they were obligated to include it.
When
or
it comes to
anything. It's just a
Ubisoft
nice little
Forces,
touch.
you sign
You
up
can tell
to
they
the
really wanted
website
Sonic
to
to be
play
expressive
any of
and
their
use some fun
games, even for
animation before
offline
that.
games that require you to have an
Anyways, that
Ubisoft
simple
account to
two-frame
play them.
animation was the entirety of the balancing feature in the first game, but they actually greatly
Ubisoft
expanded this
sucks.
feature in the sequel.
It is
In
not
Sonic 2,
based.
there are 3 distinct balancing animations that can play. The first is this standard balancing animation that plays when you get too close to the edge. However, this animation only plays when you're facing the ledge. If you're facing away from the edge, then you instead
Okay.
get this balancing animation.
That's kind of
If you
strange.
get even closer to the edge, then it will instead play this panicked balancing animation where he's swinging his arms and it looks like he's about to fall off. This will only play when you're extremely close to the edge, and it doesn't matter if you're facing left or right.
Not saw it yet.
If
I
you're
want to
this close
know
the
how
edge,
you
it will
guys think
automatically
it'll be
play this
received by the
panicked
masses.
animation.
Another
This
7-Up
detail will be
wannabe.
important in a moment, so keep it in mind. So
let me
that's it,
look.
right? There are 3 balancing states.
Pepsi
Every Sonic 2
Starry.
fan knows that. But what if I told you It was
Oh,
actually
this
a
looks
fourth
kind of
balancing stage. You
eye-catching.
might have actually
I'd
seen
try it. I would
before,
try
but you
this.
probably didn't notice because
Whenever
for
it comes
whatever
out, I will
reason,
try
it lasts
Starry.
for one frame. This is actually
I'm
a special
enthusiastic
transitionary stage, which can only be
as
seen
an
under very
American.
specific circumstances. So here's what you have to do. Get close enough to the edge to trigger
I like the
panic
color
balancing
scheme.
animation. Then take a small
Lemon
step
lime.
back. It has to be an extremely small step because you need to stay in the range that will trigger the panicked balancing animation. So use incredibly light taps of the
My mom
D-pad.
said I had 20 more
If you
minutes.
do
Let's
this correctly,
go.
You can see this right in
Hype.
just a frame. Wow.
Ponders!
Oh, what's the matter? You can't perceive something that only exists for a 60th of a second? I'll slow it down
What?
for you. This is what it looks like, and well, I might as well just freeze frame it for you too.
Phoenix Uprising forced me to make an account even when I wanted to press
like it
do
should be in a
later.
sprite
Swing
comic
back
or
to the main
something.
menu. You need an account.
So what the hell is the deal with this animation?
Phoenix
It seems like
Uprising.
maybe they wanted
Never
to have
played
some
that,
kind of
but I heard
visual
about it.
indicator that Sonic was turning to face the edge when the panic
Cyber
balancing
Shield sure
animation
does
was
like to
activated,
swear a lot,
but the
but
actions needed to trigger it are so specific.
Or
and it's
unhyped
for such a brief
if it was
moment that it's
unrestricted
incredibly hard to
before.
notice. Maybe originally it was meant to last for more than 1/16th of a second, so you could,
True.
actually see it. But that's just speculation on my part.
it depends
What
on how
exactly
you look
is
at
the
it.
purpose of having a sprite for such a specific scenario? Like, if you're close enough to the edge to trigger the panicked animation, then your next move is probably going to be to
I'm going to
actually
play and
move
watch
away
this
from the
video.
edge,
Let's
not move
go.
backwards by 2 pixels by tapping the D-pad.
Welcome to the stream,
However,
Scott.
To be fair, there technically are some other ways to trigger it. Like, for
Welcome to the
example,
Polybius
Casino Nitro
Nation.
pushed off by one of these
What should I
blue
call
balls
my
facing away from the
my
edge also
Polybius
causes
army?
animation.
I don't want to call it army because BTS has an army, and I don't want to. I don't want to tango with that army. I'd lose. Let's be honest. But eventually, I want to win that army or win that
in the comments, so please don't go bother them about it. It's not listed anywhere on the
war.
cutting room floor, which, okay, to be fair, it's not actually cut content since it's in the final game, so I guess I'll let that one slide. But here's one that surprised me. It's not even in the 2013 Christian Whitehead remake of the game, which means it probably won't be in Sonic Origins too.
Christian Whitehead was the guy who made Sonic Mania. A true lad in Chad.
Slightly different mechanics for the balancing on a ledge animation. Unlike the Genesis version, the panicked
Poly
balancing
Squad.
animation does not override the
I don't know. I think
backwards
Squad
balancing
is
animation. You can freely swap between them.
is a
You can
little
also see this
too
demonstrated
overused
how
these
being pushed
days.
off the edge by a block like this won't turn you around and have you falling with the panicked animation as it does.
I don't
in
know if it
Genesis.
rings.
I'm so terribly sorry that I have to do this, Christian, but
I'm
due to
thinking
this
too.
the oversight of forgetting to include the incredibly specific
PB and J's, my J's. I don't know if that would work either. PB and his J's.
Unplayable. It pains me to do this, but what can I say? I'm a man who values
That sounds
authenticity.
probably way worse than
Anyways, I know
Poly
this is
Squad,
kind of a
honestly.
short video, but I just really wanted to raise awareness for this poor, forgotten sprite before it's completely lost in the sands of time. It's not like this is a brand new discovery. Like, if you go looking around for other Sonic 2 sprite sheets, you can find some that have this sprite on it. But apart from this one YouTube video and the aforementioned,
I actually get a lot of inspiration from Cybershell to make videos. The Hitman video for Earthbound was kind of like a video styled after this.
So if you know
He's just talking about a literal sprite.
Feel free to share
That's
in the
it.
comments. Hey, have you ever heard of this game called Sonic Adventure?
Libby
I personally
boys.
love this game, but regardless of what you think about
Boy,
it, you
Libby
have to admit
boys.
it's an
I don't
extremely
know.
ambitious game. Maybe a
Imagine
little
they
too
show
ambitious
Sonic
for its
4 on
own
here
good at
too.
times. After Sonic
On here,
3 announced,
LOL.
Takashi Iizuka reportedly
There
wanted
is a
to
Sonic
develop
4
a
video, I
Sonic
think. We should
RPG
watch
as the
it.
next major title. Although eventually the project would take shape as a platformer, this desire to make an RPG could be seen in the final product's heavy emphasis on
Yeah, they really
story.
did want to make a
I
Sonic
believe one
RPG, and they
remnant of this
did.
initial RPG inspiration can be seen in the many human NPCs
But it was
you can
bad.
talk
It
to
was
throughout the
bad.
game.
Especially the music was
There's
terrible.
honestly a surprising amount of dialogue written for these characters.
Hold on. Let me grab
I
it.
feel like the vast
Something.
majority of people who play this game won't even bother talking to any of them, and most of the people who do will probably only talk to a handful of them once or twice. But most of these NPCs have new lines after basically every single stage and story event. There are even entire subplots that go on during the background of the main game, some of which deal with some pretty strange subject matter like gambling addiction and infidelity. That's why I decided to create a new speedrun category, NPC%. In addition to beating the game like normal, you also have to talk to every single person every time their dialogue updates. The dialogue isn't all just fluff. Some of it is actually semi-useful in that it can point you in the right direction. Hey, I saw the coolest pair of shoes. Supposed to make you feel lighter than air, but they're hidden in a secret spot. They'd be perfect for you, Sonic, if you can find them. What the fuck, dude? Just tell me where they are.
Okay, I'm back.
Kids love to go on little treasure hunts.
This video is wild.
A weird pair of shoes in the sewer. I told him to put them back and he ran outside.
What?
Ah, enlightening.
More like Sonic
sure,
Tedious
they get
Glitchy
hit, but here's the
Adventures
thing.
06
When you get
coming
stuck in
never.
Sonic Adventure, you're not gonna walk around
You're
talking
right.
to the NPCs hoping for esoteric clues. You're just gonna go touch the dedicated hint orb that will tell you exactly where to go.
Yeah, that hint orb
The
is
NPCs
invaluable.
literally exist purely for flavor. They're all completely
You can't replace
optional,
that hint
which is
orb.
why I absolutely love these guys. They go a long way towards making Station Square feel like a real city. So yeah, I just
This is
wanted to
why I
make a
like
video
Sonic
talking
Adventure
about
1,
some of my
man.
favorites. What,
It
you
had a
got
lot of
problem with that?
soul.
There actually aren't that many people total. In fact, in pre-release screenshots, you can actually see there were a lot more NPCs walking around. Presumably they had to be cut for hardware-related limitations. Or maybe they just didn't want to write dialogue for all these different
That's all the
people.
names I could think of.
We can't
Hold on,
do
hold on.
anything without sponsors. If our sponsors quit, we're done. What are you, a fucking YouTuber? You have to
Dang.
say something like, today's video is sponsored by NordVPN.
Bro?
Let's say hypothetically you live in a certain country and your favorite YouTuber uploads a video, but it's region blocked, even though they didn't do anything wrong,
NordVPN.
except use a bunch of copyrighted material.
Guys, should
Well,
we
using
watch
NordVPN,
should
you
we
can
watch
change
the
the
sponsored
location
parts or should we
problem
just skip
solved.
over them?
I mean, listen, you don't want to be
What
one
do
of
you
those
guys
guys
think?
who pays for Netflix and then never even checks
I
out the
won't watch
selections they have
Raid
for
Shadow
other countries.
Legends.
You're basically voluntarily scamming yourself at that point.
Skip.
Trust me, I've seen the way
Okay.
the internet is heading, and you're gonna have to start using a VPN eventually. In the description, is it true use? Because
I
it's
should
the
get
spiky
sponsor
blue
block on
one.
this thing.
Also, the logo reminds me of Ice Cap Zone. Okay, back to the video. Hey, it's Sonic. Is it true you saved the entire world? What's happening with Angel Island? Something kind of interesting about this kid's dialogue is that in the early
Okay,
English
sponsor
script found
block
in the
is
E3
on.
trial version, he explicitly makes reference to both the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic
Let me
CD.
refresh the page.
For
We're
whatever
at
reason, they decided to remove the
378 or yeah, 80.
Hey,
357.
have you ever heard of this game called Sonic Adventure World?
There we go.
What's happening with Angel Island? Something kind of interesting about this kid's dialogue is that in the
Skip
early
their
English script found in
uneducational.
the E3
True.
trial version, he explicitly makes reference to both the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Guys, I
and
got
Sonic
lunch up
CD.
here ready to
For
go.
whatever reason, they decided
nice.
to remove the Little Planet reference during localization, which is kind of odd. There's this guy who works at the train station who's constantly miserable, which is actually foreshadowing how the train workers go on strike later. It's a cute little in-universe reason for them to temporarily disable the train for story purposes. People around town will even comment on it, and there's some fun dialogue if you talk to the workers on strike as Gamma. This one guy is fucking stoked he doesn't have to go to
Dang.
work. Eventually they work things out, and this dude doesn't seem to hate his life so much, which is nice.
Dang.
The other guy seems pretty
I'd be
bummed,
stoced
though.
too. I'd just be streaming all day
NPC
if I
is the
didn't have to go to
newsstand
work.
lady who usually has a newspaper
Nah.
commenting on what's happened recently or giving hints about what to do next. You can even find her outside the newsstand on occasion. I hate sunsets. I hate the stars. What the fuck is this guy's problem?
What? Yeah, what
You
is his
find what you're
problem?
looking for? I found myself by inquiring within.
What?
Froggy, where are you?
Big
One
the
of the
cat.
more well-known NPCs in the game is this kid, Mr. Know-It-All. He provides gameplay tips and is responsible for this infamous line. Oh, and don't worry if the view suddenly changes. It does that sometimes. Great. He also provides the in-universe explanation as to why Big isn't allowed to fish at the coast in Station Square. Apparently the waters here are protected as part of a preserve.
Wow.
That's another aspect I love about these NPCs. They offer canonical explanations.
Big
for
the
weird
cat.
shit. Hey, why hasn't anybody moved this stone? Well, apparently the authorities are running an investigation into it, and it's so creepy looking that nobody wants to touch it.
Wait, hold
Incredible
on.
Stuff. Like the reason Gamma
Very
has to
small,
remove the
unrefined
stone on his
list.
pedestal, even after Sonic and
Arcadians,
Tails unlocked it, because this guy moved the
Polybunch,
stone out of the cave. Even has
Polybiuses,
dialogue if you talk to him with the stone.
Polybinguses,
Similarly, as Sonic or Tails,
Gringos
this guy
Pirates
takes
of the
you found stone
Arcadia.
and will have altered dialogue if you talk to him with it. And even
Pirates of the
unique
Arcadia
dialogue
sounds
can come
kinda
later
awesome,
when we
though.
meet Ice Stone. To protect our rights as
I don't think I have
workers, we're
anything
thinking
pirate-related
about
going on, though.
strike. But it's a secret. I take pride in being able to keep my mouth shut. I can keep a secret no matter what.
I'm trying. I'll keep thinking. I'll keep thinking on
So
it.
there's this poor kid whose mom is clearly addicted to gambling. I go to the
Gringos.
casino every night. You can find the kid
The
crying
eye patch
outside
in the
casino
short.
alone
That's
at night.
true.
The next day you can find her denying it.
I could
much
pull
to
up
the
with a
dismay of her
pirate ship.
son.
That eye patch.
Later you can find her going there again. Oh no, as soon as the sun sets, I just automatically head this
It does
way.
need some
It's not my fault,
representation.
my feet have a mind of their own.
Maybe
Later you
something
can find
Metal
her
Gear
lamenting her
related.
gambling
'Cause
losses.
that's kind of what it was going for.
Okay,
Like
that's
Solid
it, I
Snake is
swear,
the
I'm
eye
never going
patch.
in that casino again.
I'm gonna turn this down
How
just
many
a
times
tad.
have I said that before? My mom has been pretty
It is
sad
iconic.
since yesterday.
It's
I'm
true.
pretty blue too. Maybe this subplot will end with her finally learning to value her son
Also,
over
no-
never mind.
If the
But
volume
subplot
is
that
ever
always struck me
wonky,
as
just
the
let me know.
strangest Was this dude who was cheating on these two girls? Even other NPCs will comment on it. What do you think I should say? I saw your boyfriend.
Yeah, this
with
guy
another
is
girl,
unfiltered.
perhaps?
I like
No, I can't say that,
Cybershell.
Can I? Eventually he ends up getting caught, which leads to this amusing scene by the poolside. Can you believe it? He was seeing another girl. I can't believe this. I don't understand why you two are so angry. Try to relax, okay? Absolute
Wow.
Fucking laugh.
Wow.
Typically, you'd expect this shit to have a happy ending of some sort because it's a kid's game.
Poly
but some of these
bake.
conversations are weirdly bleak.
I don't know about that
expect
one.
Too much. If you've got high expectations, you'll just be that much more disappointed. It's not that I thought you were so great. I was just so lonely. I could not stand being alone. Jesus. My favorite subplot that develops
Big
over the
time
course of the game has got to be
demonetization.
This shy burger girl. She's got a crush on the guy who works at the burger shop. Over the course of the game, she slowly manages to approach him, eventually managing to work her way inside the burger
I
shop.
like these icons,
Although she's
dude.
still too shy to say anything to him. She just ends up eating a burger and leaving. Always thought this was a fun subplot to check in on over the course of the game. There's even a cute little resolution where she ends up getting a job working there.
Are you a Morrowind enjoyer?
Although some subplots have
I never really
lost
played
significant
Morrowind.
endings, like the search expedition.
know it's
ended up getting
huge.
Cancelled. These guys were specifically sent into the jungle to look for the ruins, and they couldn't.
I
Find
tried
them, so
playing it,
rather
but
packing up and going home.
Whenever I
Later,
did back in those
couldn't find the
days,
ruins
it
in the
was
jungle.
too.
Maybe these guys don't deserve a happy
The
ending.
compatibility layer
Like I
within
said
Windows
earlier,
wasn't
there's
having it.
interesting
I haven't tried it since.
character-specific dialogue. Like for example, you find a
Aren't
lot
they
of these guys
remaking
who wanted
Morrowind
dating
with the
in
Skyrim engine? Like
I've heard
some
more than enough
fans.
about how great Sonic is.
Question: Is Ninjago girl just God looking down at us?
Find out the dude who owns this building is scared
I
of
don't.
frogs.
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's it. I'm telling you. I don't know anything about any creature that ribbits.
That's how I
and
see that
pops.
emoji.
My favorite is talking to people as Gamma. Sometimes people are absolutely terrified of you. Sometimes they just think you're wearing a costume. Some of them just don't seem to give a fuck either way. There's some pretty funny stuff. One thing I always love.
There's an amazing animation that adapts an AI voice of Dagoth It's called Dagoth meets Argonian Neverian. Funniest in the world.
Sonic and Tails
I
are
probably
equal
wouldn't get it.
snooze. Those guys are good friends.
One day.
aren't they? Sure, kid.
Didn't I see
I gotta get a list of Morrowind mods because,
Yeah, it's called the Master Emerald, dude. I think protecting it is supposed to be
you
your
know, that'd
job.
probably be a nice.
Obviously,
way
most
to
of
play
the
it.
NPCs are around Station Square. However, there are a few explorers in the Mystic Ruins who have some amusing dialogue. What's with the big gusts of wind inside that cave? Guess I'll call it Windy Cave. 10,000
Wow.
IQ over here.
Okay.
That's Tails' house on top of the hill.
He's telling that to Tails,
Yeah, I
bro.
know. I
Why?
found a Chow Garden in the Mystic Ruins. It's on the other side of this cave. But don't tell anybody else, okay? Why not? What are you doing to those Chow? Hey, I got a letter from my folks. Great. They want me to stop acting so childish.
Better
and come
faces, better
home.
bodies. At least so
Parents
NPCs didn't
just
look like
don't get it.
Half-Life
Then
1.
do what I want. See, this guy
Yeah, I'd put
gets it.
some like
Also,
improvements
some of
on
their
there.
dialogue helps
I don't know, I'd probably
elucidate
just
the
go
fact
to
that this
what
gigantic
Nexus
mountain is
mods.com
actually
or
Angel
whatever,
Island, which might
and
seem
see what the
obvious to
top
some,
voted
but I've
are.
seen other people confused about this
But I
in the
don't know, I'm
past.
pretty excited about
The last place where you can get some interesting dialogue
a
from
possible
NPCs
fan
is the
remake.
Echidna City in the
Might have to
default
check that out, actually,
flashbacks. Most of them
after-
are just walking around
after
using
this.
the same script
See
for
what
all the
news is-
stories. However, there are
came
a
out
few
with it.
stationary Echidna which have dialogue that
Morrowind,
change depending on the character, which reveals
something
a
like
little more
that.
background info on the tribe and Tikal's grandmother, which is neat. Sometimes the flashback will put you in front of the altar, so you actually have to deliberately turn around and go into the city to hear this. Some of the shit these Echidnas say
What
is
the
weird
heck?
as hell.
Yeah, Tina.
Is this life a dream, or is it reality? I think, therefore I am. I like fighting. Actually, I love fighting. I've never been scared of anything my whole life. Is there anyone or anything capable of making me feel scared? Some of the dialogue in this game is pretty hard to see under normal circumstances.
It's kind of wacky dialogue. There's a
After the
lot of
whistle launch
dialogue in
lets
this
loose
game.
Tails, the game immediately puts you in the next action stage. You have to manually quit out of the stage in order to see this lovely dialogue from the people of Station Square, terrified for their lives. A huge missile is heading for Station
That's
Square.
crazy. Why do they skip?
We're all gonna die.
Oh, wow.
If I'm gonna die, I might as well spend all the money I've been saving. Whoops, I already spent it all. I'm cleaned out. Tails, you gotta
Rip.
save Station Square. No thanks. There's even dialogue in Station Square in Supersonic's story, even though there's literally no reason to go there. There's some subtle foreshadowing by the hotel manager talking about how he expects the place to fill up soon. Also, this guy. My wonderful building will last forever.
Chaos
Love this
destroyed everything,
walk
bro.
around hub areas and talk to humans formula only makes an appearance in 3 Sonic games total. Sonic Adventure, Sonic 06, and Sonic Unleashed. It's super weird because I think these later 2 games both offer perfect examples of how to do it right and wrong. Maybe it's just because this shit was so low poly, but I really didn't mind the humans in Sonic Adventure. However,
Yeah, the Sonic Adventure humans were okay, because they didn't look... They looked like little pegs from the board game Life, you know what I mean?
Just a background element, but they decided to make Sonic's relationship with the human character one of the central elements of the
I would be
game.
looking up.
But I think the more Pixar-esque, exaggerated style of Unleashed worked fine. It
Those
also
were
didn't have any
fine,
super
but
important human characters. The most we got was Professor
these were
Pickle.
still the best,
The human
I think.
characters are really just there to help flesh out the setting and give some flavor to the world. When it comes to funny dialogue from these 2 games, honestly, they both deserve their own individual deep dives. There's a lot to unpack. 06 may have given us Luppy Luppy, but
Sonic
also gave
Man.
us Sonic Man. When it comes to Sonic interacting with humans as a central premise, the other 2 main pieces of media that come to mind are Sonic X and the Sonic movie. Sonic X was originally going to take place in a world populated with animal characters as seen in the pilot, but at some point they decided to change the premise to Sonic and friends getting teleported to Earth. Over the years, I've seen a lot of people say they wish we got a series like the one shown in the pilot, but I think that's just
Still
mostly
never
because
seen
they wanted
Sonic
the series
X.
without Chris
I don't
Thorndyke.
think I ever will.
The movie was another take on the Sonic Comes to Earth premise, but I think it was handled a lot
Maybe I'll
better.
watch an
The
abridged
idea
thing.
of Sonic being a freaky alien who has to live in hiding was a lot better realized than in Sonic X. I think the movie is proof you can do a good
Guess
Sonic and human
blind
storyline if
people
you
are
want
lucky
to.
they
It's
can
all about
say, I can't
execution.
remember. It's a little
So,
foggy.
what the hell happened to the humans in Sonic
Huh?
games? They haven't been seen since Unleashed. If Forces and the IDW comic are anything to go by,
Oh,
humans
yeah,
have been
from your
completely
last
phased
message.
out in favor of these Sonic Worldians. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
they-
humans
those
are
Sonic
necessary for
Worldians
the
gotta
Sonic
go.
story or anything.
They gotta
I just
go.
don't see why they can't coexist. I'll never understand why they banned the humans immediately after they finally got it right in Unleashed. And even if you're not a fan of the human characters, that's totally fine. But I mean, you can never truly remove humans from the series because, you know, Eggman is a fucking human. Plus, humans are a pretty important part of
True.
Shadow's backstory.
Unless they get rid of Eggman.
According to the head of Sonic Team,
Well, they never will, though.
Takashi Iizuka, the Sonic series takes place across 2 worlds, although various people at Sega have given differing interpretations as to what exactly that means, like 2 planets or just 2 societies or what. My absolute favorite example of how weird Sega is with mandates about Sonic is their current stance on money, as in,
Huh?
it doesn't exist. Ian Flynn,
What?
lead writer of the IDW comic, explained in an episode of his podcast, The Bumblecast, that they were explicitly told not to use money of any kind in the comic. This was also confirmed by Tyson Hess on Twitter, who was specifically told not to use money of any kind in the YouTube shorts. He also confirmed this even extends to the idea of using rings as currency. There are so many strange things about this decision from Sonic Team. I mean, for starters, money has been shown to exist numerous times throughout the series. One of the most iconic reoccurring staples of the series is the casino stages, which
Yeah, why is there a
predicated on the
casino and they're
idea of
trying to
money
pretend
existing,
no
right?
money exists
And
in
on
this
top of that,
game?
there's
That makes no
literally a character
sense.
Who's obsessed with money, like that's his main personality gimmick. As if this mandate wasn't weird enough, they don't even bother following it in the 2 most recent games that have come out. So what gives? They just arbitrarily decide when you are.
Hey,
or
what's
aren't
up,
allowed
Juan?
to
How you
use money.
doing?
There can be
I'm doing
money
well.
in the games, but not in the comics or shows. Or maybe Vector still loves money, even though it doesn't exist in his world. He just really likes the idea of it.
What?
Honestly, it's not like the idea of money is absolutely crucial to the ability to tell a good Sonic story either. It's just I completely fail to understand the reasoning behind it. Like, why? What's the point? I mean, think about it. Try to imagine a world with no money. You can't. It's impossible. I know this might sound crazy, but Sega needs to hire a Sonic fact checker to make sure this kind
Very
of thing
well.
doesn't
That's good.
happen.
It's
Just
good to
some kind of
hear.
huge Sonic nerd who can make sure things are consistent, you know? And that someone should be me.
It's a good day so
The
far for
salary should be
everybody.
$1 million a year. Sorry, I kind of veered off into a tangent at the end there, but nobody would have watched this video if it was called A Treatise on Humans and World Building in Sonic the Hedgehog, Show Me the Money.
I'd play
A
it.
super special thanks to my patient patrons for putting up with all my bullshit.
All right, that was the video for Cybershell's The Weird Humans of Sonic Adventure.
There are 5 different levels.
Hold on, let me chop that up real quick, guys. Let me chop that up and we'll find another one to watch. Yeah, so many demonetizations. Cybershell's a demonetization frenzy, truthfully. All right. This one's a longer one, so it's going to take me a minute. What was that one called?
Hey,
The Weird
have you-
Humans of Sonic Adventure. Let me copy paste that. PB Arcadia. No, PB Reacts. Put that in the back pocket as unlisted. Okay. Let's watch some Summoning Salt. There has to be a good one. How about one on Mega Man? That's an hour and 30. Wow. There's nothing. I lose. Let's see what he has. Oh, dude. Wii Sports Resort. Okay, wait, not Wii Sports. Just regular Wii. Not Resort. Okay. Here we go. Let's spill salt too while we're at it. Alright, this is perfect, guys. This will coincide with the Super Bowl, although there's no football in this game. No good name suggestions, no creativities, and no what,
single
bro?
platform video game of all time. Chances are you've played it,
What you talking about?
and if you have, you probably think it doesn't lend itself well to speedrunning. Most games have a clear objective: go from start to finish as fast as possible.
True.
How do you do that in Wii Sports?
That's the
I
question.
made a
Everybody's
video
asking,
about
what's
Wii
up, Blue
Sports
Yosh?
for Golf a while back. Imagine the precision and skill involved with speed golf multiplied by 5 sports. Here's
Wii
the story
Sports.
of the gamers who've done it. This is the history of Wii Sports World Records.
Brew? I don't even know that meme. I don't know that meme. I don't think I want to know. All right. Hey, hey, sport.
The
We
biggest
gotta talk
speedrun
about something
category
sport.
in Wii Sports is called All Sports. It
All
involves
Sports,
winning a
All
game
Might?
in each of the 5 sports consecutively. That means winning a game of tennis, winning a game of baseball, completing 10 frames of bowling, playing 3 holes of golf, and beating a boxer. You have to play them in order, and since there's no other option, you have to use motion controls.
Oof. Okay.
Now, Wii Sports came out in 2006.
Motion controls.
But serious runs didn't get started until close to
I
a
got it in
decade.
2006.
In
They came out
2014 and 2015,
based.
runs clocking in between 10 and 12 minutes were completed by Plied823, RSR, and Nate 9000. But as is so often the case, videos either no longer exist or are in very poor quality. So
Yeah, because it was
we have to go to
2006.
July 2015 to get our
Nobody
first
had any
watch
kind of
report
recording software.
on 9:45.
Barely.
By the mid 2000s internet.
Oh, I
culture
see,
released
Nocturnal, I see.
There were 5 sports for Nate to get through. The first one was actually the simplest: tennis. Your opponents are picked based on your skill level. At level 0, you'll get Miyu and Matt, who barely.
Miyu
know
and
each
Matt,
other.
okay.
You have to get 4 points to win. So Nate tried to just end each rally as quickly as possible.
These guys are on
By
it.
serving at the very top of your throw, you'll hit the ball harder and
Yeah.
make it tougher for the opponent to
Yeah.
return it.
That was
This
Wii Sports
had
in a
about
nutshell.
5-frame window, or a
We gotta
6
talk about
second.
something sport. Mom's leaving me
So,
for another
Nate did
man.
that
Do you want to
4
go with her or
times
stay
and
with
helped his opponent
here and
lose.
get ice cream? Ice cream!
If they returned it, he just hit it across the court to quickly end the rally. It took him only 25 seconds to win the game and exit back to the
Feel
menu.
free to clip that.
And that's pretty much all there is to tennis and Wii Sports speedrunning. You can lose a bit of time from returns, but even those only cost a couple of seconds. However, the next sport is way more involved than the simple rallies at tennis. It was time for Nate to play some baseball.
Hey, baseball, national pastime.
The most important thing to know here is that if a team's ever up by 5 or more runs after an inning, the game ends right there from the mercy rule.
Oof.
So the idea is that you want to get 5 runs as fast as possible in the top half of the inning, then get 3 outs in the bottom half, and have the game end after just 1 inning. Hopefully Rob Manfred's not getting any ideas.
Question,
However,
is cheating
getting
a
an
little bit
optimal
allowed?
baseball
How so?
is way easier said than done. When batting, there was no real strategy. Just swing at good pitches and pray you get hits.
I'm actually gonna mess this sandwich up too soon. I might just eat it right here.
From there,
On a test. Oh, not a relationship, by the way, on a test. Oh, yeah, I mean, do what you gotta do to get by at school.
Some bad luck for Akira.
That's for sure.
But there was nothing lucky about the 3-run shot.
Don't sweat it.
That made it 5 runs for Nate. But he still needed to get out twice more to end the
You're
inning.
gonna graduate soon anyway.
So he just struck out twice on purpose.
Oh yeah, this sandwich
Fastballs
looked
that made
good. Looks good.
Zito
They didn't
look
use
like
enough
those are
Italian
battle
dressing on it though. I'm mad.
For
Upset.
pitching, you obviously want to get 3 outs without giving up any hits or
No
runs.
worries, I have my own
But there's a lot more to it than that.
bottle of my own
What
Italian
you
dressing.
ultimately want to do is turn into Mark
There we
Burley.
go.
There's a foolish
Thank you,
YouTuber
Aldi.
who has a video if you want to know more about him. But essentially what it means is you want to induce weak contact for easy outs, and not strike people out.
There's a
Strikeouts
BS
always
rule of
take
thumb that I
at
can't
least 3
mash into my
pitches, while a
stupid
ball
thick
is played
skull.
for an out could be done in just 1
What
pitch.
rule of thumb?
The problem, of course, is you have little to no control as to whether the
Was
batter
that
will swing
Luigi?
or not. So you
Hey,
have to make
Mario,
pitches that are
I
good
got a
enough to not
Subway
be
sub.
barreled, but not so good that they just swing and miss. And of course, get super.
It's not Subway. It's actually
Nate wasn't so
from
fortunate.
Sheets.
His first batter stared at 3 straight strikes.
All right, I'm gonna take a
His
few bites. I'll be right
second
back.
Well, hit it there. His third batter struck out on an ephus before he finally got out of the inning on a ground out. Not the ideal baseball split, but there were still 3 sports to go. Next up was bowling. The strategy here was a bit more straightforward. The more strikes you throw, the better, since strikes only involve throwing the ball once per frame instead of twice. There exist setups to get a strike nearly every time, but they're all pretty slow, so Nate just threw it as fast as he could. He only managed 2 strikes, before intentionally missing on frame 10 to avoid the third throw. However, his shots
By the
were
way,
all fast
when I do
enough
an
that it
auto
was still a
stream,
decent split.
I think I'm gonna put a pinned
Now,
up message
it was
called
time for sport number 4.
Polybius getting the milk mode.
There are 9 holes playable in Wii Sports, but to count
While I'm
for an
sleeping.
all-sports run, all you needed to do was the 3 in beginner mode, or
Polybius
either
is
of the
currently
other
getting the
full
milk.
options. And then, it was time to play some speed golf. You line up for each shot as quickly as you can go, then hit it and hope for the best. There's not much time to think. You just line up and go. There's one key difference between golf and Wii Sports.
That sounds like a
and
pretty
Wii Sports
crazy
in Resort,
polynomial
you get an
division.
incredible shot, one that either lands
I wouldn't be
near
able to
or in the hole
remember it
from a
either.
long distance away. You'll get a replay that loses time. However, that mechanic is not present in the original Wii Sports. So, anything is game. The better shots you can make, the more time you'll save. Nate tried to take advantage of this on hole 1, but his second shot landed over the hole. His first putt was wide left, so he had to take a par. Hole 2 was much of the same, with his initial shot going beyond the hole, then needing 2 more shots to get it in. And on hole 3, despite the crowd
The sleep
getting excited,
milk. Slumber milk.
Nate once again was unable to get under par. That made it 3 pars on 3 holes from Nate, which doesn't sound great, but keep in mind, he was against the constant pressure of needing to aim each shot as quickly as possible. And finally, the last sport is boxing. You want to ensure your Mii is ranked low to get an easy opponent, like Marco, then just go ham on him until they're down, and hope they stay down. If you punch in a rhythm, aiming for a nice 15 frame window on each punch, you'll be landing.
I've never heard
critical
something
hits that
solid
do
say
more
the phrase
damage.
"go ham."
If all goes well, you'll be able to avoid getting
Funny.
punched at all and knock your opponent down quickly. Hopefully they'll stay down and won't get up. It's not known exactly what causes them to stay down, but it seems to be a combination of knocking them down quickly, not getting hit yourself, and some luck. And that's exactly what happened to Nate. This was the first ever sub 10 minute run of Wii Sports. There were some highlights, like a very smooth boxing match and the fast start he had to baseball. But of course, the large number of strikeouts and overall slow bowling and golf sections meant there was some big room for improvement. Nate knew this, and just 2 weeks later, he lowered it another 19 seconds. His golfing was particularly improved in this run, getting 3 birdies instead of 3 pars and not missing putts, which made up most of the time save. So, 9:26 was the new time to beat, and it would stand for over 2 years. It wasn't a particularly optimized record or anything. It was just one of those dry spells that speed games sometimes go through. But in June 2017, the Wii Series Discord server was created, which helped spark more popularity in running the game. In August, a player named Mr. Jimmy Steele 25 joined, and within hours, said he had beaten Nate's record with a 9:16. We'll get to this run in a moment, but there's something else important to discuss. When Jimmy started up his game of baseball, this cutscene played first. Now, most of you who have played Wii Sports before are probably familiar with it, but I guarantee there's a small subset of you who, despite having played the game before, have never seen this cutscene. And there's a reason for that. See, when Wii Sports was released in 2006, it was bundled with every Wii console sold. Europe,
Okay, I'm back.
and most other regions of the world had the same.
That was a good
version of the
sandwich.
game. However,
How you
for
doing,
a few
chat?
months after its release, the version of Wii Sports that was sold in North America was actually an early version of the game. The community calls it 1.00, and it omits certain features present in 1.01, the version sold everywhere else in the world. The 2 most important features are both in baseball.
For some dumb reason, that
First,
math
the cutscene
equation
you just saw,
exists.
which wastes about 5 seconds and
Or
can't be skipped, isn't
Polynomial
present in
division.
1.01.
I don't know what to even call that, but
Second,
I'm sorry, you
whenever
have to
someone
memorize it.
points out, an animation plays in 1.01 of them throwing
Wii Sports is nostalgia on the
which
Wii.
wastes
It's true.
about 0.7 seconds.
First game on the Wii.
This animation doesn't play in 1.00. That means that for a typical all-sports run, playing on the early version of the game is hugely advantageous, as it'll save you close to 10 seconds over playing on 1.01. Now,
I mean,
when Wii
that's
Sports was
pretty big for a
released in
speedrun.
North America in July
Pretty huge.
2007 to promote the new remote jacket, they updated it to 1.01 to match the rest of the world. The cutscene and the animations were added back.
I had 1.0.
So, this optimal speedrun version of the game can only be found on North
That's
American
only one of the
copies
first of
within
3
the first
processes
9
I need to
months
do
of its
to
release.
solve it once.
Any copy from the next 10 years
Man, screw
is
math,
a
man.
slower, updated version. That
I
means
hate
that
math.
even though Wii Sports is one of the best-selling games
It's the
of all
lamest
time,
thing.
this early
It's good when other
version
people
is
do it though,
quite
not
rare.
me.
It's estimated that only about 1 in every 20 copies of the game is 1.00, or 1 in every 10 North American copies. There's an easy
Okay.
way to check if your copy is 1.00. If it's a North American copy and the title screen says 2006, then it's 1.00. If it says 2006-2007 and the Wii Remote has a jacket on it, then it's not the early version.
Oh,
Jimmy was
I think I have the
playing on
early version
1.01,
still.
He lost some pretty significant time in baseball.
I mean,
from
no, like,
version
stupid
differences.
math.
However, he had a smart strategy to use while batting.
That stuff is old to me.
Once he got his 5
It's true.
runs, instead of striking out on purpose, he bunted for a quick
I
ground out.
basically
This took
was
far
like
fewer
16.
pitches
No,
than strikeouts,
yeah, I was
but
16
it's
when this
tough to
game came out.
perfectly angle your bat to bunt the ball where you want it to go. On the pitching side, Jimmy was nearly perfect. A strike, then a ground out to short, a ground out to first, then a soft comebacker. A 4-pitch inning. The rest of his run was up and down.
I love how they look
getting
at the
2
camera
strikes
after
and
they're
bowling
done doing
and a birdie
anything
for
on the
golf.
baseball game.
Next
That
up
creeps
was
me out.
Micro,
It's funny.
who set a 9:15 just days after Jimmy's 9:16. He has a pretty big internet presence nowadays, but back then he had just a few hundred followers.
Huh.
Now, Nycro's world record run was solid. and
That was the
all,
most devious look
particularly
ever.
all
It's true.
three- all 3 birdies. However, the highlight
They're trying
of the
to
run
intimidate
was
us.
his batting. He had 1 run in, but 2 outs. He still needed 4 more runs. And with a ground ball hit at the second baseman, it wasn't looking good. But then,
Huh? Okay.
Drop that yes.
Single, no.
3 errors. The odds in that happening were 1 in 1,000.
Wow.
Nycro's 9:15 would stand for a few months, before being beaten by Alaska XP2 in
The Wii
January
characters.
2018.
Yeah.
Alaska had an interesting skill set. He was particularly good at bowling and golf. In bowling, he managed to hit 7 strikes without carefully lining up. And in golf, he had more experience than most thanks to his golf runs in Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. He managed birdies on holes 1 and 2, and thanks to a beautiful second shot on hole 3, he got an eagle there. However, Alaska struggled mightily with boxing, losing 9 seconds from missed
What?
critical hits.
Who's he
Still,
fighting?
it was good enough
Jesus.
for a 904. 6 months later,
What's up, Scott? Welcome.
Nycro would come back to snag another record, 901. Once again, it was an up and down run. His baseball was quite
Yeah, I remember
fast,
this guy from
with
the other
5 quick runs
speedrun
while
we
batting
watched.
and
I think it was
no base
Metroid.
runners while pitching. However, his 1 strike in bowling paled in comparison, and let's just say his golf hole
I've watched this already.
wasn't ideal.
I think I
Run
have
had
too,
good
but I haven't
moments,
really paid
and it
attention
had
this
bad
closely.
moments.
You were the best
You've seen
YouTuber.
that
Thanks,
man
Scott.
set records at this point.
Was fake.
And you can
What?
probably tell that this up and
For
down
real?
nature was typical for Wii Sports. Outside of tennis, any of the other 4 sports can cause massive time swings. In baseball, you've got to deal with batting and pitching. Both are extremely random and can literally cause minutes of time loss. With bowling, a good game versus a bad one costs up to 30 seconds. In
Okay.
golf,
Pretty
each
big
missed
deal.
shot can cost 10 seconds. And
What games do I
across 3
play?
holes, that really adds up.
Pokemon.
And in boxing,
I've been playing a lot of
missing
Pokemon lately.
critical hits can lose a dozen seconds or more. This game wasn't like your traditional speedrun, where you can optimize it and eventually
Matt
grind
is
down
watching
the
us.
split. No, the time swings in Wii Sports were different. They were more random and far harder to control. The record was 901, and with everything listed before going in the right direction, it could potentially go way lower, into the 8s or further. But the odds in having all those time
It's like
swings
a
go
Punch
your way,
Out RNG.
it just wasn't realistic. Well, unless Alaska had anything to say about it.
Alaska.
In the second half of 2018, Alaska would embark on a push to take the all-sports record to the 8-minute
It's
range and
bonk.
beyond. He certainly had the credentials to get it there, but the issues of before still remained. Getting all 5 sports to line up properly was just too difficult.
Too
He was
difficult?
gonna need some help. And over the next few months, that's exactly what he got. One new strategy he used was expanding the scope of bunting. Players had been bunting for a quick out for months, but if you very carefully angle your Wii Remote slightly
No
more
skill?
forward, you could potentially bunt for singles as well. The margin between bunting for a hit and bunting for an out was razor thin, but with a lot of practice, you can fairly reliably bunt it to third for a hit. So now, Alaska could theoretically bunt 4 times to load the bases and score a run, then hit a grand slam, then bunt 3 more times for outs. It could still go wrong, but there was potential for a really fast batting split. Now for bowling. The days of games with just
Bowling,
2
my
or 3
favorite,
strikes
everybody's favorite.
had to be in the past.
Ug's favorite for sure.
Alaska was going to shoot for more like 6 or 7 strikes in a good game. The record at the time, Nycro's 901, had only 1
Maybe not
strike.
after his marathon stream
Alaska
though.
could easily save 20 seconds over that. He was already quite good at bowling strikes, but with more experience, he could save the time more reliably. In golf, Alaska began using an impressive-looking strategy to save a few seconds. The driver chip.
Huh?
Similar to
That's
a chip
nice.
used in Wii Sports Resort.
It's a nice
The flag on the
hole
green
in
acts as a
one.
wall
Well, not
when
really
the golf
one.
ball hits it. If you're able to use a driver
one that I
chip
saw,
to hit
though.
your ball into it, it can fall straight down and enter the hole,
Hey,
saving time over having to slowly put it in or get it closer to the hole.
would you rather live the
Now,
rest
the
of your
driver
life in
chip
complete
may
solitude or
seem
live
super
streaming your entire
precise,
life to the
but there's
sky?
actually a setup on hole 2 to get it nearly every time.
Probably live
By
stream my
hitting it
entire
first
life.
shot into the bunker, you can then line up with the flag and pull out your
Solitude
driver.
would be too
By
sad.
swinging as hard
I'd
as
go
you can,
nuts.
The game will automatically hook the ball to the right at just the correct angle and speed to hit the flag. And finally, there was boxing. This was the sport that Alaska struggled with the most. There wasn't any particular new strategy he had to use here.
Solitude,
Just had
says
to
Ninja.
improve at it. Get better at timing the criticals, avoid getting punched himself, and ensure that his
So
opponent
everyone
had no real
could
chance
see
of
everything
winning.
you do just by looking
Over
upwards.
time, he did get better, but it was still a battle.
So only you're saying
With
I'm
all
only
this,
streaming if I look
a
up?
sub 9-minute run was definitely possible. But was a sub 8 realistic too? It would take a miracle run, but it could be done. Alaska quickly began seeing results. He got an 8:43 on July 22nd, and then an 8:30 on August 15th.
Seems like a good time.
His bowling and
8:30.
pitching were great, but his batting was far from perfect, and he missed a putt on hole 1. There was still a long way to go. And then came September 29th.
Because if so, if all I had to do was look up and stream my, what's in the sky, that'd be cool. I would get UFO sightings on stream faster than anybody else. No, everything you do is live streamed in the atmosphere of the Earth. Is the Oh no, are you serious? You telling me the sky is literally a big screen? And everything I do... Oh my goodness, that would be terrifying. People would think I'm like a deity or something.
Still
Let's
a
do
record
it.
by 4 seconds. What happened? Well, it
Let's
was
scare the
god
masses.
of boxing. His batting was
I would do that one, yeah.
with 4 bunt singles, a grand slam, and 3 bunt outs. His pitching was solid, with 2 strikeouts and a 1 pitch out. He hit 4 strikes while bowling, and in golf, got a birdie, a driver chip birdie, and an eagle. It was sub-8 pace.
I would just do the most insane stuff. Like put a metal pot on my head and just start banging it with a hammer. Start like dancing around. People would go nuts. People would just go insane.
About half a minute he could save on boxing alone. This sub-8 grind had to continue. He had come close once. He just had to do it again.
Yeah, I can extort them too. Send money to Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh my god.
Specifically this place. P.O. Box.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go.
8-12 run. It's getting closer to sub 8.
Oh my god. Please. Dude. Don't fucking get up. Don't you fucking dare.
Dang.
Oh my god. Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I've done it! I've fucking done it! Oh my god, dude!
A legendary
Dang.
run. Alaska's
754?
had finally come true.
Yeah, but also they might get suspicious when they see you do menial tasks like, I don't know, go shopping. Are you really gonna shower? Oh, sheesh. Yeah, that's...
In golf,
That would be,
a boxing where his opponent stayed down. It all
I don't know, I have to think about that.
754, the first sub-8 in the history of Wii Sports.
Yes.
This run firmly cemented Alaska at the top. Nobody was really close to him. Second place was more than 30 seconds behind. And 754 continued to stay on top. People got a little
Alaska.
closer, but
I live
there
in
wasn't
solitude,
much need to.
TBH.
They
Guess
had
you
to
could become a
replicate
monk.
what Alaska did and find
A
somewhere
monk
to
of your
save
own
time.
mind.
After 18 months of this, it was clear. There was only one person up to the task
Could do that.
of beating Alaska.
I don't know if
That
I'd do it. I don't know.
Was Alaska.
Let's go!
In May 2020,
Cozy shed in the
Alaska
woods.
beat his own record by
That is
8
nice.
seconds. Most of the time save came while batting. He avoided a missed bunt that he
But I
had
want to
on
have
goal.
parties in that shed.
Other than that, it was
Let's
nearly
go.
a 6-pitch inning, 6 strikes. and
That way, I don't think I could be in solitude.
He had found a way to just eke out the time he needed. Many more months passed.
I can never go
and
back
his
to Wendy's again.
746 remained alone at the top. At this point, he had held the record for about 2.5
Shed
years.
life good.
That's significant for a popular game like Wii Sports.
I would say so.
But by early 2021, he
I'm patting my
finally
cat
had some
right
close
now.
competition. 2 players had achieved sub-8s of their own.
She's like
One was Sphere Cube,
all up on my
and the
business.
other was Paul in the Mall. Sphere Cube's personal best was 740, just 2 seconds behind Alaska. But
My
on
grades went
February
up
16th,
in civic
he had a run
democracy.
within striking distance
Is
of
it
the
no
record
longer an
going
F?
into golf.
So just kind of be big bad in the sky. I think I'd still do that. I would still try and like shower though, somehow.
It saved about 6 seconds.
Maybe I could like get a
Hole 2 had a driver chip.
shower
Finish
curtain
on
and
hole
wear it
3.
and just do what I need to do.
In all, he saved 15 seconds.
'Cause where's the
over
camera gonna
Alaska
be?
on golf alone.
U.S. government would find you and capture you 100%. I don't know.
Time someone had dethroned Alaska in
If I could convince enough people to think I was, you know,
the best part about it,
almighty,
did it while playing on
I might
1.01. I
scare
mentioned
them.
before how much rarer
The camera's in your eyes. Oh, okay.
and
Okay,
despite
so it's a
being top
POV
runner of the
thing.
game, SphereCube was unable to
Okay.
acquire a copy of it. He lost about
So I
10
could close my
seconds
eyes
of
and take a
baseball
shower. You would
and
see,
still was
it
able
would
to
basically
beat
be
Alaska.
nighttime.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, that would work.
About a month later, Paul in the Mall was making strides for the record. He got a
Hey, what's
sub
up, Australia?
but took a break from running the
Thank
game
you,
around
thank
the
you.
time SphereCube
Thank you for
was
slapping the
around.
like button.
He came back a month and a half later.
I'm on
He got a
Roblox slap
7:37,
battles.
a
Slap
record by
battles.
6 seconds. Paul
Based.
played on 1.0,
Yo, we're at 10 likes. Let's
so
go.
he saved quite a bit of time in baseball over SphereCube. But
Ready to lurk.
immediately after this record was set, controversy arose.
Yeah, we're back, guys. So, just so you know, if you guys
Once
see
you
me
finish hole
streaming, but I'm not there,
The fastest way to move on to boxing is
it's a new
to
thing I'm
reset to the
trying.
menu.
but I'm gonna try and be here.
The rule was that
more
once
often.
the golf ball hit the bottom of the hole, you could perform the reset. However, in July,
Close his eyes,
2020,
complete darkness, slips and
runner
falls dead,
Emo
forever
Mac
darkness.
hit this
Yeah,
unbelievable
that would suck for everybody else, I guess.
The
Slap
ball hit the
battles is
bottom,
crazy
so he reset to the menu.
on Roblox. I never tried it.
However, you can see that when he reset, the ball was in the process of bouncing back up.
Does that
On
matter though?
chip-ins
The
like
ball
this,
bouncing out?
It's actually possible that the ball hits the bottom, bounces up, and
That would
lands
suck.
outside the hole.
That would suck so
You would
bad.
need another shot. So the community came up with a rule that whenever there was a chip in, you have to wait until the phrase chip in appears on the screen to reset. It
Ah,
seemed
okay.
like a logical rule. However, in Paul's 737, his hole 3 ended like this. He
Dang.
reset right away, but since the ball hit off the pole, it technically would have been a chip in.
Huh?
He didn't wait for the text to appear. But then again, there wasn't any chance this ball would have bounced out. It rolled in rather than falling in off the pole or flag, despite technically being a chip in.
Huh,
The
weird.
community was split on how to rule this run, but ultimately, it was allowed to stay on the leaderboard. The rule was changed so that as long as the ball rolled in
Epic
the hole,
slap battles of
even if it was a chip in,
history.
you could reset once it hit the bottom. And so, Paul's 737 was the official world record.
Okay.
Just like the
That's a
dozens of
really good world
records that
record
came before it,
for Wii
the
Sports.
737 was great, but in a matter of days, it was going to be obsolete. Because this story is going to take a bit of a turn. Every so often,
Epic rap battles of
Speedrun
history.
is a new strategy that transforms the run. There's cannonless setup in Mario 64, the scroll glitch in Castlevania, the flag.
Look, Ahmed, it's
setup in Super
Castlevania.
Mario Bros. When you think of those speedruns, those tricks seem intertwined with them. Up to this point, Wii Sports didn't really have a trick like that.
Kill
There
streak
were
mod.
unique strategies to use, but no mind-blowing
Let's go.
iconic tricks. Well, that was about to change.
In a few
Because
hours,
in
I'll have
early
to switch it over
2021,
to
Wii Sports'
Plants
game
vs. Zombies
defining
again.
trick was going to be discovered. Welcome to the wonderful world of disconnect strats.
What is this?
Bizarre-looking trick has a treasured past. For years, players had noticed an odd glitch that sometimes occurred. If your remote disconnected in golf, you could sometimes hit the ball twice, but you couldn't hit it far and it couldn't be easily replicated.
Huh?
So nobody was too interested in it.
Castlevania?
From
That's so
2018 to
mid.
2020, This
Mid.
glitch happened to several players.
I need to get Ahmed his own sound effect.
17 and even world record holder Alaska XP2, but it remained just a curiosity. In early 2021, Plyde decided to investigate it a bit more, to figure out exactly how it worked. And what he found
Nuh-uh.
shocked the community. If you hit the ball, then disconnect your remote by taking the batteries out, you can put the batteries back in and swing a second time.
That's so
The
weird.
catch is that the sum of these two shots can't add up to more than 4 bars of hit power, so you can't hit it further than a normal swing. However,
This is so
if your
bizarre.
second shot happens after hitting water, the ball will stop on a dime after a quick transition and you'll be placed wherever it is, including potentially on top of the water. This saves time in a couple of ways. On a hole like hole 5, you're supposed to take a curved path around to the green, but with disconnect strats, you can go straight to the hole across the water and take a more direct path.
Wow.
And second, your
What?
ball completely stops once the transition occurs. So if your timing
That's pretty cool.
you
Hey,
can
what's
put
up,
the
David?
ball into the water,
Give that guy a sound effect, then we're all doomed. No, it's gonna be like, ah, mid, and then it's gonna echo, mid, mid, mid.
Wipeout Jack and Nomad
Mid
found
alert, mid
fast
alert.
routes for the
On
intermediate,
loop.
so that was the new course to use. On hole 5, you can save about 7 seconds by
That'd be
going
pretty
straight
funny.
across the water. And on hole 6,
Actually,
you
it might
can
make
save
that a
about
sound
4
effect.
from using the transition to stop right where you want. That meant that, in theory, 11 seconds could
Might
be
have to
saved.
open up Audacity.
These sports runs suddenly had potential to get
Talking
quite
about
difficult,
Audacity.
as not
We should
only
watch
could
some
extra time be
JonTron.
saved, but golf could be more consistent as well. The first player
JonTron's
to use
awesome,
disconnect
dude.
strats in a record was Shockwave TLS, who lowered the time down to 7:35. As you'd expect, he gained time on golf, despite his initial disconnect shot on hole 5 being mistimed. It helped
I'm opening
when
up
he hit
Audacity.
this
I might
shot
record
on
it
hole 4.
just during the stream. I'll play it back. JonTron like Mega Magetron Griffin? No, no.
Shockwave is from the UK.
Megatron Griffin.
He wasn't able to import
I finished
copies
grocery
of
shopping. I got
1.0
some
from
watercolors. What should I paint?
so he lost time in
Paint?
Next up was
Paint
Fear View
Samus.
again, who lowered the record 9
Paint
days
Samus.
later with a 7:32. He had switched to 1.0,
Recording device.
so he saved the time in baseball.
That's Meg's official name, by the way. That must be in a new season.
Yeah, especially in the early days
Megatron.
of disconnect strats, even some
Wow.
top level runners found it
I need to find out how to make an
Since
echo
it
in
wasn't
Audacity.
technically
I also could use Fruity Loops, FL
About
Studio.
A month later, Shockwave took it a couple seconds lower.
Aw,
But
mid.
still, he was playing on 1.01.
Aw,
A few months after that,
Okay, we're playing it
Fear View
back.
took it back. While
And we're going
still not
to-
using disconnect strats,
Effect.
nobody was willing to string it all together. But in the summer of 2021, Shockwave
Fading.
would finally get a copy
No.
of 1.00. A top runner now had all 3 pieces of the puzzle. 1.00,
Change speed. Hold on.
willingness
Let's
to do
slow it
disconnect
down.
strats, and a lot of skill. They all combined for a 728.
Hold
A
on.
new
Let's
record
take this
just
down a bit
one
more. I want to
day.
pause this for a minute. Okay, can you guys hear that? All right, that's a little too slow. All right, let's listen to it right now. Okay, let's put that into a reverb. This is funny. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing this for a second.
Sphere Cube 730. This world record really had a lot going into it. You've got bunting
Echo,
for
here we
outs,
go.
bunting for hits,
Delay time 5 seconds. Wait, no. Delay factor. Let's try to crank this up. Whoa. Sorry about that. That was way too loud. I apologize for that. That's still okay. We need to try reverb or something. Can't stay for long, but I like. Thanks, David. Appreciate it, man. I'll see you later. Okay. How about a delay? That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. Hold up. Let's listen to it. Perfect. Okay, let me chop that up. I'm gonna save it and put it in my soundboard.
Driver chips, disconnect strats, and much more. Shockwave implemented all of them.
This is
The end
awesome.
result was a 728. Was there any time save left?
Choppy choppy.
Well, there were seconds here and there. His batting was near perfect, but while pitching, he accidentally threw an immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, which we know from before are slow. There was room to save about 15 seconds there. His bowling was perfect, 9 strikes, so no time to save there. For golf, he missed a putt on hole 6.
Okay, it's
His
in my
boxing could
stream
have
deck
been
now.
too. So, sub 7 was definitely
Yes,
possible,
it sounds awesome.
but the problems of before still remained.
Yeah, the last deck I went a little bit too hard.
From
Kind
all
of blew my
5
eardrums
sports,
out.
and that just wasn't realistic. But that
So
didn't
next
mean
time
he
Ahmed
wouldn't
comes.
try. By September, another contender showed up to play. Emoad.
Oh my
Nomad.
goodness.
And over the next few months, these guys were going to engage in a battle, both against each other and against the sub 7 barrier. Shockwave would strike first, with a massive 7-second cut of the record. He had time to save on pitching and on hole 6.
Ahmed summoning ritual. Yeah, we just pressed the Ahmed button.
But he lost a few seconds while batting thanks to a foul ball. A few weeks later, he'd take it down to 7-18, and Nomad was right behind him with a 7-21.
Wii Sports is awesome.
Nomad would then have a run a few seconds ahead of the
I'm
record,
showing the
but
sound
needed
effect to
a
UG.
miracle shot on hole 4 to keep it going. Back to the drawing board. On October 11th, Shockwave got a 7-16. Nomad followed up shortly after with a 7-17. A run
Real
that
sports
came
I don't
just
find interest
24
anymore,
hours
really?
Too late to be a record.
I love the Wii in general. It's a great console.
Shockwave
I
had a
should
run
fire
that
up
lost
Dolphin and
5
play
runs
some
to
Wii
that,
games,
but
like just
had
for the
an
heck of it.
extraordinarily fast 5-pitch inning to bring it back even. That showed how much potential there still was to squeeze out of the record. It finished
Firing up
as a
Dolphin
world
does it
record
takes a lot of work. You need a lot of
but
fish.
could have been several seconds lower had he not been forced to foul off an inside pitch. Okay, so
Tell
one
goal
thing
is
was
he's
starting
epic
to
for me,
come clear.
thanks.
This wasn't much of a competition. The battle between Shockwave and Nomad was a blowout. Shockwave had set the past 7 records in a row. Nomad hadn't set any.
I thought I would summon
He
Ahmed
remained
by
in second place the entire
out of hiding
time.
by calling his most
Sometimes
precious
he would
favorite
get a
game
couple
mid.
seconds
That
of
didn't work
the
apparently.
but never
Genshin
overtook
mid
it.
packed.
This was starting to be personal. Nomad had
That's
the
an
proof he
iconic
was
sound
still
effect
capable
now.
of taking the record. Well, he kept doing attempts, and on October 16th, Nomad was gonna have his chance.
Honestly, thought Mega Man 10 was on the NES, and now I know it's on the Wii. Played it on a Wii emulator once, and it was laggy. He gonna appear. It's true. Probably.
He was 3 seconds ahead of his personal best going into boxing, but he had time to save there. He could theoretically get as low as a 7-10. 5 seconds of wiggle room over the record. He just had to lock it down.
Bye, internet is going now. See ya. See you later, Henrik. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it.
Shockwave's record
I'll see you later.
was 715.4.
Maybe later tonight. Maybe All Night America will go on. We'll see.
715.733. He had missed by less than a third.
Usually emulators are laggy to me, and I use
Nomad
Dolphin.
could keep
Yeah, you need a
going.
powerful computer.
It's not like he was far off from the record. His next personal best would almost certainly
Might show up for that. Let's go.
And sure enough, the very next day, he got himself a 714.
This is all afternoon
It
America
was a new world
and all
record.
morning America.
Had it not been for Shockwave getting
Omni
this
American.
just hours before. An
Why is Mega Man 9 and 10 only on the Wii?
unbelievable Shockwave. It had
Didn't they
just
port it?
about everything. nearly perfect batting, 4-pitch inning, great disconnect.
I thought those
games
games came to Steam.
Sub 7 because of a missed shot on hole 4. Nomad kept trying, but at this
Made a new
point,
intro? Nice,
Shockwave
Disco. What's
was
up?
way in
How you
the
doing?
lead. It was gonna be really tough, but he wasn't giving up. He kept chipping away at his time, and by November, he had gotten within a stone's throw of the record. A commonly used metric to determine a runner's pace is best possible time.
Okay.
It can be measured from any point in the run. If the runner matched all of their best splits from a certain spot in the run to the end, it measures what time they would get.
The 4DS in
On November
2025.
12th, 2021,
I doubt it.
Nomad exited baseball at 3:14. It was one of the fastest paces he had ever been on. And his best possible time from there was 6:44. This was a golden opportunity.
Also, you can watch it in 4K or...
Started throwing
Oh, okay.
strike after
That's cool.
strike. 5 in a row.
4K!
6, 7, 8.
Caught him in 4K. Where's Ahmed?
It was a perfect game on one of his best paces ever. He did lose a little time in frame 10 from slow falling pins, but according to his splits, Nomad's best possible time was still 6:48. But one of the
You know what
biggest
weird
killers
is
was
in
coming
that
up.
Mega Man 9 when you choose the Robot Master to be
It's
Mega
hard
Man,
to
eyes
put
move to the
words
select
to
screen.
as
I thought that
Wings
was
could
like...
throw everything off and
I thought
make
that was
life
a standard
hard.
thing on Mega Man.
Nomad was gonna
since
try
the beginning.
To land in the bunker, then driver chip for a birdie. Now more than ever, this had to work. It was beautiful. He didn't get a hole-in-one, so he couldn't get in the 640s anymore, but his best possible time was still 6:54. This was doable. 3 splits to go.
Airman is difficult,
He
would
had
you
to get
agree?
through hole
Oh yeah.
5's 2 disconnect shots.
Woodman is a joke though.
Shot 1 went well, but on shot 2, he landed far from the hole. It was tough, but Nomad had to sink this putt. He
Sink this
missed
putt.
enough world records. This shot had to be the difference between all his past runs and a sub 7.
I have a lot of unlisted videos from last night's stream that I could just release whenever.
Players like Emoad Nomad are often overlooked in speedrunning.
Jewelman and
Shockwave is an
Woodman should be
incredible player,
twins. They kind of are the
as
same in
evidenced
some
by his
way.
nearly endless list of world records.
Jewelman.
But
Twins?
Nomad's
Woodman?
skill is right up there with him. People
Maybe.
often focus on the world records.
I mean, they're robots
but
though.
Really, the path to getting there is what's important. Nomad has had a lot of near misses, but he's going to break through. His sub 7 dream might not be done yet, but the journey it took him to get there is what'll make it feel so great. And really, that's what speedrunning's all about. Thanks for watching.
Oh, that was it. That was the video. I don't know if I'm gonna
If you
chop
enjoyed the
that one
video,
up.
I'd really appreciate you sharing it with a couple
I'll
other
chop that
people
one up.
and hitting the subscribe button.
Shout out to Summoning Salt who makes these videos. They're really awesome. They are really good. Okay, let me chop it up. PB reacts. There we go. Okay. I died so many times in the Mega Man Quick Man stage. Hold on, let me see if there's any like Summoning Salt Mega Man reaction. There is one. It's quite long. Yeah, sure. Why not?
This video contains flashing lights that may affect viewers with photosensitive epilepsy.
Okay.
Your discretion is advised.
There's your discretion. Don't say he didn't warn you. Usually that warning means we're in for some good stuff.
Mega Man 2's world record speedrun is one of the most prestigious on the NES. For nearly 2 decades, it's had a lively competitive scene, with world record holders polishing their skills to see who can beat it the quickest. It requires precision and finger speed that would even make Mike Tyson proud. Because to speedrun Mega Man 2 at the top level, you must break it. After all, walls are just suggestions and ceilings are figments of our imagination. This is the story of how speedrunners broke Mega Man 2.
You think Ahmed is lurking and he just isn't coming out in the open on purpose? I don't think so. He's probably elsewhere. Especially if there's a Smash stream going on. Summoning Salt is chill.
So, where do we begin?
Sponsor skip,
The
let's
early history of
go!
Mega Man 2's world record is an enigma to uncover. In the mid-2000s, people completed runs both with and without video proof on different versions of the game and with different rule sets.
Sponsor
At certain
skip is
points
such a
in time,
useful thing to
what we
have.
considered the true world record was ambiguous, and to this day, putting together an accurate timeline is quite difficult. Yet, through all that, there's one run that's pretty unanimously considered to be the first world record. The year was 2004. The runner was Richard Ureta, and his final time was 30 minutes and 39 seconds. In Mega Man 2, you're presented with 8 stages you can complete in any order. Ureta decided to start with Airman, where he precisely jumped on the lips of blocks to avoid slowing down. You only have about a 4-pixel window to do so, and risk dying from a missed jump. He then had to slowly ride on the clouds to make it further in the stage, and on the boss fight, used the Mega Buster to take down Airman. Ureta
Okay, the
then
Mega
played
Buster
Quick Man
is
stage,
Mega
where
Man's
he repeatedly
best
rode item
weapon.
2 to
Best friend. No,
quickly
that might be
skip through
Rush,
long
actually.
corridors. Quick Man himself has a random pattern, but Ureta once again took him down nicely with the Mega Buster. Next up was Flash Man, where Airman's weapon was used on larger enemies, and Item 2 helped him skip over the last room. On Metal Man's stage, Ureta froze time with Flash Man's weapon so he could run through without the spikes falling on him. He also jumped forward on the conveyors moving against him, so he wouldn't be pushed back. Item 2 was utilized once again, although he had to carefully maneuver around spawning enemies. And on the boss fight, he used quick boomerangs, which is Metal Man's weakness. With 4 Robot Masters down, and Metal Man's overpowered weapon acquired, Ureta went into Bubble Man's stage. The shrimp and fish are quite weak to metal blades, so Ureta was able to jump up and shoot them down to quickly clear a path ahead. It was similar to how a casual player would get through the stage, but the key difference is that Ureta never stopped running. He precisely maneuvered and barely
There
let
we go.
go of right on the D-pad. On Heat Man's stage, Ureta once again jumped from column to column without slowing down. He used Item 2 to cross the lava gap later on, and used Bubble Lead on Heat Man. Heat has random delays between his shots, but since it only takes 3 bubbles to kill him, they hardly mattered at all here. More on those delays later. Next up was Crash Man, whose stage is filled with ladders that you normally have to slowly climb. However, if you place down an Item 3 while you're climbing up the ladder, you can
Yes.
then jump off of it and save a bit of time.
Huh?
Yoretta also used item 1
Okay, that's a pretty clever way of doing things. So I'm just watching. I'm barely even reacting because like this is such a good video.
Yoretta's most notable strategy
I like the
here was
filter.
using Flashman's time
It's not really a
slip to prevent
filter.
dogs from spawning.
It looks like a VHS
After a
tape.
charged heat shot to Woodman, he had completed the 8 robot stages.
It's really warm looking.
Now,
I don't know
the
how
game's
to describe it.
difficulty takes a big step up.
Yes,
It's
Wily's
time for the
castle
Wily stages.
is pretty bad. Wily's castle is pretty
Wily
bad.
1 is similar to Crashman's stage in that there are several ladders you have to climb up. Yoretta used both item 1 and item 3 to help, then mashed quick boomerang at the dragon boss for a quick kill. In Wily 2, Yoretta shot
Here's
the
more
leaf
stars.
shield to protect against projectiles in the long corridor. They randomly drop health and ammo, which are bad luck in a speedrun since it slows you down to pick them up. Wily 3 is the easiest Wily stage, with the only tough part being at the end, when you have to jump up and mash
I need a
boomerangs
flippin'
as
fan
fast as
now.
possible. The final 3 Wily stages are perhaps the most
Like one of those
important
big
in the
metal
entire
fans.
run. Wily 4 features an enormous sequence of ladders at the start. With several careful item 3 placements, Yoretta was able to quickly traverse his way to the top while barely slowing down. Then, you have 4 spike screens to get through. Normally, you're supposed to ride around.
What's up,
with a
Bethany
conveyor and
Campbell? How are you
dodge
doing?
enemies. But Richard Yoretta had other ideas.
Any fan really?
In the first room, he
There's
took
two kinds of
damage and
fans. There's
used
like, you
iframes to
know,
barely make
I'm
it
a big
across the
fan of
spikes.
you. And then there's like, you
He
know,
used item 2 to
this
quickly
fan
get
here
iframes
can
again.
pump out a
And in the
whopping
fourth
500
room, he used
rhythmic
item 1 to just
circles
barely reach
per
the conveyor
per
early
second.
and make it to the exit. In Wily 5, you refight the 8 robots. Yoretta used each boss's weakness against them, meaning most fights were completed in a matter of seconds.
Hey, we're at 12
For the
likes,
stage
guys. Thank
boss,
you.
He used metal blades to tear through the first phase, and then a crash bomb.
I was here in the Plants vs. Zombie stream. Nice,
And
nice.
finally,
Thank you for
Wily
subscribing.
6. For the stage itself,
I'm back
you just
awake
walk to the
now,
end without
and
slowing
we are
down.
reacting to
The alien
videos.
boss is another story. You have to hit him with 14 bubbles, and if you make contact with him,
It's been pretty
known as
chill.
hugging the
I like
alien,
this.
He tanks your health. Yoretta's strategy was to get hit by a projectile.
No game
then
required.
use the iframes to briefly mash bubble lead as fast as he could. He avoided hugging the alien and closed out the run at 30:39.
All right, Bethany. Thanks for stopping
And
by.
with that, Mega Man 2.
We'll
had
see you in the
its
next
first
Plants
home
vs.
run.
Zombie stream.
It was a solid run.
Hopefully.
With few big mistakes, but at the end of the day, was it that far removed from a pristine casual playthrough? Yoretta was obviously much more skilled than a casual player, and tricks like damage boosting in Wily 4 did help, but running through the stages and obliterating the bosses with their weaknesses isn't necessarily that difficult to do. For the next couple of years, there would be little activity. But then, the timeline starts to get tricky. See, Mega Man 2 lets you play on either normal or difficult mode. Difficult mode means enemies take more shots to kill, particularly the bosses.
Okay.
Yoretta's run was on normal mode.
I didn't know that
so it's
existed.
faster than difficult mode. But in late 2006, a vibrant speedrunning community for the game would form in Japan. There, the game is known as Rockman 2, and it has one distinct
Yes,
difference.
Rockman. Mega Man is called
It
Rockman in
defaults to
Japan.
difficult mode, with no option.
Those handheld fans
You'd think
will
that would
do.
mean it's slower than Mega
I used to have one of those when I went to
but
baseball
text cutscenes
games.
take significantly less time.
They're
in
pretty
Rockman
nice.
2. So much less time that it ends up being a wash with the time lost from playing on difficult mode. So, Rockman 2 and Mega Man 2 runs are comparable in time, but Rockman 2 is considered the more challenging speedrun. And after a series of improvements through 2007, despite playing on a more difficult version of the game, a runner from Japan named Lambda would beat Yoretta's run by over a minute. Lambda saved time in just about every stage, despite bosses taking much longer. A lot of it came from just being a bit cleaner everywhere. Fewer small mistakes.
Knuckles
and
with the
tighter
blicky still
execution.
making me laugh over
It's
here.
added up big time over the course of the run. In Wily 4, you can see how more item 3 placements and faster movement saved Lambda significant time. In all, this run felt like less of an expert's casual playthrough and more like a polished speedrun, boosted by the fact that he played
Yeah,
on a more
07?
difficult version of the
Yep.
game. In 2008,
That's when it started blowing up,
a
I
runner
think.
named Hoshi would set another string of Rockman 2 records, ultimately taking it down to 29:15. He saved about 3 seconds in Bubble from fewer knockbacks, and about 4 in Clash from better item 3 placement on the ladders. Together, Lambda and Hoshi had taken Rockman 2 to the next level. This
Okay.
was just 2008, yet their speedruns were optimized to levels most games wouldn't see for years.
Bomb
But there's
fall, let's
one
go.
thing to note about these runs. They were played according to PeerCast rules, Japan's leading speedrun hub at the time. And one rule from
PeerCast, I've never heard of
stated that
PeerCast
auto-fire
before.
was allowed, meaning you could hold down the button and fire your weapon up to 30 times per second.
Wow.
This made some sections of the game easier, like
30
killing enemies without
times?
slowing down, and it made some sections impossibly fast, like the alien fight in Wily 6, which normally takes 28 shots to kill in Rockman 2.
How does he do it? Huh? That's insane.
But still, their runs certainly shouldn't be dismissed. It's estimated that autofire only saved them about 20 seconds. The rest of the difference came from better strategies and execution.
Okay.
So while it's a little tricky to say how Lambda and Hoshi's runs fit into the timeline, it's safe to say that they were by far the best executed Rockman 2 speedruns of their era. Now, about 2 weeks after Hoshi's 29:15, the run would once again be lowered by 10 seconds.
What are they doing this time?
29:05 on the North American version of the game.
Okay.
By a runner named Seth Glass.
Let's
But
go.
there's something a bit different about this run.
Okay, what is it?
Prior speedruns of the game were submitted to Twin Galaxies and PeerCast.
Boo, Twin
Websites
Galaxies.
which prohibited the use of
Frauds,
glitches.
allegedly.
Seth Glass was submitting to Speed Demos Archive, so he was free to use whatever glitches he wanted.
I'm gonna press this because I can.
Aw,
He ever used them. These are Mega Man 2's zips. Item 1 rises toward the top of the screen, and allows you to ride it until your head hits a ceiling. However, it doesn't actually check for a collision. Instead, Item 1 detects if it's below a ceiling, and then disappears once it's a certain distance away.
Huh? Okay.
So, if you place Item 1 or Item 3 away from a ceiling, but stand on the edge so Mega Man is below one, you'll get pushed into it since Item 1 never despawns. And how does the game respond to Mega Man being in the ceiling? Well,
Not very well, I
faces
imagine.
to the left, it ejects him to the right.
Okay, never
Ceiling
mind. He
glitches
seems
have
fine.
been known in Mega Man 2 for many years, but a tool-assisted speedrunner named Final Fighter was the first to really explore them for their time-saving potential. He discovered several zips all across the run back in 2004, many of which Seth Glass would use in this run 4 years later. Glass's new route through the game, which he borrowed from the TAS,
What's up,
was to
Henrik?
start with
Welcome
Flashlight
back.
so he could obtain Item 3. Then, in Heatman stage, he'd perform the first zip. By placing an Item 3 while touching the bottom of the ladder, then re-grabbing the ladder, you can jump
Wait.
back on it while facing right and enter the ceiling.
Wait a
You need to
minute.
face
Let's see.
left to trigger the zip, but moving left
Okay, got
causes
it.
Mega Man to fall out of the wall. So, Glass did what's called an A trigger. By jumping while stuck in the ceiling, Mega Man quickly lands.
I
and
think I'm
cannot
here,
move
maybe.
for
Yeah,
the
I could
4
hear you.
frames. So,
I see ya.
press left in that 4-frame window, Mega Man zips all the way to the right out of the wall. Seth Glass had a 15th of a second to time it, but was able to skip an enormous chunk of Heatman stage. He then played through Airman and Crashman without any zips, although he used a beautiful new strategy in Airman stage
Oh.
called Fast Air.
1 second, guys.
By
1 second.
precisely
I'll be
placing
right
and
back.
Jumping off of Item 1, then jumping on the very edge of clouds to avoid taking damage, Glass was able to make it across the gap without having to ride on the slow-moving clouds. He then entered Quickman stage, where he'd place 2 item 1s down so he could jump up and enter the ceiling. To initiate the zip, Glass this time did a B trigger. By placing an item 1 in the wall, Mega Man then has 16 frames where he can't move. Press left during that window, and the zip will begin. B triggers have a window that's 4 times as big as A triggers, but they can't be performed if you're out of item 1 ammo, or if there's already 3 of them on the screen. Triggering these zips isn't free, but it can lead to minutes of time save if utilized across the run. So, that's exactly what Seth Glass did. Glass would go on to perform zips in Metal Man, Bubble Man, Wily 2, and Wily 6. In the cases of Quickman and Wily 6, he had to make sure he didn't soft lock the game. If your zip leads you into a screen transition, you have to stop the zip by pressing left or right just as you get there.
Internet may stay up for studies. Either it shuts off in 10 minutes or it doesn't at all.
Repressing left,
dang man. Alright, we'll see.
Continue to adjust or wiggle.
We shall see.
Land on the screen transition. Runners on Speed Demo's archive were thrilled to
Head
see
back,
a run
though.
of the game with zips. But truth be told, there were still moments where it could have been better optimized. Over the next year, multiple faster times would be set, but the timeline of the official world record is problematic. In early 2009,
Life's a gamble for
Yoshi
Henrik's
would
free
get a couple
time.
runs in the high 28 range, but without autofire, they wouldn't have been faster than Glass's
You're right.
run. In April, a runner
At
named
least for
Mega
now.
Destructor 9 set a time of 28:42, but the video has since been removed from YouTube. But as the months passed, the timeline became a bit clearer, and over the next couple of years, the record would see rapid improvement as players implemented more and more zips. In December 2009, a
Okay,
runner named
how far are we getting down? 28, 30?
28:38 on Rockman
38.
2 without using autofire.
It's pretty good.
It stood for a few months until Seth Glass
No
came
auto
and
fire.
set a series of records on normal mode, ultimately getting a run that clocked in at 27:51. This was a
Here's more
legendary
stars.
record. It was posted to Speed Demo's archive and quickly became one of the most popular runs on the site. His
An extra bomb fall.
27:51 would go on to inspire a new generation of Mega Man 2 runners, and stands to this day as a benchmark for high-level runners to compare against. But it would only remain as the world's fastest run for about 10 months, when a runner named Furemo beat it on Rockman 2 with a 27:48. Furemo used autofire, but only at 10 shots per second. This is well within the rate at which humans can button mash, so it's not thought to have given him any significant advantage. In fact, he actually played at a disadvantage.
Spawning him in.
Furemo played on Wii Virtual Console, which has a slower frame rate than original hardware and loses about 9 seconds over the course of the run.
I
But
should make
Furemo
more.
would only be on top for about a month and a half, because in March of 2011, all of the new zips and all of the new tricks that had been slowly implemented in the preceding runs came together in a legendary
Let's go.
performance by NOU1. This was by far the best run of Rockman 2 ever completed. NOU1 would achieve a time of 27:21, a world record that would stand for years.
This is a good strategy for the bombs.
The first 3 stages of this run, Flash, Heat, and Air, were all similar to previous records. However, the new antics
I wish it could
began
make that
with Flashman stage,
all-in-one
where NOU1
command.
performed a zip that looked like this.
Welcome to the bomb fall side. What the heck is this?
It looks complicated, but behind the scenes it's a bit more straightforward. See, you don't actually need to climb
This is quite
up
a
this
long
ladder
one.
to get to the next screen.
It's quite a long one. We might skip ahead. Maybe we'll watch this Maybe another Cyber Shell video. This is also a long one,
Take your Chow to his
but it is good.
Chow. What are they? What are they for? What do they do? What do they taste like? Questions we've all wondered at one point or another. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was never a Chow guy. I just didn't see the appeal of raising some weird little blue baby. Plus it seemed to take forever, so I never really touched this part of the game. I mean, sure, I would check it out every now and then, but I wasn't one of those weirdos who would spend hundreds of hours raising these things. I was one of the normal people who spent dozens of hours replaying the game regular style. I mean, don't get me wrong, I always wanted to like raising Chow, I just never really did. But I always wondered, what is it about these little monsters that people found so captivating? It kind of bothered me there was this huge part of the game I barely knew anything about. So I decided to finally bite the bullet and learn about Chow. How complicated could it be, right? Oh, it's complicated. So, what are Chow?
Trying to find a
they're
good
little
Sonic
creatures
video.
first introduced in Sonic Adventure 1. They have some minor relevance to the plot.
There we go.
Who gives a shit? I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the Chow.
You just now found out bomb falls cost 200. Yes, they cost money.
Basically, the Chow
But no worries.
is a virtual pet simulator where you can raise
PB
your Chow
coins
by
fall from the
independently
sky all the
improve
time.
stats and change its appearance. And you can enter these Chow in a series of races that get progressively more challenging. There's also a Chow Karate mode exclusive to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. The Chow Garden is a completely optional feature in both games. However, some emblems are locked behind Chow races, so if you want to 100% either game and get to play that sweet bonus level in Sonic Adventure 2, then you will have to raise some Chow. That's the super basic overview, but where did the idea for Chow come from? Why is it even in the game at all?
True.
Credits for Sonic Adventure 2, they have Chow programmers.
Embrace hate and wait a minute.
There's no Chow section listed in the Sonic Adventure 1
Wait a
credits.
minute.
Instead, there's an A-Life section. A-Life, short for artificial life, is actually a refinement of an idea they first had.
That's a
for
big
game
bet.
called Knights and
That's a big
Dreams, which came
gamble.
out in 1996. This is the game Sonic Team worked on for the Sega Saturn instead of, you know, a Sonic game. It also had a remake come out on PC in 2012. Knights is a game about running around as a boy or girl and then turning into an androgynous purple dream cloud and then flying through rooms or something. What Knights is about isn't really important to this video, so don't worry about it.
I got a star
What
maybe.
we're gonna be talking about are these
Yeah,
guys
everybody's getting stars right now.
NPCs of the game.
I'm doing bomb
They're
falls and
called
all.
Nighttopians, and this is what the original Knights into Dreams webpage had to say about them.
Let's keep it going.
Nighttopians are carefree, happy inhabitants of Nightopia. They're born every time balls of light called Idea collide. The sole reason
Don't you
for their
have so
existence
many?
is to have fun. Because they are incapable of doing anything else, they've no need to work together or to cooperate
Let's
towards
go.
a common goal. As a result, they have no leader and no language. What they do have is the ability to see the consciousness of each visitor, dreamers from our world, through Idea. When visitors arrive, the Nighttopians can see their consciousness and recreate the happy world that is hidden.
I do have plenty.
That's why Nighttopians, who don't have the capacity for intelligent thought, can sing, dance, and even go fishing.
Lose them to gambles.
Okay.
That's okay.
Odd little
Not in real life though. Don't gamble
cheat.
IRL.
They're alright. So what's the deal with these guys? The levels are populated with these little dudes.
Yeah, I'm the host.
And they're doing various different things. They can be happy or sad. They can create tiny changes
I can
to the
give
landscape.
PB coins and I can take it away.
Or even alter depending on the overall mood of the stage. Much like Chow, you can easily play through the
I could
entire
start you
game
from
with
square
any
one.
effects you want. But they're actually not just a static background.
If you
element.
don't behave.
You can interact with them. If you drill dash near one, it will become frightened, lowering its mood. You can even do a paraloop to kill one if you want. Although much like real life, this is considered a social faux pas, and it lowers the mood of every other Nighttopian in the level.
You can look it up in the PBA records. I've never won in slots.
Run away. If you have the patience, you can lure two Nighttopians together.
Hey, that's
When
okay.
Nighttopians touch, there's a chance an egg will appear. The happier they are, the more likely they are to breed. After a few playthroughs of the same level, known in-game as days, it will eventually disappear, starting with the oldest ones first. In addition to Nighttopians, you can also create Meepians, which are
That should be their warning from the very
enemies
beginning.
of the game. You create a Meepian by grabbing a Nightmarean minion and releasing it. As it bounces around the level,
What's up, Meme Daddy? How are you now?
an egg will be created containing a Meepian.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Torso, arms, or legs of the enemy type which was used in this creation, so there's a wide variety of possible outcomes. Meepians
That's kind of sad considering I've spent a total of 20k PBA points on that. Dang.
combinations from multiple different
Not so
memes.
bad.
If you have a lot of meepians in your level and a high overall happiness rating,
We're just
there's
chilling.
a small chance a king peon will appear, also known as a super peon. The exact mechanics for spawning one are still not fully understood. Some French site says there's a 1 in 4 chance it happens when a meepian with the head of a minion breeds with a meepian that has the head of a regular Nitopian. For a long time,
Unlimited
it was
internet?
many to be
Is that how you say that?
Pictures of it eventually surfaced online. To this day, there is a shockingly small amount of documentation of this character posted online. So what happens after the
Let's go
king
though.
peon shows up?
Nice.
Well, most peons go away.
I'll be
after
here for a little
3
while
days,
longer.
Stick around your level for up to 9 days. They'll fly around at first and survey the area. Then eventually you'll begin constructing a little castle that will appear over
Oh,
the
it's right next to M.
days.
I see.
Eventually you'll leave, but after it's done,
I don't
you'll
know the
see
international keyboard so well.
background of your level. Now, after all that, you might be wondering, what exactly was the point of all of this? What does the castle do? Nothing. It just looks cool. Let's say you want to check the status of your peons. See the overall happiness.
Leaving in an hour max. Okay.
Peon ratio.
No worries. What's up,
The thing
Akil?
is, there's no way to do it with a game by itself.
How you doing?
But if you have the demo disc Christmas Nights, there's an unlockable feature called Nitopian Collection, which is the only way you can see information about your
What's
Nitopians
happening,
by
guys?
save files from the main game. Christmas Nights is quite a fascinating little oddity. It's a little too much to get into now, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention it contains the first playable appearance of Sonic in a 3D game, predating both Sonic R and Sonic Jam's Museum mode.
More stars.
Inflatable Dr. Robotnik for the boss, but that's for another time. There's a great interview that's been translated over on shmuplations.com about the design philosophy behind
2000
games like
PB coin. Nice.
but it's too long to get into here, so I'll have a link to it in the description. Anyways, let's get back to talking about Chow. But the first question
Let's do
is,
this.
which version of the Chow Garden should you play? There's 2 games, or rather to be more precise, there are 4 distinct iterations of the Chow Garden. There are some features only in Sonic Adventure 1, and there are some features only available in Sonic Adventure 2. And there are some features only available in the
The bomb fall is funny and then annoying.
GameCube games. Hell, technically,
I'm
even the
gambling.
GameCube versions have a few differences from the
Yes, I won.
For the most part, these are essentially the same experience.
I won more PB
Honestly,
coin.
taking an in-depth look into every single one of these would take too long. And
I don't even know how much I won.
Luckily, it's pretty widely agreed that Adventure 2 Battle has the most robust
Hey.
Chow system. So for the most part, this video will be focusing on the Chow system from Battle, but I'll bring up the relevant differences between versions when necessary. Before I begin, I just want to say there's no way in 1,000 eons I could have possibly divined all this arcane knowledge on my own.
QWERTY. Oh wow, there's actually more.
I know from Chow Island, the internet's premier resource on Chow knowledge.
Oh, okay,
To start
okay.
using Chow, first you need to go to the Chow Garden.
That's
On
wild.
Adventure
It's a
1, you
wild
have physical
keyboard.
locations you visit in the adventure field, although you can teleport.
I would
between
never be able to get
them.
used to that.
In Sonic Adventure 2, you need to find a Chow container.
Oh, I won
break it,
5,000 from that.
Transport you to the Chow world upon completing the level. From this point on, you can access the Chow world with this character at any point from the level.
I guess I won half my money back.
So when you first enter the Chow Garden, there will already be 2 eggs.
I think
waiting
I've
for you.
lost the
When
slots.
presented with an egg, you have 3 possible options. Wait patiently for the egg to hatch on its own, which takes about 5 minutes. Or you can pick it up and shake it gently for a few seconds and then put it down.
Not too long ago, I started watching Sonic Prime. It's a good show. So I heard.
That sucker into a wall.
I heard it was
Although,
good.
Of course, they don't like that. Chow can have a number of different facial expressions, and contrary to a popular rumor, the method of hatching doesn't seem to have any bearing over which expression you get. One of the more striking features of Chow is the little floating ball above their head. This is called their emotion ball, and they can change shape to communicate how they're feeling at the moment. Once your Chow is born, the first thing you should do is take it over to the
You won
Chow
5,000.
Once here, go to the
I think I
fortune
gambled
telling
10,000
house. On
though.
arrival, the first thing she says is, "Welcome to the fortune-telling house. You won't get your fortune told here." Huh, seems like you might want to consider a different name then. What she will do
There
is
you have it, kids. Don't gamble. It's so rigged. Even the house always loses to the house. True.
Papoose,
Yeah,
Pixie,
that's a good
Chaz,
life lesson, IRL.
Jojo, Bruno, Honey, Dixie, Elvis, Woody, Soul in all caps. Look, proof the game is soulful, guys. Smile B in all caps. This is actually a reference to the Sega
It's a very
studio
soulful
Smile
game.
Bit, the guys who made Jet Set Radio. In fact, I think a bunch of the all-cap names are Sega references. Rosso is a name she can suggest, and that was also the name of a Sega development studio. And HITM refers to Hitmaker, also known as Sega AM3.
Life is always a gamble,
WoW refers to
so
Sega AM1, formerly known as WoW Entertainment.
might as well
Nagoshi
gamble.
probably refers to Toshihiro Nagoshi, the CCO of Sega. Another area in the kindergarten you can take your Chow to is the classroom. You can leave your Chow here and they'll be taught a lesson. Either
They get
how
to
play
do
an
slots with an
instrument,
S.
how to do a dance,
An
how to
extra S.
exercise, how to sing, or how to draw. You can place up to 4 Chow in the classroom at once. It takes 30 minutes of playing the game.
Life is a gamble if you make it one.
to complete the lesson.
True.
There are 5 different levels of singing ability.
All kinds of
Chow learning
truth.
a new song each time it completes a level.
You
Similarly,
could just
there are
stay in your
5
house all
levels of
day
drawing that the
and
Chow
like
can
not
do
go
each
anywhere.
class.
Even then, it still could
Chow
be a
can actually
gamble.
draw without lessons if it wins the crayons as a prize from one of the Chow races. With the crayons, it can draw a Chow and any player character it has a close bond with. If you're kind to a Chow with a specific character, its bond level will increase, and it will become friendly and come towards you when you approach. Whereas if you abuse a Chow, it will grow to hate that character and will run away from them.
Yeah,
There's
that's
also a black
Chow
market
abuse is
area
no
where you can
good.
buy various items from a cool, shady Chow with rings you've collected during the main game, but I'll talk more about him later. You can also take your Chow to the health center.
Deserved.
If you're feeling sick, the Chow doctor will give them medicine and make them healthy again. There are a number of sicknesses your Chow can get, but none will have any serious lasting effects, and they can all be cured by a trip to the doctor. The doctor will also comment on your Chow. On modern games, you can view the medical chart which displays your stats, but in the Dreamcast versions, the only way to check your stats is with the VMU minigame. You can also view your Chow's
That was
record,
annoying.
keep track
The
of
VMU was a
game
cool thing though. It
performance,
just
and their personality page,
the
which
batteries
is
did not
their
last
personality
at
types
all
as well as
whatsoever.
age and favorite fruit.
kind of sucked.
Chow personalities are not fully understood. Specifically, it's not known how exactly they affect a Chow's actions and behavior, or whether they're genetic traits or not. Personalities also don't work quite how you'd expect. Even though the doctors often
I needed this in my life.
a Chow can have up to 3
Jeez.
personality types at a time. A Chow can even have 0 personality types.
Is anybody streaming tonight? I think Ug's streaming at like 6, right?
Energetic, quiet, big eater, chatty, easily bored, curious, carefree, careless, smart, crybaby, lonely, and naive. The last main area of the kindergarten is the principal's
Also
room.
Mike, okay.
He just gives a variety of tips. It's some pretty useful information if you know absolutely nothing about Chow. There are 2 different types
Boo,
of
bad
trees.
stats can't be selectively bred forward to the ultimate
Other
Chow.
types of trees grow from the seeds
Aw,
that you can buy from the market. These trees grow and later die.
Pokin is old?
Cool, good to know. Now how do I plant the seeds? How to
Pokin
plant
is
the
old.
seeds? Well, that's a secret. Gee, thanks a lot, asshole. Actually, I'm the Chow doctor. Okay. Wait, what? I saw the Chow doctor. He's over in the other room, and you're not him. He's got those crazy eyebrows. So why the hell would he say this? Well, as you may suspect, it turns out it's just a simple translation error. The Japanese word hakase can be translated as either doctor in an academic sense, meaning someone with a doctorate, not necessarily a medical doctor, or as professor or expert. So with the actual Chow doctor one room over, it's clear they should have used a different word, but hey, that's far from the only issue with Sonic Adventure 2's translation. Anyways,
That's,
let's get back to the
yeah,
actual
Sonic
Chow
Adventures
doctor.
2's translation was a
Let's
little
get bored
wonky.
watching the Chow crawl around and
I remember
feel about
Pokin
the
was, I
water.
used to watch that when I was younger. Shadow
Just by
Mewtwo.
playing through the
Oh
stages,
yes, you're talking about the Pokemon fighting game.
Chaos drives,
That's on the Switch, isn't it?
The 4
Why don't I
main
have
stats
that?
are swim, fly, run, and power. These are all fairly self-explanatory. Your Chow starts off crawling, but after 50 points in run, he can start walking. The higher the stat, the faster he goes. Once your Chow reaches 100 points in swimming, it'll stop splashing helplessly and begin to actually swim.
37
Flying,
bucks.
well, they don't really fly exactly, but the fly stat determines their speed and distance traveled after jumping off a big ledge. Power is probably the least obvious, but it affects both the Chow's climbing speed
Even
and how fast
cheaper.
they can shake the nut down from the tree.
Well, there you
And
go.
how fast they can push the beach ball in Sonic Adventure.
That's how
1.
much it is.
The 5th stat, stamina, is a little.
I don't know how much I'd play that though, you know?
It doesn't affect the Chow's appearance or evolution at all.
That gets nostalgia
It's
points
operates
from
the
Henrik.
manual
I'm that
drive.
young.
You have to feed the Chow
Yeah, the
food
Wii
that
U.
grows from
Yeah, I
the
remember
trees
it was.
in the garden, or items bought directly from
That was back in the Wii U days.
It is nonetheless quite an important stat. There's a stamina bar that slowly drains while a Chow is racing, and you have the option to
I am
turn the
collecting
Chow on
Switch
with an additional
games, though.
speed boost at the cost of using some stamina. Once the Chow runs out,
I'm a
you
small
can
child in a
extremely
big
slow
world.
yourself. Stamina is crucial.
Sounds like an album
However,
name.
there are actually 2 more hidden stats, intelligence and luck. Intelligence increases the speed and accuracy they complete the puzzle portion of the race, as well as increasing the speed at which they open the jack-in-the-box. All animals and drives increase
This is just
intelligence a small
duck
amount.
game.
The higher luck stat decreases both the chance for your chow to trip and the
The
odds of
Chow
scaring the
minigame
jack-in-the-box.
was
It's
pretty
also going to
legendary,
increase the
but
chances of picking
it was
up
so
after
dang
good
hard.
traps during the ending area of the Diamond and Onyx courses. The stat is also raised slightly by all animals and drives, but Chaos drives increase it twice as much as animals. The mushroom item from the black market also increases luck. If I had to rank the
Huh.
stats in terms of importance, it would probably be in this order.
I've never raised a Chow to make it like super powerful. I have 25 stage kill streak. Let's go.
Also incredibly helpful, allowing you both
Poggers!
demands as well as simply being necessary to complete the longer races. Swimming is probably the next most important. There's a considerable amount of swimming sections. In the
I
races.
would.
More swimming than flying or climbing.
You can get
actually.
this game on Steam for like
Good swim
$2.50
stats
USD,
compensate a lot,
$2.50 on sale.
of course. Similarly, there aren't that many flying sections, but when they do happen, they can be a great opportunity to get ahead.
It's so worth it.
Power, I just really can't say it's terribly important, at least for racing. But there are a few power-oriented races, so it's not like you can or should completely neglect it. Luck and intelligence are both fine, but
Let me check the Plants vs. Zombie streams right now. We might convert back over a little bit in a little, so I could take a break.
Always at risk of tripping when you're running, and it's very, very annoying when you lose a race you otherwise would have won because of it. Whereas intelligence only affects two very specific puzzles, which aren't even in most races. Okay, so now that you understand
I spent
what the
countless
stats
hours on
are,
TY, you know I have so much time to waste.
as stated, you need to bring the Chow an animal or chaos drive. Let's start with the chaos drives because they're simpler. These drop from the gun robots in Sonic Adventure 2, opposed to Eggman's
Okay.
robots which drop little animals and a nice little piece of lore consistency. There are 4 different colors, each one correlating to one of the 4 main stats. The color drive drop when you destroy an enemy is random. In the Dreamcast games, giving a Chow a drive or animal would directly increase its stat a set amount. In the later games, it doesn't quite work that way. Giving a drive or animal
Okay.
won't directly raise its
doing
stat
okay.
number. Instead, it increases the Chow's progress bar. Once you fill up a Chow's progress bar, it will level up, and the stat will increase a random amount determined by its stat grade. Chaos drives increase the progress bar 24%. The progress bar is actually a percentage-based system, but the game displays it as 10 little rectangles, which round
Make a
to the
cat
nearest
short real
10%.
quick.
For example, anything between 15% and 24% would just show up as 2 filled squares. It should be noted that this helpful little stat window that pops up when you pick
That's
up
gonna
a
get
Chow
views.
in Sonic Adventure 2 battle. For the Dreamcast games, the only way to see their stats was with the VMU. So as stated earlier, they're not like Tamagotchi.
Let's upload this.
because you have to feed them for them to survive. The fruit is simply for raising stamina. Technically, you could have a Chow for its entire lifespan and never feed it once, but it wouldn't be very happy about it. Plus, they'll eat on their own if you leave food near them. But they're not going to die from you forgetting to feed them or anything like that. In fact, the only way for these guys to die is simply old age. Yep. Doesn't matter how much you starve these guys, kick them around, smash them in a wall, dump them
Dude.
into the dirt.
No,
You can
Chow
catch these
abuse,
guys
don't
all day
do it.
long and they never die.
Don't
Yeah,
do it.
all day
Cyber
long.
Shell.
Actually, there's
Eggman obliterated these metal machines. Let's stack some boxes in his way. I'm sure that'll stop
He's the
him.
only game that's a
Hey, what's up,
different
Josh?
system than the
How you
one I
doing?
described earlier. There's no intelligence, luck, or even
Today I'm just streaming reactions. No, it's not today. Super Bowl isn't today. It's Sunday. We can't stream it, but might be able to react to it.
You know what this means, right? Alright, so step 1 is you're going to want to crack that sucker open like you're making an omelet. You can do a short hop throw here to save a few frames if you want. The next thing you're going to want to do is back that little sucker up into a corner and go to town with the spin dash. I mean,
Making a short right now.
bastard. But remember, it's not about spamming it as fast as you can. It's about consistency and rhythm, hitting him as soon as he's vulnerable again. Now he's going to want to try and crawl away.
You're doing good? I'm doing well.
But just keep on top
I'm
of
doing
him with
pretty
that
well.
spin dash and make sure you keep track of where he is.
Just trying some
Go flying all over the
new
place.
methods
Ooh, you don't
for,
like
you know,
that. If
streaming.
you're having trouble keeping control of your spin dash, you can always try picking him up and throwing him, although this method is slightly slower. And there you go, that's my Chow murder percent run tutorial. I'm currently the only
Chow
one in this
murder
category,
percent,
but I
wow.
inspire others to take up the challenge with this video. I understand that some people really don't like seeing Chow abuse. If you found the footage of me violently murdering that innocent baby Chow as a joke to be offensive, then you can jump to the following time code to skip it.
Okay, uploading a short now, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna post the short in my
And yes, I understand the real Chow
what do you
murder
call
percent
it?
category would probably have to be timed from the start of the
I'm
game,
gonna
but
take a
this is where
page from UG because what he does is a good idea, very good idea.
Let's discuss the Chow
Toy Story 5 is happening. I hope it isn't as trash as Toy Story 4. Wait, they announced Toy Story 5? Ugh.
Here, just 3 hours and 12 minutes when
Dude, that
it's small,
sucks.
is running at 60 FPS, then enters a cocoon and evolves into an
Yeah, Toy Story 4 is bad. It will be. I think it will be.
Chow death. A chow's life lasts for about 5 years, after which it will enter a second cocoon. If you're neglectful or abusive to your chow, it will actually die, disappearing forever.
Okay, guys.
If it had a high enough happiness stat, it will instead enter a pink cocoon. And
Here, guys, what I'm gonna ask you to do is go to this link, watch the whole thing. It's only like 5 seconds. Give it a like, give it a comment, and then come right back. I'm gonna pin the message too.
As soon as the cocoon forms. Upon reincarnating, your chow will keep the same name and 10% of their total stats. Interestingly,
It's my cat.
egg will be born at level 0, but a reincarnated
Let's see if this works. Let's see if we can
So what's the deal with the first
rig the algorithm.
Well, once a chow has reached a certain age, it's ready
Yes,
to
3
transform
likes.
into
Let's
an
go.
adult chow. There are 5 different types of adult chow. Swim, fly,
I did that. Thank you,
power,
Scott. Thank you. I appreciate it.
In addition to changing appearance, when a chow evolves, its stat grade and the corresponding
Let's
stat
go.
increase 1 letter rank, unless it's already the maximum rank of S. If your chow evolves into the normal type, its stamina grade
Thank
will
you,
increase.
Chads of Chat.
During this first evolution is the only time a chow can ever increase its stat grade. So if you want your chow to have all S ranks,
Chads of the chat, thank you.
the process of raising it, evolving it, and having it die and reincarnate over and over
It's a done
again.
deal.
Which is why
It's a
the
done
most
deal.
chows
Like Jar
have
Jar.
chances by breeding, but I'm getting ahead of
Haha,
myself.
Jar Jar.
So what determines which evolution the chow will end
Thank
up
you,
in?
guys.
I mean, it's just whichever stat is higher.
W.
Well, no, it's not that simple.
This is exactly the opposite of.
Its level and actual number. It's essentially just 2 sliders. The run power slider.
The way the cat looked at the camera. W, yeah, let's go.
You see, these stat types are diametrically opposed. As you give your chow
All right.
drives and animals,
This
its
is awesome.
influence decreases, and vice versa. Same goes for swimming and flying.
www. World Wide Web. World Wide Win.
Then 80 red drives. It will evolve into a power type, despite run being a much higher stat, as that's the stat with the
We should
highest
call ourselves the W3s, or the 3W. The 3Ws, worldwide winners.
So none of the 4 stats has too much influence. It
Might be a
about 20
mouthful.
animals or 40 chaos drives to make the stat influence out from the neutral position. But what if the influence values are exactly the same? In the case where
GG.
run power sliders have equal absolute values,
Is Jar Jar the most jarring jar, or does Jar out Jar Jar Jar?
stat dominant is to determine what the evolution outcome
Jar out Jars Jar Jar.
It goes swim, power or run,
Every day.
and then flying. Stat influence continues to play a role in the life of an adult chow. You can continue
Here, I'll
to further
post,
affect the appearance of the adult chow by
spawn
giving it
game.
animals drives. This is informally known as the second evolution.
Good to know. Yes, indeed.
It merely refers to the natural growth of an adult chow.
Here comes a
over
bomb
time
fall
to
and
achieve
more
stat
stars. It's
This is the
lit.
Chow Island 3D Chow Viewer. It's a program written by Justin11 3D, and while not absolutely 100% game accurate, it's very, very close. It's
Chow
a very
Viewer?
useful tool if you want to design a chow. I love messing around with this program, but I just want to use it here to demonstrate the effects that stat influence can have on a chow. Something interesting is that stat influence does not immediately have any effect on an adult chow. Like if you immediately shove 100 chaos drives into this the second he emerges from his first evolution, he won't immediately change shape. It's only as time passes that
Let's
you begin to
go.
see the effects. Even if you don't give them any drives or animals, adult chow will still change over time. Although the effect can be quite subtle, as seen in the
I'm
normal
waiting
chow.
for it to hit
For
the
example,
algo.
this is a newly evolved
I'm
run
waiting.
chow. So as the running chow gets older,
Yummy
it becomes
fruit.
more blue.
Yes, indeed.
Little head nubbins come up to form ears. It's clear this is obviously becoming a little
OMG.
Sonic chow. That's cute. It doesn't make sense that the run chow would look like Sonic.
OMG
If we were to
Polly.
continue giving it lots of run drives and animals and max
Make a
out the
fruit
stat
tier
influence,
list.
you'll
That's a
see
good
that it's
idea,
even
actually.
more Sonic-like. This
I
is
might
what
have
the
to do
second
that.
evolution refers to.
I got a star. Yes, you did. Nice.
But unlike the first evolution, this is not a permanent change. If you were to then max
Very
out
nice.
power via drives, his appearance
It's Sonic Chow. Yeah, Sonic Chow's awesome.
Power Chow. Again, the further into an adult chow's lifespan, the more prominently the effects of stat influence are displayed. Another cute little detail is the fly type chow looks similar to knights, and indeed if you make a fly type chow, it makes the effect.
I'm gonna have to text Miss Arcadia real quick.
Anyways, I know it might seem like
She's almost out of work.
this a tad bit. I just want to make it very clear how many different possible ways you can get your chow to look. It's very customizable and easy to make a fairly unique looking chow. Speaking of customizing your chow, it's finally time to talk about animals. Animals are the other thing you can give your Chow to boost their stats besides Chaos Drives, and indeed animals came first, as the drives weren't introduced until Sonic Adventure 2. It's always been a serious tradition to have little animals inside Eggman's robots that pop out when Sonic destroys
There you
them.
go.
And it's kind of nice they progressed
What does the
that.
star mean? If you catch a star, you get PB coin, which you could spend on the little avatars that are running around the screen at the bottom.
And evolutions and all that jazz.
Here, I'll shout you out.
Your Chow aren't gonna look like this.
Watch the screen,
They're gonna
Scott,
look
for a
like
minute.
this.
Scott.
You see,
Here we go.
when you give an animal
Oops, sorry, that was the wrong
increase their
shout
stats,
out.
the Chow also receives a physical attribute from the animal.
I'm gonna
Animal will
give
have
you a shout out here.
possible attributes it could give. For example, if you give a Chow a penguin,
There you are, see? That's your little avatar guy.
or arms, or if you give
The more
a Chow
PB
big
coin
ass
you
penguin
get, the more
eyebrows, the body part
items you
will
can
be
equip.
randomized, which can be a bit of a pain in the ass if you're trying to give your Chow a
What's up, Trent? How you doing?
combination of animal parts. It should be mentioned that the pool of animals is slightly different between Sonic Adventure 1
Is there a
There's
live,
some overlap.
what is that? Invest stars in stock market? No, but I should make one for real. I'm doing, oh, nice, dude, nice. Glad to see you here. I'm doing well too. We're just chilling and watching some videos. PBA stock market.
First of which is that animals can
It's a video.
affect all
It's just a
four
video,
parts, not just one. Another major difference is
Sonic.
it can actually decrease
Or Ug's other son.
An animal can never lower stats.
What's up? How you doing?
All it can do is slightly decrease one of your progress bars. and
How you
there's no
guys
effect
doing
if the bar
today?
is already at 0.
We're just reacting.
Typically much more
I'm taking a new
fast
approach
compared to Chaos
to
Drives.
streaming, guys. I'm just gonna be live as long as I can.
Look at the otter, for instance. He increases swim 44% compared to the 24%.
I'll take breaks. When I do, I'll just put on Plants vs. Zombies.
The downside is
Make like 3 stocks, 1 Sonic, 1 TY, 1 Smash.
so it increases progress bars by
Yeah.
52% total, but it also
I'd invest in all those
20%
stocks.
for a net total gain of 30%.
Bro, my Chromebook is almost dead. I need it for my assignment, which I can't do today. It is due next Wednesday, so I'll just watch your stream instead. And the prom is tomorrow.
Stat bonus without any downsides.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily
Welcome back,
have to be
ICS.
the exact same animal.
I relate. My father had me in the basement, but I have some pizza for lunch. What?
Stat boost synergy.
I need some context, please. How do I buy something on the screen? Let me get you the link real quick.
They're the ones without a stat-colored background. In Sonic Adventure 1, there was just the blue background animals known as the random.
Okay,
type.
Scott, you have to go to this link. I'll post it a bunch of times.
Sonic Adventure 2 also has these animals.
Go here, and then you have to sign in with Google, and then you can start shopping.
The random type on average, but they're harder to
There's always another prom somewhere.
so much better than using the Chaos Drives for raising stats. You basically have no choice but to use them. And like I said, actively curating your Chow's appearance can be an annoying
Talk about grounded.
when you're just trying to get your stats up. Most of the time, your Chow is just gonna have to be like this, or this.
Oh, guys, if you're just joining in for the day, Ahmed got his own sound effect, and you just heard it.
Pulling up your Chow and making them not look like shit. The only time
There's no room for me, so my father has made my basement my room. What the heck?
Then you can focus
Oh, dude.
By that time, their lifespan is ready to reincarnate and start the process all over
Okay.
again. God, you're a ugly little bastard. Here, put this on.
A mad quick man stage isn't hard. Mega Man 2 trying to beat the stage. Okay, okay.
The true utility of Chaos Drives is that they don't turn your Chow.
Let's check on the cat short, guys. By the way, in the pinned message,
Every enemy in the
there's
game
a short. If you guys could go slap like on that and leave a comment,
side enemies, which change depending
that would be
on the level.
beautiful.
In Sonic Adventure 2, Chaos
It would be amazing.
enemies than animals. However,
And then come
each
back,
stage
of
will have
course.
animals scattered throughout it. There are 10 in treasure
We need to
stages,
talk about
15 in mech stages,
talk
20
about
in
this
winning
basement
stages,
treatment. Yeah, what the heck?
even grant you an extra life.
What the heck, Ugh?
What's
What's going on?
Animals, and the second and third Chow key containers once you've obtained a key from the first one. The second one will contain an assortment of rat
Dude.
animals, and the third one will
Sussy Mario?
animal. Chow don't just inherit body parts from animals; they also gain abilities.
It's not sussy.
Animal
It's
is
just
an
Mario
associated
Wall.
action with it that the Chow learns once they've received it, and they will remember how to do it for the rest of their life, regardless of whether or not the animal part gets overwritten. Some are pretty obvious.
I'm watching from the attic. It's cold up here. It isn't
Beat its chest,
completely isolated,
causes it to slam
which
on its
isn't optimal during a snowstorm, but it's quiet. I like that.
are pretty amusing.
Yeah, that's always a nice thing.
Blind deer Chow teaches it how to break
Guys, we're hitting the algo, I think. I think we're 17 views.
discover
19 views now. Literally just changed to 19 on the cat short. Let's go.
effects are a little more
Thank you,
drastic,
guys.
particularly with the 3 ghost-type animals. Giving the chow a bat will remove its legs, making it float
I
around
need
like
to get a live subscriber count on my screen for whenever I hit 3K.
replaces your chow's emotion ball with a little flame. That's pretty neat. Let's say you don't like
And since I'm in the basement, I'm with all my father's mods. Dang. My father's mods.
Well, if you're playing Sonic Adventure 1 or DX,
And since I'm in the basement, I'm with all. Oh, I already saw that.
remove animal parts in Sonic Adventure 2. But how, you might wonder? Is there something you can do at the kindergarten, maybe? Talk to a doctor? Or get
You
a
aren't
black
safe.
market? Nope. The way you
Wait
remove
for the
animal
return
parts
of.
is a skeleton dog. Each skeleton dog your chow will, instead of adding a new body part, actually remove an animal feature.
Get out of there!
As stated earlier, the
He needs to
skeleton
feed
dog is
him.
a ghost animal, which are much rarer than normal stage animals, which is, shall we say, less than convenient. Luckily, due to something we'll be discussing shortly, this is really not a deal breaker or major issue, just a questionable design choice. So, as I alluded to earlier with my hilarious paper bag joke, you can give your chow hats to wear which cover up their head.
Okay,
Or
okay.
part of an eggshell as a hat, or if you're playing as
Yeah, the chow can wear hats. Pretty crazy.
for them to wear. But most of the hats can
Get him the
simply be
pumpkin
bought
hat.
from
That's my favorite.
But if you just go get a hat and give it to your chow, he's just gonna look confused and throw it away. No matter how many times you shove it in that little bastard's hands, he will refuse to put it on. You see, this is because chow are not born with the ability to wear hats. So, how do you unlock it? What weird
Oh yeah, yeah. I just kind of copy pasted your name in it. I was like, should I leave it? I'll leave it.
Give it a skeleton
14
dog.
likes. Let's go, guys.
In addition to removing
This is
the
Sonic
body
Adventure
parts of your
2.
skeleton, given its first skeleton dog, you permanently gain the ability to wear hats.
It is for PC and I think Xbox and PS4. Yeah, you should. Ninja Girl. It's Ninjago Girl. Sorry. It is. It's a cheap game. Whenever it's on sale. If and your PC could probably run it. Most PCs can, unless you don't have a PC.
It's okay. This is mandatory.
But yes,
It's for his own good.
Steam Deck.
So here's the rub.
Get yourself a Steam Deck.
Way too fucking
Yeah, it's true. I haven't streamed Jackbox in a while.
It's
been a while.
It will take you a very
Yo, we're at 37 views.
playthroughs. Realistically, at some point you will end up being forced
Kitty's
to run
famous.
over for animals, which is incredibly tedious. I really just think they should have balanced it slightly more.
41.
Like, I understand the whole point of the Chow Garden was to increase playtime, and making you replay stages was part of that. But raising just one Chow feels like it takes an eternity, let alone trying to do multiple at once. However, by a stroke of luck, a glitch was discovered that seems to be an exact solution to this problem. The infinite small animal use glitch is probably the single most famous glitch in the entire game. Usually once you give a Chow an animal or drive, it will grab it, embrace it, and then release it in a shower of sparkles, after which you're no longer able to interact with it, and it disappears shortly thereafter.
Blue.
However, there is a
Oh yeah, you
very
change your
small
avatar.
area where
Nice.
if you put down the animal right in front of the Chow,
Let's do Battle Royale. Everybody who wants to be in the Battle Royale, just type in chat.
but you'll still be able to pick
I'll
it
do
up
some
and use it
stars
again.
real quick too.
It can be a little tricky to figure out the sweet spot at first, but
Hold on for a
eventually
minute,
you'll feel
okay.
for it. It helps having a few animals near you so you can chain them together to keep the Chow from
Is Sonic
wandering
Blue
off.
because of a disease? I don't think so.
However, they go flying
Oops.
much further, so it's
Wrong
harder to
command.
pull off consistently or to get into a good rhythm. This glitch spread across the internet. Chow
Battle Royale incoming,
It's
guys.
not even that hard to discover for yourself.
After this bomb
This is
fall.
basically the glitch that saved the Chow Garden. I honestly believe there would have been substantially less people who got really into the Chow Garden if it wasn't for this glitch. Also, like I stated earlier, with this glitch you only need one skeleton dog to remove all the animal parts in a Chow, which makes that process much less tedious. So that's pretty much all the basics covered, right? Am I forgetting anything?
Oh, okay, there we
The
go.
most fundamental and iconic features of the Chow Garden, which was introduced in Sonic Adventure 2.
Everybody in the Battle Royale, let's go!
Alignment is a surprisingly simple feature, all things considered. Basically just a slider that goes from hero to dark.
Bomb fall is not affecting you guys right now.
Appearance isn't just affected by its stat influence, it's also affected by its alignment slider. If you're kind to a Chow as a hero character by petting it, feeding it, etc., you will increase its hero alignment, and you can watch the effects of this happen in real time.
Welcome back,
if you
Australia.
did out of one for long enough. However, if you were to abuse the Chow as a hero character, its alignment will shift the other way towards dark. For dark characters, it's the opposite. Be kind to them to make them dark, and abuse them to make
I
them
forgot
hero.
about that actually, about the
Really,
Chow.
there's no reason to do it like this. It's much slower than just petting them a bunch with the alignment you want. And moreover than that, it's just cruel. If you ever
Chronic
recycle that
farces,
bit,
huh?
smashing your chow into rocks and just kicking them and smacking them around and just beating the shit out of them, then shame on you. These little blue footballs deserve to be treated with respect.
What the heck? There's a false star.
As that game isn't split into
Star isn't even real. We're doing it over. We're doing Battle Royale over.
Change a chow's alignment, but it's an extremely slow and tedious process of feeding them hero fruit or dark fruit. This
We'll
is
do
just one
more
of the many reasons that
stars
Sonic
first,
Adventure
though.
Battle is the preferred game for raising chow. When a child chow with a strong hero alignment undergoes its first evolution, it will become a hero chow. And it works the same way for the dark.
Is Star a robot?
So earlier
Yeah.
when I was saying this is a run chow.
Who is
fly,
in
fly
second
chow,
place?
That wasn't entirely accurate. The full nomenclature here would be a neutral run chow and a neutral fly chow.
Oh my goodness.
Standard hero normal.
Star won a shiny loot box. Dang it, I'm sorry, guys.
Just the same as a neutral chow, so you can have a dark fly power.
Here, let's do another one.
hero, swim, fly, etc.
One more bomb fall
If
though.
you're wondering, dark run looks like a little shadow. Remember the chow evolution chart I showed earlier? Well, there are actually 3 times as many types.
You're halfway through Mario Galaxy.
Ways a chow can look.
Nice.
And this is before even putting on animal.
Og's other son was second.
And even
Okay.
once a chow has reached its adult phase, its alignment is essentially locked in. The game still technically keeps track of their alignment as adults, but it doesn't affect their appearance at all, and only has the most minute imaginable behavioral effect.
I'll add more
Chow
for your
has a high
PB
enough bond
points.
with the character that
You
when
get
it reaches
1,000.
there's a chance to give a bow if it's hero aligned, or a thumbs up
Okay.
if it's dark aligned. I think that's literally the only effect it has in adulthood.
Here's Battle
Once you've
Royale.
evolved a hero and dark chow, you'll gain access to the hero and dark gardens, respectively.
Get in here, guys.
Section 1 also has 3 gardens to choose from. One for Station Square, Mystic Ruins, and the Egg Carrier.
Let's do the Battle Royale.
Both games can only hold up to 8 chow each. The hero and dark gardens actually do slowly affect a chow's alignment over time. Just being in the dark garden for about 2 hours with no player input is enough to influence a child chow enough to become a dark chow when they evolve. As you can see, all the gardens underwent some
Yay, Battle
changes
Royale.
from the Dreamcast and GameCube
Let's
versions,
go.
although some of them only had extremely minor changes. The funniest change is they had to lower the water.
I like
level
NES's music.
in the
Same.
Dreamcast
Same
version
here.
You could drown Tails in it. I always thought it was so weird that this version of the mechless Tails can even die. Like, you literally never use him in an adventure stage, just in the Chow Garden.
Yo, we're at 230 views on our video, on our short. Thank you guys. You're boosting it.
I guess they just wanted to keep it flat and straightforward so you wouldn't lose your Chow or whatever, but it's kind of a
That
bummer.
worked.
If you ever spend a lot of the time in the Hero or Dark Gardens, you might notice your Chow never seem to use half the garden. You can pick them up and put them there, but they'll never walk their own free
My favorite music is Mega Man 10 music, Abandoned Memory theme. Wily Stage 1.
This entire part of both gardens is simply
I don't know that one.
points altogether. Thankfully, you can download a mod
Come on,
for PC
Frieza.
for the PC.
Nice. Nice win.
What if I told you there was actually a 6th type of Chow you could evolve into? There's nowhere in the game that explains how to do this, and even online for the longest time, people didn't understand the exact mechanics.
Let's see what
of it.
loot box you
There are
get.
a number of requirements you need to meet. First of all, your Chow needs to have reincarnated at least twice already. The second is it needs a happiness value of greater than 80. Again, this is easy to achieve. The third, and most important, is it needs to have been given at least
Okay.
one of every
Battle
animal
Royale
in
plus
the current
PB
life.
coin. You should get a loot
Although some
box.
people thought you must only
Main
give
hand
exactly one of each animal, but
ninja
that's not the
stick?
case. All that matters is to make sure it evolves into a normal type Chow, meaning
Spawn
nothing
game is
will
awesome.
set if
This is
you
an awesome
right,
stream.
nothing
Thank
will
you.
evolve into a Chow of that specific type. When you finally complete all of these steps correctly,
Uncommon loot
evolving
box.
special
Okay.
testing will play, and your Chow will have evolved into the legendary Chaos Chow. This is a very
I bought
special
all
kind of
bought all the
Chow.
skins.
It can
Nice.
include animal parts like a regular Chow, and will always make
Let's do another.
a single featureless appearance that does not change regardless of stat influence. Chaos Chow are incapable of mating, so if you want another Chaos Chow, you need to go through all the steps listed earlier. And finally, their signature ability is that they're immortal. They will never die or reincarnate. In addition to your standard Chaos Chow, there's also the Hero and Dark version.
Never bother with some Polybius of our. Oh, never bored with Polybius of Arcadia. That's good.
Pinnacle of Chow evolution. But as it is locked in
Yes, that would be who is bored. Every time he comes in, he's like, ugh.
So if you're gonna go through the trouble of raising a Chaos Chow, obviously make sure it's not.
Guys, don't forget to check the pin message. There is a short that I just put out, and it's doing some numbers right now. I need your help though. If you haven't liked it, please go like it real quick. Come back, maybe leave a comment. Comments are nice too. We're on our way to 3,000.
For whatever reason, these Chow sounds were removed in later versions. Well, according to the
Okay.
official Chaos character page on Sonic Channel, he is in fact a mutated Chow after all, so let's just leave it at that.
Oh my goodness, Ug's other son won that one. That was a close one.
Well, the main way to get more Chow is by breeding.
Pretty good, guys. Pretty
After
good.
about 3 Chow years, an adult Chow will naturally enter a mating phase.
GG's.
Or you can use a heart fruit from the black market in order to cause any adult Chow to immediately start its mating season. Once you have any 2 Chow who are ready to mate, put them next to each other.
We could do
and put
another.
their little faces together in an
I'm not
egg
playing
pops
any
out.
game, so
Really that simple. Chow
why
are
not?
gendered and
I gotta go. See you. Okay,
Chow
Australia.
exists.
See you later.
Well, at least there's no negative consequences.
Every time I come on your stream, the first thing I say is hi, and suddenly I start complaining about school. It's usually what happens. It's whatever. Offhand fork. Ug's other son got an offhand fork. Okay. That works.
These were the only different color Chow you could get besides the default. In fact, these 3 eggs were the only eggs you can get in the entire game.
I'm
besides
gold.
the gift
Nice. Yeah, that's
That means
cool.
If you were to kill the 2 starting Chow from each of the 3
Got the gold
gardens,
skin.
find all 3 eggs in the adventure fields and kill those Chow too.
Based.
You're permanently stuck without a way to get new Chow, right? Every other version has a black market you can buy new eggs from. But
Spawning
not
those
with
stars,
Sonic
boys.
Adventure 1. So I think that makes it the only game
I'll do a
that
bomb
achieves
fall.
total Chow extinction. Not that I never do such a thing, of course, but I'm just saying some depraved madman out there or some stupid poor kid who just sucks at raising Chow has probably done it. Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast, in addition to introducing the Hero and Dark Chow, also brought back the black, silver, and gold Chow from the first game. However, as there were no adventure fields to find the eggs in, this is when they had the idea to create the Chow Black Market. However, it's quite different in this game compared to the later iterations. It was only accessible online via the in-game web browser.
Sonic 06 is no good. That's true. You're right. It's not a good game. It tried to be. Sega, the developers wanted it to be a good game, I could tell, but Sega rushed them very fast.
Market didn't charge rings, but rather required you to have a certain amount of emblems.
Bad game.
This was verified by uploading your save file to the web page. Players were able to download a number of rare jewel Chow, like the Ruby, Sapphire, Amethyst, and Emerald Chow. The final Chow available from the site was the incredibly rare Moon Chow.
Moon Chow looks
This
cool.
Chow is completely unique in that it's the only Chow available in any of the games, which uses a specific texture for its skin, and it was only available in the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 2. Despite this, you only need
Sonic
30
Lost
emblems
World.
allowed to download
I'd rate it like a 5 out of 10. Pretty
In
mid.
addition to the black market, there was also a section called the Chow Daycare where you could upload your Chow for other people to download, and you could browse other people's Chow creations too. Anyways, with the GameCube games, they introduced 13 different colored Chow eggs available from the black market. In general, as you
It's a lot of
collect more
Chow.
items in the main game, the variety of items in the black market increases.
How would I rate
You might find that
Frontiers?
even with all the emblems,
I
you
would
might
say
have
it's like a
to manually check
7.5 out of 10.
never have
What's
the
up,
specific
Chloe? How you
color
doing?
you want. This is because there are 3 sets
Welcome.
each containing 3 colors: blue, orange, and green.
Thanks for
yellow,
joining.
Pink and purple, and finally red, brown, and sky blue. When your Chow save game is generated, one of these sets is selected to never be sold at the Chow store, meaning you will never be able to obtain Chow of these colors on your save. This might seem
True, that's weird.
permanently making
I want a
the
red
colors
Chow.
available, especially on PC where there's
Have you ever
no
played
way to
Baldi's
get
Basics? I've never played it, but I know what it
in the
is.
PC version, you could actually trade Chow between games using
Why are you
official
Super Sonic and not normal Sonic?
So the colored Chow eggs you buy
'Cause,
from the store can hatch a Chow
I don't
that
know.
will
I just think
solid
Super Sonic's
color.
cool.
These are known as monotone Chow.
I could change it
Unlike
up.
Normal Chow change color with their stat influence and evolution. These monotone Chow will maintain their solid coloration their entire life. However,
usually
this is
just
the
like
only
having
type of
Sonic
Chow
on the
coloration
screen.
possible. By breeding a monotone Chow with a normal Chow, you're able to create a two-tone Chow. These Chow are
That's
not
crazy.
a solid flat color, and they can display.
How would you rate the
patterns and
SNES in general?
certain evolutions. In addition to color and tone, there's another factor that influences the Chow's appearance.
9.9 out of
Shiny or
10.
not. On rare occasions, the black market will have a shiny monotone color egg for sale. As the name implies, a shiny Chow will have a brighter, sparkling coating. All Chow can come in either shiny or non-shiny versions. However, shiny Chow is not to be confused with a jewel coat like the gold or silver Chow from Sonic Adventure 1, or the downloadable Chow from the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 2.
The Dreamcast
That's a
version was my
separate thing.
favorite.
A jewel coat will override the natural tone.
How would you rate the
coloration of a
PS2?
Chow.
That's probably a perfect
Typically, you'd have a
system.
monotone red
It's a 10
Chow
out of
with a
10.
gold jewel coat.
The PS2 had it all
Identical to a normal Chow or any other color Chow with a gold
for the
coat.
time.
Via breeding, it's even possible to obtain a shiny jewel chow.
It still
However,
has so
shiny and
much.
jewel traits appear to conflict.
What zombies do I like on Plants vs. Zombies?
Appear completely
I like the
different.
Chomper.
On GameCube, depending on the color used, they
I like
can be
Tall Nut.
transparent or even invisible.
I like
PC release of Sonic Adventure DX, they just appear as
the
shiny
Gatling
There's a completely
pea
different
shooter
version you use
and the
for
frost
some
shooter.
reason. For whatever reason, on the Steam 360 and PS3
Uh,
versions
the-
of the game, there's a
the
glitch that causes
corn
the shiny jewel
launcher
to appear insanely
is
bright.
great.
So color, tone,
How'd you rate the
shininess,
Sega Genesis?
and
I would give the Sega
force
Genesis a 9 out of 10.
When it comes to breeding their dominant recessive genes, for example, all colors
It would get
are equally
a
dominant
higher
recessive
rating if it had better RPGs. Or, well, it does have good RPGs, it just doesn't have, like,
all children
an
would choose
ocean
their
of,
parent and
like,
parenting game.
amazing RPGs like the
Every child
SNES
has two
does.
stored in each genetic trait. Chow do in fact have hidden recessive genes not expressed in their phenotype. Look, I'll spare you the pun.
I think I rated so high because of the sound chip is one of my favorite sound chips ever.
Or it might take a few tries. So in addition to selling eggs,
How would you rate
packs of
Mario?
food, something else you can buy from the black market are seeds. In
Um,
order to plant the seed, your chow will need to have won the shovel toy from the crab pool
I think
race.
8.5
Also water the sapling with the watering can toy
in
from the
general.
Stump Valley race in order to make it grow faster and live longer. Most fruits give a small percentage bonus to stamina per bite, but some have a special effect for the last bite. For example, it's the last bite of the heart fruit that makes the
How would you rate Sonic? 10 out of 10.
Dark fruit that slightly changes their alignment.
Poggers out of 10. I have a birthday tomorrow. Let's
Chow
go.
also have a favorite fruit which it prefers to eat.
Happy birthday. Happy early
Sometimes chow will
birthday.
behave and eat the whole fruit when you give it to them, and sometimes they'll take one bite and then toss it away, so you keep having to shove it in their face.
How would you rate Metroid?
So let's say your chow's favorite fruit is the triangle fruit. You can get a triangle seed
I would say
in
like
your garden and start growing them yourself instead of
8
trying to buy them
8 out of
individually.
10.
These planted trees will eventually die though. Unlike
I
the
wish it was a
regular
bigger
trees.
franchise. I wish it had more
There's 4 big
games.
spots where seeds can be planted. Apparently in the Steam version of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the trees that Chow plant are broken and will never update from their sapling model, resulting in these weird looking buggy monstrosities. This is actually really bothering me, so I went online and surprisingly there's no quick and easy patch you can download to fix this. People had to resort to hex editing the game in order to change the appearance of the
Hex
sapling
editing?
trees. Eventually,
That's
Sonic
illegal.
Adventure user Main Memory was nice enough to post
Just
a
kidding, it's
text
not.
string you can add to the codes list of the Sonic Adventure 2 mod manager. So I did just that, and it's still not working. Huh. Oh, it's because I needed to capitalize the P in patch, of course. Duh. Did I really need to include this information in the video? No. No, I didn't. Something very strange that you can buy from the black market are menu themes.
Have you ever played Golden Axe 1, 2, and 3? Yeah.
Feature exists, but if you
I
go
played
to
them
the
all.
Options menu in Sonic Adventure 2, you can select a character theme.
Those games are awesome.
Voiceovers to their voice as well as the background of the options menu. There's one for each playable character, as well as unlockable Omo Chow, Amy Rose, and Maria themes in the black market. They go for 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000
What?
respectively, which makes the Maria
Maria
the most
theme?
expensive item in the game. They also have other requirements in order to even appear in the shop in the first place. For Omo Chow, you need 100 emblems. For Amy, you need 2 Chow Race emblems and all Action Stage emblems, apart from the All A Ranks emblem. And finally, for Maria's theme to appear, you not only need all 180 emblems, you need to have linked Sonic Advance 1 and 2 to your save file via the GBA link cable.
Jeez.
So that means it's
I got one of those
impossible to
cables
make
just for
it
this game.
Although thankfully, being on PC, of course, it's easy to fix with a mod. Something even stranger is that there's actually...
You guys ever played GameCube before?
Go to the menu
They
to
were
select
shaped like a
the menu,
lunchbox
keep the control stick clockwise for
with a
30
handle.
seconds, and a theme will appear for the President's Secretary.
How to rate
Is that one
Kirby?
Random, extremely unimportant character. That is an extremely peculiar.
7 out of
Easter egg.
10.
Okay, so after all that,
I
what
wish.
exactly am I supposed to do with my Chow? I mean, what? Am I supposed to just sit around and look at it? Well, now we can finally play the game. I mean, sure.
There you go,
technically, don't
Scott.
need to know any of that stuff to start racing.
That Chow's about to have a bath.
Open and head into the waterfall and immediately enter into
It's
a
gonna
race.
fall in the water.
It's just that he's gonna suck.
100 out of
The race
100.
mechanics differ slightly from Sonic Adventure 1 to
Kirby
Sonic
is a
Adventure
perfect
2.
10 for
I'll quickly go over
Ninjago.
the SA1 system first. There are only 2 sets of races, beginner and jewel races, and 5 courses: Pearl, Amethyst, Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. Once you win the jewel race, your Chow gets a little race medal it wears on its chest, which looks like the corresponding jewel. In this version, there is no stamina meter for your Chow, as it wasn't a stat in the original SA1. The way boosts work is randomly during the race, the camera will shift focus to a different Chow and it will start
Yeah, I
spinning.
hated that camera, by the
Then
way.
press A in order to cheer it and give it a short little burst of speed. Weirdly, you can cheer any Chow you want, not just your own. I'm personally not really a fan of this system. I just want to watch my own Chow the whole time, and the camera is constantly shifting focus.
True.
Because of all this, I really do not care for doing the races in Sonic Adventure 1. A neat feature was the hidden rival Chow that can show up
Oh, let's check the
in
short.
every race. If you have a Chow
Oh
with
yeah,
stats
it's
adding
got
up to
1,000 now.
6,751
But I think it's
or
going
more,
down.
there's a chance the silver Chow can
Hey, what does
appear,
PB
which
stand for? It stands for Polybius or peanut butter.
if your Chow is at least 1900 in every single stat, then the gold Chow can appear, or even tougher than the silver Chow. However, most
Do you want us to fight again, huh?
Yes,
Oh, you mean like the battle royale? Sure.
Races, and it shows up as Chaclon with an L, but it's supposed to be an R. You know how Japanese people be. He has very interesting, unique behavior.
Hey, LB.
As soon as the race starts,
What's
he'll immediately
LB?
lay down and go to sleep, allowing your Chow to gain a huge head start. But about halfway through the race, he'll wake up and start running, revealing he has incredibly high stats. Even with such a late
The
start,
battle royale is
his
starting.
stats aren't high enough.
How would you rate Turtle Wow? That's a
Something else
10.
interesting in the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 1 is you can actually walk around this room. It isn't just a menu screen, and you can clearly see these little
Loser butter.
I guess I'm not sure if this
Where can I get some loser butter in the grocery store?
and he doesn't speak or anything, but I mean that's his character model right
You
there.
ever have a stick of loser butter in bulk at Costco?
So in Sonic Adventure 2 there are actually 6 categories of races.
Have you?
The
How'd you rate Star
standard
Fox
hero and
64?
hero and
8.5.
the special challenge race
Easy.
and party race mode, which allows you to race
Star
around
Fox
without
64 is
any
easily
in the Dreamcast
a
games,
top
you can have
5 in the
Chow racing
N64.
simultaneously, whereas in the GameCube games up to 4 Chow can race at once, one for each controller. In the PC versions, you're only allowed to race 2 of your Chow at a time for some reason. In both games, there's actually only one map which has every single Chow race. It's the specific route that changes depending on which race.
How would you rate
Different routes test different stats.
Mario
For
Golf?
example, the Aquamarine course is focused on the swim stat with a lengthy water section. Each category.
Alright, Toad, I won't. I know for sure not to eat that because it is very toxic, very poisonous for the digestive tract.
These races are much longer and have 5 difficulty levels per set.
Toad won.
Winning the 5th
Congrats,
race,
Toad.
the Chow will receive a medal of the corresponding jewel. In addition to swag medals and jewels,
Got a
Chow will
nunchuck.
win toys
Nice.
in Chow races, such as the Pogo Stick and Sonic Doll. Most of these
Mushroom
toys are just
butter.
something Chow will pull out and play with when it has nothing to do. However, few toys you win are not specific to an individual
Bomb
Chow,
fall.
but are instead items that show up in the garden, like the ball, the radio, the jack-in-the-box, the rocking horse, and the television. Once you evolve a hero or dark Chow, you unlock their respective set of races, just 4 each. Oddly, you don't have to be a hero Chow to enter the hero race, you're just not allowed to be a dark Chow and vice versa.
It's kind of
So you can
weird.
beat every race in the game with a high-level neutral Chow if you want. The hero races are against Dark Chow, and the aesthetic of the course has been changed to a spooky version to match the tone. Again, the opposite is true for the dark races.
This is a very
It's
long
against Hero
Chow
Chow and a more
video.
anti-looking version of
It's
the same.
almost over.
The final challenge in both sets is a one-on-one race against a Chaos Chow of the opposite alignment. Winning this race also grants your Chow a hero.
Alright, everybody who wants to be in the battle royale,
Set of races is the challenge races. A set of
type
12 unique themed
type
races
now.
is very
Type in the
challenging.
chat if you want to be in the battle royale,
The
guys.
2 races are actually callback to Sonic Adventure 1's Chow races. The first is against gold and silver rivals, and the second features the return of Chacron. Unfortunately, he lacks his trademark sleeping
Type
behavior.
me. Okay.
At least he retains his super high stats. The third and fourth races are interesting. In the third race, you're up against a bunch of Omo Chows, and in the fourth, you're up against a bunch of small.
Alright, I'm gonna let it rip.
Technically, these are all just reskin Chow, so it's not that different from a gameplay perspective, but they are pretty difficult opponents. The fifth race is against so-called Cockroach Chow, Black Chow with little antenna. The next race is another one with reskin
Look at
Chow,
those
this time against little
racing
Egg Chow.
eggs.
Next race is against Skull Chow in the Spooky Garden, followed by a very similar race against Pumpkinhead Chow. This is followed by yet another spooky race, but against Ghost Chow.
That command
with
definitely
legs
doesn't
and
work.
balls. The 10th race is a rematch against an even stronger Chakron. And the penultimate challenge race is against a group of colorful dual Chow called the Chow Rangers.
The Chow
final
Rangers,
challenge
let's go.
race, called Here Comes the Ultimate Rival, is a one-on-one race against a neutral Chaos Chow with extremely high stats.
I've noticed. Oh yeah, the plane drops us all off.
Now, there's a number of minutiae I could get into here, like the time my Chow tripped, then immediately tripped again, or that time
I hate when that happens.
End of the race, and then it tripped in the hole.
What?
That time I was doing the puzzle section, and this fucking guy just comes up and skips it. What the hell,
Oh.
this little bastard is cheating. I have done a shitload of races for this video, and this was the only time I ever saw Chow flat out skip the puzzle section. The hell is that about? But let's just move on to Chow Karate, a feature only in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Chow
In
Karate.
this mode, two Chow fight each other.
Based.
You can either enter in a tournament against 5 progressively stronger computer
Mobile
Chow,
games
or you can
are-
choose to fight each of your own Chow. On the GameCube, the Interleague match option allowed you to battle Chow from 2 different memory cards. So
Ninjago One, what'd you get? What's your
to watch your Chow fight
loot
against each
box?
other, which
What's
is
it gonna be?
in this mode, you do not directly control the Chow. Rather, you merely observe.
Powerful sword?
At the bottom of the screen, you'll see your Chow's zeal meter. It will gradually decrease over the course of the battle.
Main hand, B main hand, powerful sword. A rare loot box. Nice, nice.
Chow will sit on its ass, and you need to mash that A
Well
button
done.
with no tomorrow to cheer it on and restore as much zeal as fast as you can before your opponent gets a free hit in. For whatever reason, they decided that cheering noise had to be the most annoying.
A real life
sound
Mario
in the
would be
world.
shorter than you. Probably, yeah. He would be. Especially when he's in his mini form.
There are 3 ways to win a Chow Karate match. The first is simply attack the opponent until their health bar is depleted, of course, and the second is by knocking them out of the ring. The third is simply to have more health remaining once the 90-second time limit is up. It's possible to tie, but it's pretty rare. You might be wondering how stats work in this mode. Well, in this mode they do different things. Swim is the defense stat, which lowers the damage you take from enemy attacks. Fly is stealth, which increases your evasion, making your Chow more likely to dodge.
Okay.
Speed, which increases
Makes
your
sense.
attack speed.
Mega Man is actually 7 feet something. It just looks like he's small. Really? That's pretty dang tall for a
It's
robot.
not terribly useful in races, but as you might expect in this mode, it directly increases your Chow's attack power, meaning your attacks do more damage and it sends them flying back further. In addition to this, as your power stat increases, your Chow can learn new attacks like the spin kick. Stamina, of course, simply affects the size of your Chow's health bar, as well as reduces the amount of zeal lost when attacked. Intelligence
Dang.
and luck are both related to
Gotta
zeal,
do a little bit of
increasing the rate at which
research here for the
increases
Plants
the rate
vs.
of
Zombies
recovery,
stream.
respectively. There are 4 different levels of karate to select. Once you beat expert mode, you unlock the super tournament.
Because I gotta kick it on milk mode soon.
Certain rounds will have alternate opponents you can occasionally face instead.
Rockman sounds like a
The
better
final
name though.
fight of the
True.
super tournament is against an Onyx neutral chaos Chow called Flash. Defeat him and your Chow will achieve the rank of Grandmaster. Now it's time to discuss what might be the biggest difference between the console versions and the PC versions of the adventure games. They completely lack any sort of handheld cross-compatibility. In each garden there's this machine.
That's true.
On Dreamcast is to send the Chow to the VMU, while on the GameCube is to transfer them to the Game Boy Advance.
It's a cool little machine. I wish I had that in my
Different
room.
Designs for the hero and dark gardens, which is a nice touch, whereas there's just one
Just a big
GBA
red
machine.
button with a Game Boy on it.
There's no tiny Chow garden on PC. In Sonic Adventure DX, it's known as the Chow Name Machine, since there's no kindergarten in this game where you name your Chow. In Sonic Adventure 2, however, it's literally just the Chow garbage can. Getting rid of unwanted Chow is the only remaining
Let me
feature
see.
of this thing, so now it has the extremely ominous title of
I'm gonna
the
type up,
Chow Departure Machine.
Something
To get
here.
rid of a Chow, you can chuck it in this thing and select the goodbye option. The music changes to this incredibly melodramatic, sad song, and it reads, Chow will have a happy life in a faraway forest. You will never see your Chow again. Oh my god, that's so sad. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Psych! Just kidding, I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here,
Dang.
bitch.
Oh, wow. Cybershell is... He goes hard, man.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
gonna get rid of you. Yet. Originally in the Dreamcast games, an integral part of the Chow raising experience was putting it in the VMU to interact with it. In addition to just raising your little Chow while playing the main game, you could even take it around with you.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact,
On the
quite a lot of
demonetization on that.
functionality was locked behind this feature, such as the ability to see their stats and mood, and it was crucial for raising your Chow's stats quickly. There were also unique items you could obtain which had special effects when taken back to the main garden. Sonic Adventure 2 had its own version, Chow Adventure 2. which
Okay,
was really
I'm not
different
going
from the
anywhere
basic
yet,
idea.
but that's what I'm gonna post. That's what I'm gonna put on the pinned comment when I leave.
Intelligence was with the VMU minigame. Something interesting is that you can actually connect via music.
Isn't there a Mario OVA? Because I know there's a Sonic OVA. Yes, there is a Mario OVA. I haven't seen it before. It looks cool.
You can link Chao together, giving you both an egg.
I'd like to watch it, but I would get owned
regular garden breeding.
on the copyright.
10% of the stats of its parents averaged together. For the GameCube games, this feature was completely revamped and overhauled, as obviously it would be very difficult to play Chao Adventure on a GameCube memory.
What's up, Owen? How you doing?
Instead, they introduced the Tiny Chao Garden, a feature that was designed to take advantage of the GBA link cable. The Tiny Chao Garden is a simple 2D Chao Garden that was included in Sonic Advance 1 and 2, as well as Sonic Pinball Party. If you didn't own any of these,
I never played Sonic Pinball Party. That sounds like something I should play.
Tiny Chao Garden to your GBA, which you can use until you turn the system off, either just to mess around with it or in order to transfer Chao between games. The Tiny Chao Garden essentially works like a simplified version of the main Chao Garden, unlike Chao Adventure 1 and 2, where essentially just little mini games. Time does not pass in this garden, so your Chao won't grow old or die. It can hold one Chao and one egg at a time. A Chao's appearance.
I remember playing this though. This was a great mini game. I thought this was so cool.
But other than that, it pretty much works how you'd expect.
Yeah, that's basically me right now.
Fruit, give them toys to play with, etc. However, there's one critical feature missing from the Tiny Chao Garden.
You're gonna voice Tails? Okay.
However, if you completely neglect them for long
Let's
enough,
go.
they can actually run away. It even has its own shop, which happens to be the only way you can acquire Jewel Chao in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yeah, those Jewel Chao are really cool looking, honestly.
Games or Pinball Party. However, you can also earn rings from one of the two.
Hold on, guys. I'm running downstairs real quick. Keep chatting. We'll do a battle royale. Type in chat if you want to do a battle royale, guys.
Depends on the version you're playing. In Advance 1, in the downloadable garden from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the game will be rock, paper, scissors. And in Sonic Advance 2, it's Chao Bounce. And in Sonic Pinball Party, it's Chao Ball. Only in the temporary downloadable garden from Sonic Adventure DX can you play Chao Search. This game even has official sprite work of Tikal. Something else you might notice is that... What the fuck? So apparently Chao can talk. I mean, I guess I already knew Chao could talk, like the Chao Doctor in Principle, but I didn't think my Chao could talk. In the main garden, they just make baby noises, but transfer them in here and they just start chatting away. And it's not just that. It's not just that they talk, but they say the weirdest things. I mean, some of the things they say are pretty normal, like, I'm hungry, or how was your day, or just like gameplay tips or whatever. But some of these are just bizarre. Chao, I love screaming Chao. When I see nuts...
Okay, I'm back.
Nuts. I can't breathe underwater. I tried.
Not quite to chat yet.
My young carefree day.
Plugging in a light.
Dude, you're like 15 minutes old. Chill out. Sometimes I wonder if my career is going anywhere. I want to be 30,000 meters tall. Get a new
It's very
bathroom
specific.
Well, that's a little morbid. Oh no, split ends, my poor hair. But
Okay, Epic E went live yesterday. That's cool. I didn't see his stream. Jaleel White, he's awesome. He's the best Sonic. It's done. I dripped out Big the Cat. I put way too much effort into
What
this.
is political reform? Is it tasty? What? Maybe I should conquer the world. Okay, that's enough on the Tiny Chao Garden. What if I told you there was one final special type of Chao, known as Character Chao? Unlike the Sonic, Shadow, and Nice Chao, which are natural stat-based evolutions.
Let's see this. Is it gonna be posted on the subreddit?
To look like one of three characters: Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. But there is no way to unlock these Chao on your own at the natural course of playing the game. You see, these Chao are actually distributed at special events in Japan.
So having a voice actor for Cream and Big. Oh, okay.
These events, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, you need to upvote Knuckles with the blicky.
The only way they were officially distributed. However, users of the Chao Island forum, specifically Per and X Pop, eventually discovered the way Japanese players could obtain them. This is the Nintendo Game
This is funny.
2003 eSoft catalog. As the title implies, it's an electronic software catalog, and has 116 titles listed. It also contained a few demos, one of which was Sonic Adventure DX. On the demo menu, one of the options has a little Chao icon. The text
Epic E will voice Omega.
which was a term used
Okay.
for minigames to the GBA from the GameCube. Selecting the tab shows off a number of minigames, including Puyo Puyo, Choo Choo Rocket, and Tiny Chao Garden. Picking this option allows you to choose one of three character Chao to put in the game. Here we can see the screen showing a lot of the live event.
If you talk in the matter of 1 hour, hold on, let me. I'm supposed to do a battle royale.
1,000 rings for whatever reason. A forum user
Okay, there it is. Let's check.
managed to track down one of these discs and even made an ISO image of it and put it online, so you can try it yourself if you want. You know, if you really want an unofficial, official character Chow.
This is what he does with lean coins. Dude, this is sick. Looks like he's doing the Russian squat, the Slavic squat. Hold on.
Intelligence and luck. For whatever bizarre reason, the Knuckles Chow is unable
Posting this up on OBS right now.
Chow is unable to participate in the light races. Amy's secretly a dark.
He's got a dang shotgun.
And this is pure speculation on my part. Like I implied earlier, they're probably just copied and pasted from the Chaos Chow and they just changed some values around. Because otherwise they're nearly
Alright, I present to you
But alas, this
Big
was
the
all
Cat.
Japanese only, unfortunately. There was no way to obtain any
when he spends lean coins.
Well, actually, there is a legitimate way to unlock the Tails Chow, but the method is unbelievably esoteric.
Dang, dude. He's got the gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Glove. He's wearing what I assume is perhaps the North Face. What? He's got Feeless shoes, a shotgun, a rubber glove, which looks like it's from Team Fortress 2.
It's a fairly straightforward
He's got
complete the level and talk to a friend
sunglasses, aviators, a beanie. Let's go. Big the Cat looks dripped out right now, honestly.
Instead, immediately return through the telepipe. Once you're back, you have to find
Oh
a specific
man,
area
what's up,
visit.
Miss Arcadia?
Eventually, a Chow will appear and talk to you and give you a key item.
Okay. Hello, how are you doing? Sorry, we were just looking at a picture somebody made this stream. We gotta go see Miss Arcadia soon.
Now turn off Phantasy Star Online and put in
And the pipe, can't forget the pipe. Oh yeah, the pipe. Oh, I missed the pipe, but yeah, I see it now.
I should mention this was far from the
It's like a corn pipe, corn cob pipe.
but it's still a pretty obscure method. With the way
No, you can't be a mod.
Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if you could maximize
Ice Cream Sun won the battle.
or swim and fly. But as stated, this is fundamentally impossible on a genetic level for Chow. However, interestingly,
Oh man.
the 3D Chow viewer gives you that option.
Anyway, after this video, guys,
None of this is actually possible.
I'm gonna switch it over to a Plants vs Zombies stream.
To see Chow like this. These are forbidden Chow. Like, let's take a look at a neutral run Chow. Let's see what he'd look like with full power influence on top of this.
So I might just make a new stream in
Now
general.
let's crank up the fly stat. Oh yeah, looking good. Let's go ahead and max out all the stats.
And then I will be
Majestic.
AFK.
This absolute unit.
Can we do Super Smash Brothers? I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm gonna keep the stream running. I'm gonna go
Now
AFK.
let's make him fast.
You don't stream Sonic that much anymore.
Strong.
What the heck is that, Chow?
Fuck with this guy. It almost looks like he's got another
What?
little face on his forehead. Little fucking bizarro Sephiroth dude. And I have absolutely
Wow.
no idea what the fuck is
So,
going on with the
man,
child Chow.
he's just
Beyond my
dropping those.
comprehension. Okay, I just thought probably literally
Bendy, Bendaroo! I open the stream and I get the Big the Cat with drip.
Chow editor. A warning. Setting your Chow's stat values
Yeah,
too
dude.
high can make them unable to complete races. Stats too high to finish a race? How does that work? Well, I decided to do some experimentation. to
That
figure
red
it out.
Chow's still cool.
First, for reference, I hacked this little guy named Elvis to have the maximum stats possible you can normally obtain. Normally, in quotes, because it would take dozens and dozens of hours to breed and reincarnate and level up this
That's a
Chow.
demonetization sign,
Actually, it
Owen.
would be a million times worse than that, because you have to be resetting every single time you leveled up without getting the optimum stat boost, and you have to be doing that for multiple reincarnations. Basically, it's theoretically possible, but it would take ages. And, as you can see, it's fast. Very,
True.
very fast. Fast enough to handily win any race in the game. But what if we went even faster?
I'm gonna get a good title
Cranking
for
the
Plants
stats up to
vs
the
Zombie.
absolute max, I made this little
Big
freaking
Chow.
creature. Sure, Spike sounds like a good name. Oh my god, look at him running around the garden. Just grabbing him is an actual challenge. Now, 65,535 may be the highest value you can enter, but the actual real highest value is 21,845.
That's an insane amount.
Once you go even 1 point higher than that, your stats effectively reset back to 0. So Chow with stats of 21,845, 43,690, or 65,535 will be functionally identical. So why don't we put him in a few races and see what happens? Right off the bat, I'm already seeing what that warning meant. Apparently, for whatever reason, if your Chow's intelligence stat is too high, it will simply sit here in front of the Jack-in-the-Box forever, never opening it. I guess in its
Can you talk like me, huh? Like, hey, like Toad? Nah, it'll destroy my voice.
Alright, let's try this again.
I can't do that. Your short is at 1K and over 100 likes. Let's go. Thank you guys for helping me out earlier. We got some subscribers too. Thank you guys.
I've identified the second issue with having stats too high. Again, for whatever reason, having your
We're almost...
too high actually leaves you
We're like 3 subscribers away from 60 away. From 3,000. Let's go.
Just by setting your strength down to a less extreme value, but for now, let's try a different race that doesn't have the tree part. Yep, that's my boy.
Welcome back, Scott.
That is as fast as a Chow theoretically can.
I don't got much time until I have to go pick up my sis from school. So see you, dude. If you do All Night America tonight, I'll come because last night was fun. It was true. It was a good time. But yes, I'll see you later, Benderu. Thanks for joining.
He's so fast he can trigger the pitfall, but have cleared the hole before he can.
I'll see you later.
Although it still cause him to trip.
Will money be earned, or will PBA continue to be refused his money once again? Find out next time on Polybius Ball Z.
If his flying stat is too high, he can just fly straight over the goal and end up flying circles around it indefinitely. Depending on which track you're on, if there's a cliff anywhere near the end, you may be unable to complete. Sometimes
there we go.
The flying stat isn't cranked to the
That's a crazy Chow.
after circling enough times. Seriously though, look at this little dude. He takes off into the goddamn stratosphere. If you're wondering why Spike is green now, it's because he crashed my damn game, so I had to make him again. So I guess this is Spike 2. Also, depending on the race, there are some areas in which you can be going so fast.
Alright, I'm setting up the stream right now.
Geometry and fall through the map and then be unable to complete the race. These can usually be avoided by not mashing the boost the entire time. If you do just mash boost non-stop,
It's set up.
you actually get stuck running circles around the fruit you shake down.
Gotta set up the direct.
Ease up a little bit so you can actually touch it. Anyways, that's enough messing around in the races. Another thing that caught my eye in the Chow editor was this option. Unlock limits. Allow extreme values. I wonder what this does.
PB and J.
Well, it doesn't really seem
A. PB and
Oh
A.
my god, his head turned into a gigantic ghost fish. There. Good boy. Good.
Be sure you don't
Hey,
desert us again.
Look at him go. Hey, little dude, are you feeling okay?
I'll be out for a while. I just want to keep the stream running. See if I can combo the views together, you know?
That is weirdly disturbing.
I might stick around for the next stream just for the few minutes and then go off mic.
Interestingly, normal color Chow will start to become transparent as you go beyond.
Because I'll need to, I gotta go soon.
God, they're so weird. I think
Gotta go play Quiplash at the bar, it looks fun.
Bring up information on the menu screens.
Wonder how many people are gonna be there.
Okay,
Hopefully it's not like packed.
Spent too much time in the Chow Garden. Time to wrap this video up. So will the Chow
In
Garden
Chris Pratt voice, Yahoo! My name is Toad, and this is the Mushroom Kingdom.
There was a period of time you didn't see him too often, but they've been getting a bit more attention lately.
Chris Pratt voice.
Working on the Chow Garden in both games, the lead programmer Yoshihisa Hashimoto no longer works for Sega. His last job with the company was as the director and lead game designer of Sonic Unleashed in 2008. He left Sega and Sonic Team in 2009.
Alright, there's really only a couple more minutes of this.
Luminous Studio, the engine later used in games like Final Fantasy 15.
I think Ugg and Mike are streaming soon too, so of course go watch those guys whenever they stream. I'm just gonna try and get some
Anyways, the other person credited in both games is Sachiko Kawamura.
get some views on Plants vs Zombies.
Creating the Chow and designing the Chow Garden gameplay with Hashimoto. As far as I can tell, she's
Yoshi!
director in modern Sonic games.
That's like my best Yoshi impression.
Yoshi! Without consulting any of the people who originally came up with it. It probably wouldn't be as good, but it's a possibility. There seems to be a lot of fan demand for the Chow Garden's return. Whether or not Sega will listen remains to be seen.
Okay.
So, as I hope I've demonstrated in this short little video, there's a lot going on in this completely optional facet of the game. It was definitely more complex than I originally anticipated. I thought I could just shit out a quick 20-minute
What's
video on Chow,
Mike
and
playing?
one thing led me talking about another and another. At the end of the day, it's still not really my cup of tea exactly.
Oh, Return to Dreamland. Did that come out today?
I totally get why there's still an active
Kinda wanna get that.
community to this very day. And if everything in this video I've discussed so far wasn't complex enough for you, you can always resort to using mods to spice things up even more.
True.
Check out Chow World Extended.
This looks awesome.
Mods which introduce a number of changes.
Chow World Extended.
Fruit, items, colors, etc. It's pretty
I'd like to
neat.
play Chow World Extended. I think I have it
The
installed.
PC version's mod loader has an extremely useful cheat built in called the Chow Stat Multiplier that actually makes raising Chow somewhat tolerable without using the small animal glitch. Once again, I'd like to give a super special thanks to Chow Island, Moon Cow, Fusion, Justin11 3D, and Sapphire Chow. If you have any questions about Chow whatsoever, please feel free to ask someone else because I'm very tired of talking about them and saying the word Chow.
Okay, let me chop this one up and then we'll send it over, guys. This was called What the Hell are Chow? That's fair.
What immediately?
Alright, I'm gonna pause it there. And I found it. Put the link in the description. Unlisted, create. Alright. I'll see you guys in a second. I'll see you guys on the other side. Don't touch anything. We're going on over.